All right, Big Blue fans, another episode of the True Big Blue podcast. Got my one of my co-hosts, Joe. Lou. I think he's still at work, so Lou might jump on later. But man, today's episode. What's up, Super Taj? Let me put the link back in the chat.
Sunday, Taj,
Sunday, Taj in.
Ash.
Ash, what's going on, Ash?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, not much. What's going on, Taj?
Not much, man.
But man, I wanted to do the show today because it's a lot of fans out here, man, that are really upset about the loss to the Kansas City Chiefs this past
King
week.
Tone.
King Tone, what's going on?
Yeah.
Um, just want to show a little film review of things that I see that's going on with our offense.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, I want to get you guys' opinions about what's going to happen with the Raiders this week coming up. What do you think was going to happen with the Raiders? We'll start with Joe. What you think is going to happen with the Raiders this week? Do you think victory? What goes on?
Here's the thing, and I brought this up earlier today too. And I'm going to stick to my guns. You know, the Raiders have been going through turmoil. John Gruden got let go because of things that happened in the past, and the Raiders really battled through that, all that questioning, all that drama, unnecessary to the team, the players. And they've gone out and played really good for their coach. But after what just happened here not that long ago involving one of their players, that takes a different toll on people. I mean, you're looking at somebody that was in that locker room all the time, and now he's gone, and he's in an unfortunate incident. If you're in a work, if you're a factory, whatever, I mean, if that happens to one of the people that you work with or that affects your day, that affects your life throughout the week or weeks. Sometimes it's just not something that you can get over easy.
Tudo.
How are these guys going to be able to get over that? Because that's a lot. They're answering questions about this constantly, and they're going to come to New York and they're going to have to answer more questions about this, because that's what the New York reporters are going to do to these guys. And it's unfortunate, but Sunday is their payday. Sunday's when they go on the field and make a check. So it's an advantage for the Giants. I don't want to sound heartless and I don't want to sound cruel.
Hey, Sunday.
I'm sorry about everything that's happened
Sunday?
over there. But how is that team going to mentally focus after everything that's been going on, and just they're constantly reminded of that day? Going into work and they have to hear that a teammate had been involved in an accident. And then listening to the media, listening to the fans, listening to the sports reporters, the shows, because these facilities, they run ESPN, so they're listening to this. So it is an advantage to the Giants if that defense comes out and plays like it did the last 2 weeks. We might have a shot at that. We might have a shot at this game. A West Coast team traveling to the East Coast. We know how that affects teams. So just a lot of it's going to be the mental aspect of that Raiders team, how they're going to come out. So I'd say 45% Giants could win this game. I mean, I can't pick them to win because they don't win.
Yeah, Galladay has actually been practicing. I'm gonna let you. More people can come on if you want. The film study is gonna start about the 30-minute mark. Just want to get some things about the Raiders going on this week.
Authentic Miz, Rick, how you guys doing?
What if I told y'all?
Ash Money.
What's going on, Jeff? What if I told y'all that I think the Raiders are a very headstrong team? I think the Raiders are better off because of Gruden is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this. Derek Carr was under major scrutiny by John Gruden since the first day John Gruden stepped on to the Raiders field as their head coach. I don't believe he felt Derek Carr was his guy. And I think he put an increased amount of pressure on Derek Carr. And the only reason why Derek Carr is there is because they couldn't find another quarterback that was playing better than Derek Carr at that time. And I think Derek Carr is one hell of a quarterback to go through that and still produce the way he's been producing this year. Because if you go back to the history with John Gruden, he did not like Derek Carr. He didn't. For some reason, he did not want him to be his quarterback.
He did.
And Derek Carr, the headstrong quarterback that he is, prevailed. They had to keep him in there because he was just balling. The Henry Ruggs situation is unfortunate. Hate that he did that. I think he's ruined his career for the time being. But let's be honest, Henry Ruggs wasn't, a number one receiver for the Raiders. He was just
he wasn't really their best.
He was just a fast guy they used.
He was a speed guy.
Routes.
He was a good speed receiver on the outside.
He's like Darius Slayton, basically.
Basically, yeah, he's like Darius
I
Slayton.
compare him to like that or John Ross, like a John Ross type receiver on the outside.
So the guy you really have to worry about is Waller, who's back healthy and will be playing this game.
Renfro
and Hunter Renfro. I believe they're going to use him in the slot, and our slot quarterbacks are going to have to step up. Mm-hmm. That middle of the field is going to have to step up because Waller is an absolute beast at tight end. He's what Evan Ingram's supposed to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. And I believe they're going to use that to their advantage. They're going to attack our linebackers, and they're going to attack our slot corners. And their run game is pretty good as well. Josh Jacobs is nothing to sneeze at.
Josh Jacobs.
And Kenyon Drake is a pretty capable backup running back as well.
Kenyon Drake, we know who Kenyon Drake is from the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah,
Kenyon Drake is a very good running back as well. So our linebackers and our middle of the field and our defensive tackles, we're going to have to stop that run, and we're going to have to stop the quick throws to Renfro, and we cannot allow Waller to get in our seam and kill us across the middle all game.
So Pat, I was just going to ask real quick, if you're on the defensive game plan, would you put Bradbury on Waller, like similar to what they did with Kelsey? Put Bradbury on the tight end? Because it did work for a good amount of the game.
I would, because I don't fear their outside receivers. I don't fear Edwards, and I don't fear who's the other guy? Now
Zay Jones. I think it's Zay Jones, I believe.
Yeah, Zay
Jones.
Zay Jones. I don't fear those guys. I believe Adoree Jackson and maybe a Julian Love or a Darnay Holmes can contain that.
Yeah.
But we have to contain Waller. We have to do the same thing to him we did to Travis Kelce. He might not be as strong as Travis Kelce, but that guy is a route runner, and he is very fast to be a tight end, and he's big as hell. Mm-hmm. So I like to see Bradbury on him on drives to see what
we seen him doing Travis Kelce.
And I want to see Quincy Roche get a lot more snaps this week. I want to see Quincy Roche get 80% of the snaps this week.
Yeah, Zimenez's snaps should be limited.
Yeah, I don't want to see Zimenez on the field for more than Quincy Roche, because I believe Quincy Roche has proven himself to be a quality edge rusher on this team. He plays the run very well, and he gets pressure on the quarterback. He may not have a sack yet, but you can see that guy has a bull rush move, and he can get to the outside on you if you play that bull rush too often. So, Joe, what you think about the defensive standpoint against the Raiders this week?
Man, that was such a great game plan that we saw. They stayed in that 2 deep safety look the whole game, and that really got to Patrick Mahomes. If you really think about that game, there should have been 4 or 5 turnovers. We dropped how many interceptions?
I believe we dropped about 2.
I know Adoree Jackson dropped 1.
Yeah.
Bradbury dropped 1. And then we got 1 call back because of offsides penalty. We really had about 4 picks that game.
Yeah, exactly. So, is that game plan going to work this week? I don't think so. Hey, man, the Giants played like 72, 75% zone. That's what Graham's bread and butter really is. He's starting to move these people around. He's starting to get the matchups. I love the matchups he's doing. it seems like that last game, it was our bend don't break defense once again. Got a turnover in the red zone. It's hard to stop a team twice in the red zone back to back as fast as that happened in the first quarter. But wow, I mean, that defense just showed out for all four.
Benny, what's going on? Benny, ain't seen Benny in a while. What's going
How you
on?
doing,
What up,
Benny?
Man, I tell you, I don't know. It's like somebody lit a fire under their butt, and they're just kicking it off right now.
I think it's that DB's coach, because the DB's coach had a meeting behind the scenes with all of them, and he really lit into those secondary guys. And ever since he did that, the secondaries responded.
Yeah, but you know what? Quincy Roche and Ojulari are definitely outshining Zimenez and Carter.
Oh, that's got part
so
of it.
I think that makes a huge difference for Leo and Dexter.
Mm-hmm. The amount of pressure that Ojulari is getting on the edge is really helping out.
I've been saying it all season. Get those two guys out, and we're a better defense. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Quincy Roche is putting pressure on that quarterback. Everybody wants to look at stats as far as sacks. Oh, he's not doing anything. He's not getting sacks. That's not
ain't
true.
everything, man.
That's not true.
Sacks ain't everything.
Because sometimes pressure can be even better than the sack. Because if you get enough pressure on a quarterback and he throws a ill-advised pass, that's a pickup. That's a turnover.
Right.
So good pressure can turn into turnovers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So Quincy Roche is doing one hell of a job, man. I'll be honest with you. I can't wait to see Ellerson Smith gets on the field this year. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what those three guys bring us, because we may have a pass rush already.
I think he might have been activated. I think he might be activated this week. I'm not sure, because I
know Aaron Robinson was last week. They held Ellerson Smith back, so I don't know if it takes another 3 weeks for him to get ready.
I think if he's not activated by next week, then he has to go on season-ending IR, because he's already had the 3-week window.
Yeah. So if he's not activated after the bye week, he has to go on season-ending IR. What's up, Deception? Thank you for tuning in. But Joe said it best, man. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to Joe the last time we was on the stream together. Actually, last night during the Jets game, he said,
I remember.
You have to let people develop.
I think
we got 3 good guys here that we can develop on this defensive line. I believe Ojulari, Roche, and Ellerson Smith are 3 key components to this defensive line. Mm-hmm. I really do believe if you let them develop, they can turn into a pretty good tandem. And you bring in another stud in the draft this year. Hey, look, we got a
second
rotation.
round at least.
Yeah, we got a 2-man rotation on both sides.
And I think it had a lot to do with what Joel said last night, that maybe these guys were not taking the large amount of snaps because they were trying to, ease them in as the season went on, and at least, wrap their snaps up a little bit as the season went on, not just throw them out there, because Joel was mentioning it last night, just not throw all these guys out there right into the fire, and at least let them develop throughout the season, and then they start showing something more. You ramp up their snaps a little bit more, and that's exactly what they've done with Roche and obviously with Ojulari, especially on the edge, and I think they'll do it with Robinson too.
And I'm gonna tell you, Joe's idea is solid, because Roche, he's came in, he didn't play in the beginning of the season. Remember, we signed him first week of the season to the practice squad. He didn't get off the practice squad till like week 4 or 5.
Yeah,
and then he came in very sparingly for like 3 weeks, but now they amped him up, and this guy looks like a solid NFL player out there. He looks very good.
Already better than Zimenez and Carter. Already.
Well, let's look at Andrew Thomas, how he performed his first 8 weeks. He really was struggling. I mean, he got thrown out there. Left tackle, week 1 starter, baby. You're a first-round pick. You know what? I get it. It's a first-round pick. You want to see your guy out there week 1. But if you build their confidence, you let them play a little bit, you let them develop into the game, learn what it takes to be an NFL guy, get some game film on you. If, like Andrew Thomas, his ideal situation would have been go out there and play 2 or 3 series. Get some experience, get some tape, let the coaches work with you, let them develop you. Get in football shape. These kids are coming right from college. It's not like they had the whole off season to train. Look at Pert. He's been working, but he's still not there yet. He needs more development, and that's a 3rd-round pick. That's a 4th-round pick. If you look at old Giants football, we took the guards, moved them to the outside, put the rookies on the inside. And then when the right tackle and left tackle left, we took the guards, moved them to the outs. They were the experience. Mm-hmm. Those were the guys that knew how to do that position on that side of the line. Mm-hmm. And you always had a quality swing player that added depth. And we went over the draft list that last night, and all the parts and pieces were missing because we haven't really re-signed Giants players to a 2nd-year contract. We have to throw out these 3rd, 4th, 5th-round picks and hope that they develop. I mean, Carter Coughlin got thrown into the Wolves last year. We had some other guys, but Carter went out.
Pick, I think
Zimenez went out. Mr. Irrelevance, our middle linebacker.
Cam Brown's been a good special teams player the whole time.
Right.
I'll say this: I want to see Cam Brown on more blitzes too, because he has no filter. He has no filter. That dude runs after the ball like a madman. Mm-hmm. I want to see him in on more mid blitzes. When we want to send 2 middle linebackers, I want to see him in there on some of those plays and just see him on the defense period, man, because that guy runs like he got a fire under his ass.
He's got a motor to him.
Yeah, he's got a motor to him out this world, and he does the dirty work. All the dirty work that you need to be done, that's what he does. And that's why I think he's a key component to this team as far as special teams and just a player in general. You need those players that like a Ron Artest out there or Dennis Rodman, the people that are very good at what they do. Mm-hmm. And they did the dirty work for their teams. You need people like that on championship teams. Not saying this team can be a championship team. I don't think we could do that within the next 2 years. Like Joe said, I think we are 8-18 next year, even if we get everything correct, because this team has to gel. Mm-hmm. And we still, all through this, we still don't know what Daniel Jones can be. And that's sad because he's going into his 4th year. And this team has been built so bad that we can't even see what our product is.
So bad,
what he is. Do you know who Daniel Jones is right now? You don't.
Not yet.
You can't sit here and say that he's this or he's that because you really don't know. No. I know Ricky might be joking, but I'm getting a little tired of the OBJ thing. Look.
It's not gonna stop.
We ain't gonna
happen. It's not gonna happen, bro.
Just
if everybody's
OBJ's in the waiver wire.
Everybody is tired of our receivers being injured. You know, OBJ's been one of the most injury-prone receivers the past 4 years. Oh. So who's to say OBJ is gonna come back here and be the same OBJ and not get injured? Who knows? Do we have the waivers. Cap room? Do we have the cap room to pay this man at least $14 to $15 million a year? And
no, I wouldn't be, Rick.
I think that he's actually going to be
$18 million a year.
I think he's actually going to be a free agent next year because they voided the last 2 years of his contract.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is
he's in the waiver wire.
There's only 7 teams that can afford his salary cap of $7.5 million right now.
Yeah.
So the Lions, what's going to happen is he's going to clear waivers and then re-sign with somebody because there's nobody that wants to take on that cap hit right now.
No.
So he's going to collect his money from the Browns. He's going to get a separate check for whatever team picks him up this year.
Right.
Like I said, if you love OBJ that much, why would you want him to come here?
No.
He's already mentally fragile right now because what's been going on the past 3-4 years in his career. Why would we want to come back to another mess?
Let him go to a team where he's got a chance to compete for a championship.
Yeah, let him go to a contender.
Or he's like one of those final pieces to put a team over the top.
I'll tell you, Buffalo makes the most sense to me, man. They've already got that established locker room.
Green Bay.
No, I think Buffalo, man, because Stephon Diggs went through the same thing he's going through right now. He's got somebody to talk to about this. Diggs worked his way out of Minnesota.
Because when they brought that coordinator, where they brought that coach or a coordinator over to Minnesota, do you know his targets were cut by 57%?
Yeah.
And I don't care what receiver you are. If you know you're a receiver in this league that could be dominant in this league, that can still put up numbers, and you get your snaps cut 57%, you damn well he wants to get out of that situation.
No, of course.
You know he wants to get out of that situation, and you're not winning.
Not to mention Jason
and you're
Garrett
not
will be
winning
having
like
OBJ
that.
run 5-yard out routes. Yeah, OBJ ain't gonna be doing that.
But that's
Big
why
Blue on the Bronx. What's going on? He says not to mention Jason Garrett will be having OBJ running 5-yard out routes. Yeah,
doing that. Come on.
We're gonna get into some film review in about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I don't like about this offense. And everybody's to blame. Offensive line, Daniel Jones, Garrett, everybody's to blame. Receivers, and like I said, everybody's right, and that's the issue. And sometimes I defended Jason Garrett for most of the season this year as well. But some of the stuff that I see on film now is you can't defend it. You can't defend it. Some of the things that we do is not right. And then you got receivers, veteran receivers. Everybody talking about Sterling Shepard that played that we had to kick a field goal.
That's on him.
Fourth play, and he only ran a 2-yard route. That's on him.
Yeah, he only ran a 2-yard route close to the first down. Like,
he's got to know where the sticks are.
You're a 6 or 7 year veteran.
Route there.
You know what the damn sticks are. Why would you run a route? And then when you catch the ball, you fall down like you're at the first down marker. What are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't understand
You
that.
at least caught the ball and stood up and tried to make a move to get the first down if you're going to run the route short.
Garrett's definitely the problem, but he's not the only problem. That's all I have to say about the whole situation.
Yeah, he's not the only problem. The whole team's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
The whole team, Daniel Jones,
and you have to put
Garrett.
that on Joe Judge as well. If you see what's going on, say something. Unless you're out there, you really don't know what's going on offense. You just putting all your faith into Jason Garrett, which is not a good thing to do.
You can't do that if you're a head coach. If you don't see,
you're a head coach, you're supposed to be able to do things on defense, offense, special teams. You're supposed to be able to put input on everything.
Exactly. You're the head coach. You say something.
Yeah, when you see something not working, you put a fire underneath that coordinator's ass and get on to work.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. That's the one thing that I don't want to hear excuses for Joe Judge when it comes to the offense. If you see something that you do not like, you say something and you have it changed and altered.
Speak up.
You tell Garrett. You gotta tell Garrett.
You know what? Again, I'm gonna bring it up because we don't know it, but I just want to think about it. What if Mara's pushing the Jason Garrett button again? Oh, that was easy. Oh, that was easy. Judge, be quiet. Ooh, that was easy. Just bringing it up. I'm not saying it's happening, and I'm not saying it's not happening. Just food for thought.
You could be right, Joel.
He has a vicious love for Jason Garrett, so it could be happening. Maybe
plus he was a John Mara.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't want to win, if he wants to not win, he could do that.
Maybe Garrett's bulletproof. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't
know. Well, and yo, what's good? He brought it up with Colombo last year. You know, what if that was like the one time Judge was allowed to, okay, this is my team and I don't like what you're doing. You're gone. And then Mara comes up and says, don't do that again.
It goes back to what we said last night, that Mara needs to back off and let his coaches and his
I get it, but we don't know if it's going on. Like I said, it's just food for thought. That's it.
It's just food for thought. But if that is going on, that's why your organization's in turmoil.
Yeah.
You're not letting people do what they need to do.
It would explain a few things.
It would.
I think he is. I personally think he is.
It would explain a lot if that's happening.
Yeah.
Because if your hands are tied as a head coach, what are you supposed to do?
Right.
You can't correct anything if somebody on your staff is bulletproof due to the owner.
Yep.
All he has to do is say, hey, look, Mara, he's messing with me. And then Daddy Mara comes to Joe Judge, hey, leave him alone. It's like, it's petty if that's happening. And it's not right. And you'll never have a winning organization doing things like that. You'll never have a winning organization.
Yeah, it's sad if that's the case. And
I mean,
he's had his hands tied because of the owner.
And this goes back to Gettleman too. We all blame Dave Gettleman for some of these boneheaded moves. Okay, but we don't know. I mean, we all believe that Mara stepped in and said Barkley's the pick. Who's to say that Mara hasn't been sticking his hand in the cookie jar on a lot of this stuff?
He's been sticking his nose into the office. Like,
but Tish has been pissed the last couple of years. Okay.
Right.
And I don't know as if he's pissed so much about the personnel or if Mara's getting involved. We will never know unless something breaks and somebody spills the beans.
And I don't think Tish would be that pissed about personnel, because I think if him and Mara on the same terms, they would have agreed about personnel and they would have made some changes.
Because
together.
You guys remember when Shermer got hired, Tish was not in the building and he was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't involved into that hiring.
That's when you have two owners, you're going to have a problem like this because you don't have them
we
agree
all
on
know,
everything.
We all know the Tishes and the Maras have not had a great relationship since they've both been co-owners of the Giants.
Absolutely.
Let's just be real.
And the only
Tish has not been happy with Mara for damn near, 14, 15, 16 years?
Right.
Because even during the Super Bowl times, they weren't, together. But I think Tish had more say-so during those times. And whatever has happened and whatever has transpired after that second Super Bowl, Mara has gotten a lot more control. So I don't know if he's gotten in the board's heads to where the board is letting him do whatever he wants to do.
Man,
Tish
let's just look at the Coughlin firing, Pat.
Yeah, that was bad. That was all Mara.
Right.
That was all Mara.
That's a black eye right on the organization for when that happened.
So
I'm not trying to spew conspiracy theories here, guys. I just, looking at everything that's going on.
Joe, you have a point, because it's not ironic.
Yeah.
It's not ironic that since that time around 2011, we've been bad. As I think Mara stuck his hands in the cookie jar way too much, and I think it has a correlation for why we haven't been that good.
And that press conference, that press conference Tom Coughlin gave during his firing, that told you a lot too.
He never showed Mara's hand.
Walked right off the stage.
He walked right past him.
He never shook his hand. You see Eli cried during the interview.
He had to tell Eli that it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
Everybody at the top knew what was going on, and I believe Mara had a heavy hand in getting rid of Tom Coughlin, because Tom Coughlin represented power, and I don't think Mara appreciated that. I think Tom Coughlin a few times has told John Mara, you know what, go somewhere, leave me alone. This is my team, and I'm going to do it the way that I've always done it and been successful. Because this man has taken the Jaguars twice to AFC Championship games and won 2 Super Bowls with us.
Let's look at 1979. His daddy was the same way.
Yes.
Tagliabue stepped in. This is your guy. You're going to hire him. Or no, it was Rozelle.
Yeah, I was going to say it was Howard Rozelle.
I get them confused time-wise because of the name for some reason, but it was Rozelle. Yo, Mara, this guy's your GM. Hire him, let him run the team. And it still took 4 years to undo everything that they had done.
Yeah, it had it so bad. I mean, look, history always repeats itself, right?
Let's see. When was the undefeated Dolphins? 72 or 73?
72.
72
was the undefeated Dolphins. Larry Zonka went to another place to play football for 2 years. Now, in 1974-75, when Larry Zonka came back, the average salary was like $15,000. It wasn't. It might have been $100,000. I don't remember the exact number, but it wasn't a ton of money, but it was a lot of money. Mara's daddy paid Larry Zonka $2 million to be the running back of the New York Giants. And Larry Zonka is the running back that Pisarcik handed the ball off to for Miracle in the Meadowlands. That's how bad.
When Herm Evers returned that fumble.
Yep. That's the guys. That's what his dad. So they literally had to step in because it was not good. And you know what? The more I think about back then and the way that my father would talk about the 70s football team, I'm seeing a lot of that right now. I'm seeing the same damn thing.
Like history is repeating itself.
It's like this team can't get out his own way.
Man, if we've got some older viewers here, I'd love to see some comments. I really would.
Well, I got one comment for you. He says, do you think he had an influence on Reese? Yeah. I think
absolutely.
Reese was just a face. To be honest with you, after that first Super Bowl in 2007, which he won with a team, that 2011 team, we got on a hot streak and we won again. But other than that, I mean, after Reese's first year,
how you doing, Ash?
It's been terrible. What's going on, Ash?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
After Reese's first 2 years of drafting, it was absolutely terrible. And I just can't comprehend, man, any type of GM that's confident would draft the Eli Apple top 10 overall, draft Eric Flowers top 10 overall.
Oh, the Eli Apple one. Oh.
Try to get cute and go for more weapons with Evan Ingram.
Oh.
Like, you know the history. You know, if you got that job, you have to know the history of the Giants, man. I'll say this to the end of time. We've only had one superstar tight end like that, and that was Jeremy Shockey. If you want to call Mark Bavaro a superstar tight end, go ahead. Right. But Mark Bavaro was really tough as nails, and he did his damn job. He just happened to be really good to where he can do a couple of other things.
We're a traditional tight end team.
But, yeah, Howard Cross.
Oh, I love Howard Cross.
Jake Ballard, Kevin Boss, Bear Pascal.
Yep.
I mean, look what happened when we tried to get Larry Donnell to be the main tight end. He kept skipping, flipping on his damn head all the damn time. It never works out for us.
Listen. Oh my God, I just lost his name. Who's that really good tight end there that we could have got, but Reese wouldn't give up a 5th round pick?
Tony Gonzalez.
Yes, Tony Gonzalez. We could have had Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, we could have argued the greatest tight end.
You wouldn't give up because Gonzalez still had 4 good years.
Yeah, it was a 5th round.
After that.
He was phenomenal in Atlanta.
Tony Gonzalez at the time.
He was great in Atlanta.
Yeah, because that was the time he was in Atlanta for what, 4 years?
Yeah, I believe it was about 4 years.
I think it was 3 or 4 years. Yeah. He still had good football left in him.
Oh, those first round picks.
And that's true. That's true deception. If ownership
is the main issue,
no matter coaching staff / GMs will ever fix this.
We've had 3 different types of coaches in here. We had McAdoo that tried to tell us. I'm sorry, Pat.
Go ahead.
We had McAdoo in here that told us Eli Manning was just not there anymore. We love Eli Manning, but you know what? He might have been right because he wanted to go up and get Mahomes.
Yep.
Okay. Now, would Mahomes been the best pick for this team? I don't know, but somebody saw it before. Shermer, he comes in. Okay. They finally let him draft a quarterback, and we have to draft a quarterback when there's just really Kyler Murray on the board. You know, Dwayne Haskins was 1 year unproven. You know, he did throw 50 TDs, and he had an okay resume. If he'd been in college for 3 years, okay, and he was still doing that, 50 each year, that's a different story. But then you look at Daniel. I mean, who else was out there? It's like right now, we're going into this draft next year, and everyone wants to get rid of Daniel Jones, but who's really out there? Russell Wilson? Okay, we give up 3 first-round draft picks to get Russell Wilson. We take on a $40 million contract, and we still don't have any draft picks for an offensive lineman in the first round. We can't get an edge rusher in the first round. Now we got to wait till rounds 2, 3, and 4 if we even have any of those picks left, because Wilson's going to be expensive. They're not going to let him go for a song.
Yeah, we can't trade.
We can't trade. He's not going to cost 3 first-round picks. If I want Russell Wilson, I'm giving one of my first-round picks and see if we can take 2/3.
I would not do that if I was Seattle.
And I wouldn't do it if I was Seattle either. But he's coming off an injury. He's 33 now, get ready to be 34.
I'm not putting him behind this offensive line. He'd be running for his life.
Look at what
Russell
Russell Wilson does for that team by himself.
Yeah.
He's got a fantastic arm too. He's the best
That's
deep ball
the
thrower,
thing,
one of them
Pat.
in the league.
That's what's 3 first-round picks is. They're finding out how important Russell Wilson is to that team right now.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that.
Right.
Not without Russ.
So 3 first-round picks would probably be a bargain.
I'd give them my
I think
Chicago.
I think two
What did the Rams trade for Matthew Stafford? Was it 2 first-round picks?
No, they traded
2
3
first and a third, and there was quite a lot.
Yeah. They sold.
Do you think that Russell Wilson is worth as much as Matthew Stafford as far as trade value goes? Not saying the player. I'm talking about trade value. Matthew Stafford is what, 31?
Yeah, he's got another 7 years in it. Russell Wilson.
I'd say I trade the Chicago pick, or whichever pick is higher in the draft. I'll trade my first-round pick next year, and I'll trade a mid-round pick or some couple mid-round
I wouldn't do it if I was Seattle. I wouldn't do it.
But if they – sorry.
Go ahead, Ash.
But I was just saying, if Daniel Jones isn't the guy and I feel like you continue to build this team, and then when there's somebody that comes out in the draft, that's when you trade the mountain for him and move up.
Daniel Jones is a guy, you just use him as a stopgap.
I got the details for the Matt Stafford and Goff trade. It was Stafford for Goff, a 2021 third-round pick, a 2022 first-round pick, and a 2023 first-round pick. So 2 firsts and a third, and Goff for Stafford.
So basically, you got 3 first-round picks and a third because you got to count Goff as a first-round pick.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, Joe, you might be right. They might be asking for 3 first-round picks.
But you
don't know.
But I like what Ash was saying.
Would you give them Daniel Jones and 2 first-round picks if they would accept Daniel Jones as a trade?
2 firsts, a third, and Daniel Jones for Russell Wilson. That they might do. And the thing is if Daniel goes there and they fix that O-line, he might start winning 10, 11, 12 games a year. I mean, that's what could happen. And then we're going to be stuck here as Giants fans in quarterback hell going, what the hell were we thinking? Because
that's only if Russell Wilson turns out to be terrible.
Yeah.
He's going to win 9-10 games, but with this team, with what we're discussing with the owner and not knowing what the hell is going on and why this team's been bad for 10 years, do you really see with Russell Wilson this franchise going anywhere outside of him?
No. The only reason why I don't like that trade is because now we lose so much draft capital that we can't draft those big hauls
that we can use on offensive line.
So now
that's why I like Ash's.
Go ahead.
That's why I like Ash's scenario. You build the team, and then when your quarterback's on the board, you go get him because now you got the young team.
You use Daniel Jones like Alex Smith. Like how the Chiefs used them.
Yeah.
Like if that I don't know any of the young quarterbacks coming out, but the one dude I do know is Caleb Williams from Oklahoma. Now I don't know. This is his first year.
No, he's not coming out. He's only a sophomore.
I know Malik Willis is very highly regarded.
This is like his first year, like starting, So
yep.
If he comes out in like a year or two, I'd build this team for Daniel Jones, and then if he turns out to be like the next big thing in college football, then I'd make some moves and trade.
Well, here's the thing though, Ash. You got to figure after we watched the debacle on that Detroit game, they're probably going to be looking for a young quarterback to bring in and develop. Okay, is Tua really the answer in Miami? I doubt it. They're probably going to be looking for a quarterback. Houston's going to be trading Watson. I don't think the guy they got last year, a 4th rounder, is going to work. They're going to be looking for a quarterback. There's other teams out there that are going to be looking. I mean, Atlanta, the Falcons are going to be looking for one soon. I
think Detroit. I think Detroit probably takes a quarterback. I think all those teams take a quarterback like some of them take a quarterback this year, like Miami, because I feel like Brian Flores' job, like he's going to try to save his job with like drafting one of these quarterbacks. I don't know.
No.
I don't know again, it's too early for like draft season and stuff, but
right.
Let me get to this comment right here. Authentic, what's going on, Authentic? Hope everything's going good.
What's
with
up,
your session.
Authentic?
He says, I like the way the Rams built their team, and when they realized the QB was holding back a contender, they went and got Stafford. No first round pick since 2016. Just build it. That's a good thing, Authentic. That's why I wish you could have came on the show tonight, but I know you're doing your studio session. Hope everything's going well, creating good music.
Yeah.
We're not in a position to do that, Authentic.
No.
Like the Rams, they had a core team. They had Goff, they had Cooper Kupp, they had what's the other
Robert
receiver?
Woods.
Robert Woods.
Yeah.
They had at the time they had Higbee and Everett. They had a good offensive line. They had the balls to sign Andrew Whitworth, even though he was 37 years old at the time. He turned out to be the best tackle on the team. You had a defense that had Aaron Donald. They had actually a pretty good defense before they got Jalen Ramsey over there. Because remember, they had Marcus Peters over there. They had Marcus Peters or somebody else. So they had the gall to trade. Yeah, they traded for Brandon Cooks. I remember Brandon Cooks was over there.
Mm-hmm.
They had the gall to trade.
And they had Sammy Watkins before that.
Yep, Sammy Watkins. So they had the gall to trade Marcus Peters to the Ravens, use that pick, and put another first-round pick to get Jalen Ramsey from the Jaguars because they felt Jalen Ramsey was a better shutdown corner than Peters, and that's the way they wanted to run their defense because they had Aaron Donald getting so much pressure up there with those other guys, and they kept bringing in guys as another piece to edge rush along with Aaron Donald because you don't have to be a superstar at edge with Aaron Donald giving that much pressure up the middle. And then they just kept giving up first-round draft picks to bring other people in because they were already a built team.
Yeah.
This team we have now is not a built team. We have to get it out the mud. We're nowhere near a team of the caliber of the Rams where we can say we can just give up first-round picks and bring people in. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to have to build through the draft the way it's usually done. I would love to be able to give up first-round picks and just bring some people in and we're all good. I mean, we're closer than what people think. But we're so far away because the organization is in disarray and we are terrible in the trenches. Now, our defensive trenches have gotten a lot better, and you see how the defense has been performing the last 2 weeks. I told you, when you put those two edges on the bench, Zimenez and Carter, this defense was going to get better, and it has with Roche and Ojulari. But our offensive line has to be worse than the league. I can't name another offensive line that's worse than ours, and that's why it looks so bad.
No,
we got ancient play calling. We got a quarterback that we don't really know what he is right now because of the offensive line. It's not there to help. Right. You got a little peek of what he could do when Andrew Thomas was balling. He was in there, but once he went down, now we see the same Daniel Jones again.
You guys, just real quick, I have to say it. You guys remember the picture I showed you, a soldier falling on his can last night?
Yeah.
They got a new one out where they got a picnic blanket spread out. They got a picnic basket. He's sitting in the middle of that. He's like,
It's just sad though. I shouldn't feel bad, but I actually just because he's just getting abused all the time on that line, and he has no business being on that offensive line anymore.
Like,
he really doesn't. And to go back to like what you were making before, yeah, the Rams were. I'll compare it to building a building. The Rams were ready. They're ready to top off their building when they traded for Stafford, and then they got that last little piece before the completion of the building with getting Von Miller. We're still in the middle of constructing the building where we're still getting there. We haven't reached our pinnacle yet. So that's why if we made a trade for, say, like a Russell Wilson or something, it wouldn't make sense because we don't have the surrounding pieces completely around yet for it to go that way. We're still building our team up. That's why, I would rather build through the draft, like Ash has been saying, and just when we have the team more around us that's more complete, then you can go for those final couple of pieces, and you can be ready to become a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, authentic. The 2000 Sean McVay was hired in 2016. If so, yeah, Jared Cook was their starter at tight end. He wasn't bad at the time. So, which roster would you rather have? Our roster or that Rams roster at the time? Because that Rams roster wasn't really that bad when Sean McVay got there. I'm gonna just be real with you. It was not that bad when he got there.
It's just Fisher didn't know how to coach that roster at all. He was
Yeah,
not a good head coach for that Rams team.
Fisher was a terrible coach.
Yeah.
Fisher was absolutely terrible.
Horrible.
You say 4-12 isn't a pinnacle. I'm not saying trade for Stafford, my dude. I'm saying build a team now, and when you realize Daniel can't take them over the top, you go get a QB. That's what I'm saying too.
Yep.
But that 2016 roster was not that bad. It just had a terrible coach. Look at Jeff Fisher's resume, bro. That dude does not know how to coach a team. He tears teams down. He really ruined Vince Young's career.
Oh yeah.
Imagine what Steve McNair could have been if Jeff Fisher wasn't his coach the whole time over there in Tennessee. That dude did not know how to coach, bro. Why do you think he's not got another job since that Rams job?
He was just always getting pumped up because of those 90s teams into the 2000s when he took them to the Super Bowl.
That year after John Foster got fired.
I'll have to bring you on the show. We can go back and forth about that 2016 roster because that roster is not as bad as you think, man. That coach was horrible. Jeff Fisher was absolutely terrible. And you're right. When Sean McVay got there, that's when they started to win because he brought a whole new offense to that team. Jeff Fisher's offense is like Jason Garrett's. To be honest with you, his offense was even worse.
Yeah,
and when McVay got there and opened up that playbook, it got a whole lot better. He said, I'm not saying Fisher doesn't stink. I'm saying pull the roster. Okay, let's look.
I think they were a pretty decent roster. Maybe they just didn't have enough depth on their team.
They had a bad coach, too.
You don't have to tell anybody about that Titans team. They had a
horrible coach.
My brother is a big Titans fan, and was not in love with Jeff Fisher at all.
First year they was under Sean McVay. They was 11-5, 2017.
Okay, they had Ty Gurley at running back when he was balling. Case Keenum was a starter quarterback. You had Tavon Austin. I think he was a second-year player or third-year player at the time. You had Kenny Britt, who had 1,000 yards that year. You had Tyler Higbee, Lance Kendricks, Greg Robinson, Roger Saffold, Tim Barnes, Cody Wichman, and Rob Havenstein as the offensive line. That's a terrible offensive line. You had William Hayes, who was a veteran at the time, Michael Brockers, and Aaron Donald at defensive tackle, Robert Quinn, who was nice at that time. You had Mark Barron and Alec Ogletree and Tremaine. Mark Barron and Alec Ogletree at linebacker. Both of those guys were playing pretty well at the time. You had Tremaine Johnson at one corner, who was good. EJ Gaines, TJ McDonald, who was playing well at that time. You had LaMarcus Joyner, who was playing well at that time at slot corner. He was considered one of the top slot corners at that time. Maurice Alexander at safety, and that's not good at all.
Did they have Janoris Jenkins at that time too?
Good team. That was not a bad team. I'm telling you, that was not a bad team. They were
Janoris Jenkins was in the Giants.
He was on the Giants in 2016.
They were horribly coached.
That's a solid team right there. Now, maybe not the depth is not great, but as overall with starters in mind, that's a pretty solid team. Not as good as they are now, but that's still a pretty solid overall team.
Ogletree played well for them during that time. That's why we gave up a third-round pick to get him. Ogletree was playing well for the Rams at the time. I don't know what happened to him when he got here. The O-line was terrible. Yes, it was. The O-line was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
that had a lot to do with the offense being bad.
Yeah, McVay let a ton of those players go starting with the offensive line. He had the gall to bring in Andrew Whitworth, who was 37 at the time, to play tackle for him.
He brought in Andrew Whitworth. He fixed up a couple of the guards. He signed Robert Woods. He drafted Cooper Kupp, brought in Higbee. Obviously, he had Goff at the time, and then he was building up that roster as it went on over the years.
That was
And
not a
built the defense,
horrible
too.
roster. It's not as bad as you think it was, Authentic. That roster was on its way to being pretty good. And after a good draft by a good coach, that team turned it around, and then they was like, okay, we need to bring in a few more pieces. Who cares about a first-round pick when we could get a Jalen Ramsey here? Who cares about first-round picks? We could bring people like that to the team. So, yes, he had a plan, and he went through with it. That's why Sean McVay is at the top of the coaches list. When it comes to coaches in the NFL, he's towards the top. He did what he was supposed to do, and he had an owner's approval. Because I promise you, if the owner didn't give him approval to use all those first-round picks, I promise you he wouldn't use those first-round picks. No owner in the league is going to let you use first-round picks like that, like water, if they don't have full faith in you.
Yeah. What was it, like a second and a third they traded for Von Miller this year? I think it was like a second and a third round pick for Von Miller.
There's a lot of good players that get released because of salary reasons and everything. I'm not saying that was the best roster, period, but that roster was not that bad. They were poorly coached. I promise you. Jeff Fisher was awful. I'm telling you. That man brought that roster down because you had Gurley when he was balling. You had Kenny Britt, who was decent at the time. Tavon Austin was 2 years into his rookie contract. He wasn't terrible. He was a weapon at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You had Higbee and you had Everett at tight end. Those were two pretty good tight ends.
Yeah, they were a good roster. They're obviously nowhere as good as they are now, but it's a solid roster.
Solid. They were
solid. Let's be
real. If we had Sean McVay as a coach, and our owner gave Sean McVay full control over this roster, you don't think this team would be good?
Yeah, you got to get a coach's full control, man. Like that's the point of being.
And that's what we've been bringing up. Have any of our coaches had any control? Has Gettleman really had any control?
Just
we
like
don't know that.
Our roster is not that bad. Any coach can look at this roster and be like, well, they have some talent. They just don't have the offensive line.
They don't have the offensive line. They don't have the depth. Coaching
don't have depth.
The coaching is not that great.
And our coaching is not that great.
No, and injuries play a part too. But this, what we said last night, this team is not deep enough. So when they lose some key players, they can't replace them, and it hurts this team big time. That's the problem.
That's it. You know, when you get owners involved and they think that they're, I mean,
our owner really thinks he's hot stuff.
Man, listen,
really he knows what he's doing. Like,
do you really think after watching all the teams Jerry Jones has put together the last 24 years that he really went out on a limb this year? I think somebody inside that organization played a big part in getting the Cowboys together as to the type of team they wanted to run to get Jerry another trophy.
I think Jerry Jones backed off and Stephen Jones took over.
I think Jerry Jones did back off too a little bit too, Jeffrey, because if you look at his past 24 years, I mean, he would make moves and it would just scratch your head. I mean, even Bill Parcells says, I don't want Terrell Owens. Who wound up on the team? Terrell Owens. Where did Bill Parcells go? See ya. You know, you're not going to give me control.
And to speak
I'm
on
gone.
That, and to speak on that, then Case Keenum later on went to the Vikings and actually went to the NFC Championship game with the Vikings?
Yes, I think it was in Philadelphia.
The Vikings, yeah.
And I'm
he
sorry,
but he went on to have a pretty good year with the Minnesota Vikings. Case Keenum did.
Who would you rather have right now, Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney, or Kenny Britt and Tavon Austin? Just going on that. Who was their running back? Was it Gurley?
Yeah, it was
Gurley.
All right, and Gurley was healthy at that time.
Yeah, he was balling.
And the same thing that happened to Gurley looks like the same thing has happened to Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
Yep.
Kenny Britt. Same thing happened with Kenny Galladay. Couldn't stay healthy. Tavon Austin. He was the same type player
as
Tony is. I think Tony is just a little bit better, and hopefully he can stay healthy, unlike Tavon Austin did. Really, they're very similar.
Yeah. And the offensive lines are both bad.
Yeah,
And the coaching is horrible. It is.
Those two teams are very similar because I promise you, Fisher is a worse coach than Joe Judge. I'm telling you. Fisher was terrible.
He was bad. Look what happened when he left and then McVay came in the next year. Look what it did for Jared Goff. He turned Jared Goff into a decent quarterback at that time. No, I do. I think there are some parallels. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I think there are some parallels. But I think this Giants team is a little bit more talented than that Rams team was.
Authentic. Do you feel that we're in a position to get rid of first-round picks and build this team right now? If you're still in the chat, let me know if you feel that we are able to give up first-round picks as an organization right now and build this team into a contender like the Rams did.
No.
Because I believe our offensive line is way worse than the Rams' offensive line during that time.
Way worse.
And while Pat's waiting for that, New York Giants 577. You're absolutely right that Jerry Jones did an excellent job of drafting O-linemen, whereas we did a piss poor job of drafting offensive linemen. We wound up with Weston Richburg, Justin Pugh, Eric Flowers. Okay, those guys should be on this team still.
Yeah, they had
all right, but because we would not move them into guard where we knew they could play, we let them walk because they couldn't play the positions we wanted them to. And that again goes back to all the fiasco that's still going on today.
Yeah.
What's going on? Big play Slade, what's going on? Yo, what's good? What's good?
No, it's true. You need a balance of draft picks.
Authentic says you can with the right youth. It's all about balance of getting the guys you want and bringing in the young, proven talent.
That's how you win. Yeah. That's how you win.
We had Todd Gurley, Kenny Brick, and Tavanoff.
Gurley was good. Really,
similar.
Really good.
And what's good brings up a good point too, because Jerry Jones wanted to draft Johnny Manziel.
You said Jerry Jones wanted to draft Johnny Manziel?
Yes, he did. I remember that coming out.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
That was a Zach. That was the Zach Martin pick. But what's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Yeah, he was. I think he wanted Ramsey too.
Well,
he wanted Johnny Manziel, but his son said you have to go with the smarter option and take Zach Martin.
Yep.
Well, I think we really well. I think we did get a better scouting department because look at our last two drafts. We hit on Thomas. We hit on
Tony
Azeez Ojulari. We hit on Kadarius Toney. We've hit on these last couple of drafts. We've hit on some players.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better than what it was under Sherman.
It wasn't even that bad.
It's looking a lot better than what it was when Sherman was combined together with Gettleman.
We're not bringing in ex-Cardinals. Trying to recreate a defense that was good 15 years ago.
I said the scouting department was terrible about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
that's what really got me get ready to take this test to become an actual scout because man, I know if they're doing a job like that, it's easy to do that.
So what? Xavier Kenny was a bust.
He's still scouting.
I mean,
he says we only hit our first round and Azeez, who was projected for the first. Okay, so
McKinney was projected for the
Xavier
first.
McKinney's playing pretty decent. I still think Julian Love could be a part of this team.
Julian Love's a good pick to me.
McKinney was projected for the first, though.
And then we really have to see what these picks can do later on because they're really still developing. So you really can't tell if they're bust or not.
That's the key. We have to see these guys in a year or two and see where they are at that time before we can really say they're true 100%.
Yeah, because
hits.
I mean, if you look from the first half of the year till now, I mean, oh God, what's his name? Number 30, the inside corner.
Darnay Holmes.
Aaron Robinson. Or are you talking about Darnay Holmes?
Aaron Robinson.
Darnay Holmes.
Yeah, Darnay Holmes.
What? His plays improved a little bit.
And he had a damn good rookie year.
I mean, he fell off the first half of this year, but the whole defense fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't even get that much snaps.
No, I think we tried to get cute with the
And,
defense.
and now,
earlier
you know,
this
Carter
season as well.
Coughlin, we felt could have been a great edge rusher, but the Giants are turning him into an inside linebacker.
That's where I
Carter
think we could be
Coughlin. Oh
key.
yeah.
These
Yeah.
mid-round picks
What
that
was good says
I
part
still
of
don't
the
know
issue
why.
has been positional value. We prioritize tight end receivers, running backs in the early rounds, not linemen and pass rushers.
that's
That's
true.
happened.
That's
But
true.
he says Ellerson Smith, Gary Brightwell, Matt Pert, Darnay Holmes, TJ Brunson, Carter Coughlin, Tate Crowder. Okay, Tate Crowder is our starting middle linebacker. Carter Coughlin got hurt.
Right
TJ
now.
Brunson, yes. But he was a 6th round pick, so
Yeah.
it don't matter about him. Darnay Holmes is contributing. Matt Pert's playing left tackle for us right now. Gary Brightwell,
Right now.
you can't say anything about him yet because they don't use him. And Ellerson Smith hasn't
Don't
been
use
able to play yet. Rodarius Williams was part of the rotation before he got hurt. Chris Williamson was a 6th round pick. Who cares? Cam Brown is actually
He's
leading on
special
special
Brown,
teams,
special
and when he
teams.
gets in the game, he plays damn hard.
These guys are
Same-
good depth. Yeah, these
Shane
guys are
Lemieux
good
was a
depth.
starting left guard during his
Same.
rookie year until he got hurt this
And
year.
that's
or
what I
he would've
want
been
out of my
starting
late
left guard
round
this
picks.
year again.
That's what I want on my late round picks is good depth. Backups,
Right.
man. I mean, that's what they're there
We
for.
can't expect late round picks to be superstars. It happens
Right.
every once in a while, but every pick that you pick is not going to be a superstar.
And some of these guys had to play a little sooner because of the fact we had injuries or underperforming players in front of them. So they've had
Because
to
we didn't
accelerate
have
their
veteran
development.
depth.
That doesn't happen often. Authentic. You had like there's 6th round picks every year that turn out to be somebody like a Tom Brady. And everything.
Yeah, it don't happen.
It doesn't
often.
happen that way.
Like, that's rare.
Most of your 6th to 7th round
rare.
picks, if they do make the team, are usually
Man.
for depth pieces.
You can say I'm being generous. I'm just looking at the future. I'm not looking at right now. Right now sucks. I'm just looking at what this team needs for the future. Because, like I said, next year we're an 8-8 team if we're lucky, and it doesn't matter if we fire the GM, the judge, and everybody else in between outside of Mara. We're an 8-8 football team next year. You know, like it or not. Even if we get our offensive line, we have nothing special. And not only that, Garrett's going to be gone, so now we're going to be learning the new offense. If we have a new head coach, the defense and the offense is going to be learning new. You know, and we're going to have 5 new starting offensive linemen that have never played it down together. So if we're 8-8, we're going to be damn lucky next year. You know, that's realism right there. I'm not pulling the bullshit that got pulled over my eyes this spring. It ain't going to happen.
And Kittle and Kelsey are good examples of. I think Kittle was a 3rd round pick, and Kelsey was like a 4th or 3rd. But like I said, it doesn't happen like that. And this is very good too. He says, I know he meant Dak. He says
Right.
Dak Prescott is the closest thing we've had to Tom Brady from that standpoint. It's rare, and that's true. He says Bradbury, Leo, and Kenny Galladay make 35% of our cap. Yeah, that's true. But I've been showing guys all this season that we could get up to about $40 million in cap room if we wanted to. Because
That's right.
the way Dave Gettleman made those contracts, he can get out of them in the 3rd year. Same thing with Leo Kenny and Kenny Galladay. After next year, he can get out those contracts because that's the way he set it up.
Yep.
So he was pretty smart and said, no, I could see if we gave him 5-year deals and all of it was backloaded, then yeah, we'll be in cap hell, as you say. Are we good in the cap? No, we're not good, but we're not in cap hell. We can maneuver some things to get some people signed if we wanted to sign some people. We can do that.
Yeah. You can restructure some contracts. You can also cut some guys. And you can
we cut Bradbury. That's like $12 million. Get rid of Solder. That's $14 million. Get rid of Martinez. That's $9 million. Get rid of the damn punter. That's $3.5 million right there.
I don't care. I don't care about what Online Big Blue says about the cap. I know exactly what they can do.
Right.
He's just looking at cap figures and say, "Wow, he's due $30 million this year." It doesn't matter. I could bring it up for you right now. They could get out of those.
I think
we're not screwed with the cap. The way you set it up, you can get out of the contracts
without a cap hell. We're not.
Can I answer that next question from Authentic?
Which one?
The next one. Okay, y'all want a kind of clean house? No, I don't want a kind of clean house. I want a clean house. Mm-hmm. I want Hernandez gone. I want Evan Ingram gone. I want Nate Solder gone. I want Martinez. I do want gone. Bradbury, I do want gone. I do want a lot of these guys gone. You know, the list goes on and on. There's probably 9 or 10 guys that I don't want on the team no more. They're not producing. Let's put O'Shane Zimenez in there. Let's put Lorenzo Carter in there. But then again, that's going to kill us because we're not giving guys our second draft. But you know what? We got guys that are outplaying these guys on the team right now. Those are our future stars and our future starters. Now we got to get some depth and we got to figure out where we're going to go as a team. We need an offensive line is the first thing. I don't want Sakura back. I don't want Billy Price back. You know, even
see Nate Soder as again.
Exactly.
Bredesen can go. Parrott, I think, is.
I want to see the young rookies come out and play. I want to see the rookie running back we have. I want to know what we have in him. You know what? This team is just horseshit because we have way too much talent for the record that we have now.
That's what he means, guys. That's what he means. He's not talking about get rid of all the main players. He's talking about the people that deserve to go. He's not talking about getting.
They're not producing.
We're a very top-heavy team.
Produce at all.
We're a very top-heavy team with very little in the middle and towards the bottom.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of in favor of just wiping everything, man.
That's a good start, isn't it?
Just wiping because I'm tired of us always for years. We always try to patch stuff up and try to patch it up instead of just fully just rebuilding. Like, man,
yes, New York Giants 577. We still had the cap hit, but Nate Solder's only a $4 million cap hit, and we saved 14. Martinez is like a $3 million cap hit, but we saved $9 million. Bradbury is a $3 million cap hit, but we're saving 12.
But Joel,
let me go over what he's talking about. Online Blue is going to harp on people like Leonard Williams, who has a $34 million dead cap hit. He's carrying a $26 million cap hit. We weren't thinking about getting rid of Leo, period, so that really doesn't matter. James Bradbury, after this year, you can still save about $10 million on James Bradbury if you just restructure his contract next year and give him an extension, give him another 3-year extension. If you don't want him back, guess what? You can cut him and you can save $12 million because he only has $9 million on the dead cap, and his cap hit is $21 million. So if you cut him, subtract $9 million from 21, that's $12 million. You can save by cutting him. Galladay, you weren't thinking about getting rid of Galladay next year anyway. So even after next year, you could cut him and save $8 million in 2023 if you wanted to. He made those contracts like that on purpose. Same thing with Nate Solder. That was brilliant. His cap hit for next year is $18 million, but guess what? There's only $4 million against the cap, dead cap. So you actually save $14 million getting rid of the worst right tackle in the league next year. Adoree Jackson, you want to blame him for that contract? Go ahead. Okay, we can't cut him. We lose $3 million if we cut him next year. Cool. Martinez, love the guy. But coming off of ACL, I could get me another middle linebacker. I think McKinney is filling in just nice with Martinez out. You can cut him and you save $8.5 million right there, almost $9 million. Sterling Shepard, even though they restructured him, he's hurt again. You want to cut him next year? You save $4.5 million if you cut him. Logan Ryan, you're not going to cut him, but if you did, you would save close to $1 million. Andrew Thomas, you know you're not cutting him. Daniel Jones, you know you're not cutting him. Kyle Rudolph, everybody hates that contract. Guess what? Dave Gettleman made it to where you can save $5 million next year if you cut him. You cut him. Saquon Barkley, you're not going to touch him. Graham Gano, you're not going to touch him. Dexter Lawrence, not touching him. Riley Dixon is making $3.375 million next year.
For a damn punter. Are you?
And he only has $125,000 dead cap. Guess what? You can save $3.2 million by cutting him next year. Yeah. You're going to do that. Nick Gates, if he is not able to return, guess what? He only has a $500,000 dead cap hit. You can save $2.5 million. And it goes on. Booker, you can save $2 million by cutting him next year. You're going to cut these people. O'Shane Zimenez, you save $1 million by cutting him next year. He's not going to be here. Slayton, you could save $1 million if you wanted to cut him. I don't think so. I think you keep him. Shane Lemieux, he's gonna be here. I mean, it's plenty of people on this team. Look, this Derek Dillon guy, he's making $900,000 next year, but only carries a $5,000 dead cap hit. That's $895,000 right there. That's almost $1 million. Bredesen, no dead cap. Colin Johnson, no dead cap. Both at $895,000. That's 1.7 million right there. As you say, with those two guys right there, if you cut them. You see what I'm saying? So he did smart by the cap. That's why I don't really listen to guys like Online Big Blue, because they only look at the surface. They don't really go into it.
Kudos to
They
Gettleman.
don't go into the deck.
Yeah, they don't really go into it and really show you what the hell is going on. That guy made some good moves when it comes to those contracts.
Kudos to Gettleman.
And the thing is, New York Giants, we've been screaming about that since week 3. Why the hell is Solder starting right tackle when Pert should be? Because I'm sorry, Pert might not be that great, but he's got to be better than Nate Solder. I'm sorry.
That's
I feel like everybody.
All those people that say that you cut can be filled with the 10 draft picks that we have.
Not only that, free agency.
Yeah,
we've got to get some experience, depth at line. You know, we can get some guys with $60 million. We're not going to get the top tier guys. But you know what? That's what we're doing right now with the younger guys. Get them experience. Know what you have. Let them play the rest of this season. Start bringing up some guys from the practice squad. Give them some game time. You know, we're relying on Pert and we're relying on these other ex-first round picks. I don't want to wait and see. I want to see what Brightwell can do. Do we need a running back? We're probably going to need a tight end next year in the draft. We have 10 of picks. You know, that's going to be some players. And Authentic was right earlier when he says this year we need to nail the middle round parts of the draft and get good players at the later rounds. And all they have to be is average, man. If they're a top 15, top 20 player, they're going to be damn good.
I don't have faith that Gettleman will be able to do it. So,
what do you not like about his draft last year?
The fact that we didn't get any offensive linemen.
Okay, who are you giving up last year?
Who am I giving up last year?
Yeah.
All right, so how I looked at the draft last year, round 1.
You're giving up Tony?
No, I'm saying round 1, I still would have went receiver. Like I said, round 2, I knew there was going to be an edge there that Joe Judge and Patrick Graham fell in love with. Round 3, I don't know what Aaron Robinson has, but I don't draft Aaron Robinson round 3.
Well, Matt Pert was
a key special teams player, so he's not just. I
said that I wanted to draft because the interior offensive line class last year was kind of deep. Now I got to look at to see who was still.
Yeah, how
you doing, Miz?
But Ash,
doesn't he look like? Oh, what's up?
Shane Lemieux was a 5th round pick. Matt Pert was a 3rd round pick. Okay, and you don't like either of them.
I never said I didn't like Matt Pert. I never said I didn't like Matt Pert.
But you know what? Is he playing up to par? Is he playing like a starter should?
Hold on. Let me correct. I feel like you got me wrong here. My initial statement going into the draft, it like when people were arguing that we should have drafted offensive lineman in round 1, I said that these guys, I felt like I had faith in them that they would perform up to par. But the question wasn't the offensive tackle because we all knew Matt Pert. Well, at least we thought Matt Pert was going to start. The question was the interior offensive lineman, like the guard position, or getting a center.
Okay. Well,
so in round 3, I would have drafted a center or an interior guard. My eyes were set on Wyatt Davis. I don't know if he was available around 3, and Creed Humphrey. Those are my 2 guys that I felt like we should have went.
Okay, I get it. All right, but Nick Gates was our center. Okay, we were looking at Shane Lemieux as the left guard. Will Hernandez was the right guard.
But look,
and we all wanted Pert at right tackle, right?
I was one of the supporters of moving Nick Gates to the guard position, and having an actual center.
Well,
look,
see,
look
because
how
whenever
good that was for us.
you
when we moved
remember
Gates
when
to
I said
guard.
He
move
was good
Gates
as
to
right.
guard,
That
I
was
got
banged up.
killed.
I didn't kill you.
No, but do you remember I got killed?
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the dudes on your side.
Right. And when
when-
Gates went to guard,
Yeah, we actually
them
performed
first series,
good.
okay.
That's why I wanted to
Unfortunate
draft the
injuries.
center.
Unfortunate injuries took away our starting line.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of people go to that draft pick of Robinson as the reason why they were that mad because they figured that would be around the time we get an offensive lineman, and instead we picked another cornerback.
And I was, I wasn't a big believer in drafting like Slater in the first round. But I said, as soon as we get to the third round, later rounds, we need to expend at least 2 picks on interior offensive linemen. That was my standpoint.
And I really want to know what happened with the offensive line thing, though. They really thought they had their starting offensive line with Thomas, Nick Gates, Lemieux, Hernandez, and Pert. They really thought they had their offensive line.
That was supposed to be our start.
And then they brought in those 2 veterans. Remember the veterans that we brought in?
Yeah.
And then they retired. That was supposed to be our depth
Looney and
right
Fulton,
there.
That was
That
Looney.
was supposed to be our depth right there. Looney and Fulton.
Yep.
And then they retired, and then 3 of our offensive linemen got hurt. So that's why we're in the situation that we're in now. They actually had a plan, but it blew up in their face, to be honest with you. If those 2 offensive linemen that we signed in the offseason didn't retire, I think this line would be a whole lot better than what it is right now.
Yeah.
Because Fulton and Looney are well, I'm not going to say they're Hall of Famers or Pro Bowlers, but they're way more serviceable than the people we got right now, and Billy Price and Matt Skura and Brett.
They're better depth.
Let's be real.
No, they are. They're better depth than the other guys.
They had a plan. They had a plan to go. They had a plan to go with the young line. People got hurt. People retired. And that's why you seen we had to get people like Billy Price and people like that in here because we didn't have a backup plan to the backup plan, if you want to say it like that. He says every Gellerman 3rd plus 4th round pick. They've been
BJ Hill too.
Carter, Shane Zimenez, Matt Pert, Darnay Holmes, Junior Love, Kyle Lauletta.
Well,
come on, Kyle Lauletta, come on, bro. Like
Lorenzo Carter,
we already knew
Zimenez. I'll give it to you.
Those were Shermer picks.
Right.
Those were
Lorenzo
Shermer
Carter
picks.
and Shane Zimenez were here when Sherman was here. But Matt Pert, jury's still out. Darnay Holmes, jury's still out. Julian Love looks good when we actually play him.
Yep.
And Lorenzo Carter, you can't fault him for being injured all the damn time. And on Shane Zimenez, that was a bad pick.
I'll give you that one.
Carter's a bad pick as well. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Kyle Lauletta, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, we already knew. Yeah, we already knew who we already knew he was when.
And BJ Hill, you see what he's doing when he gets the chance.
BJ Hill was a solid. He was a solid depth player for us when he actually played a little bit. Not a star, but he was solid.
He was a damn good player.
That's not Gettleman's fault, man. Again, keep blaming Gettleman. It's not Gettleman's fault.
I mean, I just don't see how
I just don't see how they keep him. I mean, the end of the day, this is a business, and the only thing that matters is like at the end of the year when the people in the organization come together, they're gonna talk about the results. And this dude's been here since 2018, and we've been arguably the worst team in the NFC since 2018.
Well, RJ McIntosh was a 5th round pick.
Yes, he
was. He a 5th round pick?
Yes, he was.
So you really gonna make 5th round picks a fireable offense? How many 5th round picks pan out like that?
Not a lot.
Picks for a reason. I'll judge my GM on 1st, 2nd, 3rd, maybe 4th round picks. You got to hit on most of those if you're a GM, but come on, 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. We got to hit on those top 3 rounds. You said what?
You need to hit those top 3 rounds and then sometimes find those gems in the mid rounds.
Yeah.
Yo, every player that comes in the league is a football player, man. Not every player is going to be a star or elite player, man. It's up to the organization to develop players, and we have done a bad job of that the last 5 years, 6 years.
We want to destroy him for picks like RJ McIntosh, but don't give him any credit for picks like Cam Brown, who was a 7th round pick and is actually a pinnacle to this team on special teams. He's a good player and he's not going anywhere. He has
Art
Mr.
Conklin, he's
Irrelevant
solid
out
player,
there
too.
playing.
You're gonna
And
have to
people,
like
you
this
can talk as bad
organization
as you
too.
want about Tate Crowder, but he's actually doing a half decent job when he's in the game, and he was Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the draft.
Right.
People were all over being Slayton and being the number one receiver just a couple of years ago, and he was a 5th round pick.
Yep.
That was Dave Gettleman.
Yeah, some of these guys were pretty good value for where we picked them. Not great players,
damn
but they're
good value.
solid.
BJ Hill, damn
They're
good
solid
value.
players for their roles.
Right.
And the problem is we've had to play them a lot more than they really should be. They should better be pretty good depth players.
We brought it up earlier. Has Mara been making decisions that we don't know about?
Yeah, he's definitely.
And then his first round picks, Daniel Jones, Dexter Lawrence,
Saquon Barkley, Darius
DeAndre Baker,
Kadarius Toney,
Hey, JDW.
Not for none. People kill this guy for getting Leo Williams in the trade, but how does that? That looks damn good.
That was a great move. That was a great move.
Trade. Yeah, that Leo trade.
How's the Odell Beckham trade looking right now today? Tell me.
No team won that trade. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, how's Odell? How's that looking,
Everybody
man? There's no team in the league that wanted him 2 days ago.
No team.
No team won
No
that
team
trade.
wanted them in any type of trade a couple of days
Nah, you're
ago.
wrong. The Giants did win that trade, man. Number one,
Giants
money-wise.
didn't win that
Number
trade.
two, Odell Beckham's been nothing but a bum since the day he left New York. Let's get real now. I don't care how much you love the guy. He's been a bust for 3 years.
He hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Oh, no, he hasn't. He's been great.
No, he hasn't.
Odell's prime was only a 3-year
I've just
window.
seen this dude burning
Stop
opposing
with the personal
defenses,
love for the guy.
and Baker
Stop.
Mayfield is
you did
hitting
it now,
him on the
Miz.
helmet. I've
You did it now,
seen this dude getting wide open down the field, and Baker Mayfield hit him on the back of the helmet.
JDW, what's going
Oh,
on?
so Baker Mayfield.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You put Odell on the ramp. You put Odell with a good quarterback. You can't tell me this dude doesn't wreck defenses right now. Really, the Giants.
What Odell are you watching?
At the time the Giants traded Odell was a horrible time. How you going to trade a top 5 receiver in the league before you draft a quarterback? Could you imagine what this offense would look like, especially in Pat Shermer's second year with Odell, Daniel Jones, and Saquon?
Yes,
People don't realize.
but you forget something.
Hold on, this
how much
comment right here.
Odell.
This comment right here. I'm gonna tell you this, Authentic. He says in the NFL right now there are 663 second through 4th rounders in the league, and only 263 first. You do know 3 rounds. That's triple the amount of people that can be in the league than a first rounder.
Yeah, so
You see what I'm saying?
263
So
times 3.
That really doesn't say anything.
That'd be 600, 7, 6, 12, 18, 780 something. If you tripled the first round numbers, like you tripled second through 4.
Yeah, it's triple the amount of people that can still have a job than one first rounder. So that's
the whole
that
Odell
doesn't really
situation.
mean
You're going to have those people that will defend Odell to the day's end, and then you're going to have those people that
And
just
then
don't like Odell.
Hold on.
These
Let
are
me
people-
answer authentic. The reason why Gettleman paid Odell Beckham, right, is because John Mara was getting so much money. Odell was bringing in so much money, so much business in this area that Mara never tasted something like that. And the guy was a superstar. He had the Giants playing on national TV when they didn't belong there 5 times a year. That's all great stuff. That signing, Gettleman wanted to get rid of Odell the day he got here. Mara tried to keep him and wanted to pay him. They tried to go the right way with him. Then he went to Europe, had a stupid video with a girl. I don't care about that stuff. Then he went on ESPN with Lil Wayne and abused Eli. Come on, there was too many things going on against the organization. It was time to say goodbye to the guy.
And if you know Dave Gettleman, you know Dave Gettleman doesn't pay receivers like that.
What I had
Dave
heard
Gettleman
about
has never
Odell,
paid a receiver like that until
what I had heard about Odell is Shermer wanted him gone. There was a report out there about that.
Yeah, you're right. Shermer was the guy that really wanted
Shermer was the guy that it wasn't Gettleman, it wasn't Mara, it was Shermer, according to that report. So for everybody wanting to jump on Gettleman for that trade, that was forced upon him. And you know, the Giants, we have a tradition. I mean, look, I think that just some of the antics caught up with him, and just John Mara being old school. didn't know how to handle that with the media and everything coming at him with your star wide receivers proposing to the kicking net and you know, and then Odell did the worst thing he possibly could. He called out Eli. That's John Mara's golden boy. I mean, we
That's
saw
probably
what
the
he
only
tried
guy
to
he
do for
loved more
Eli.
than OBJ.
Yeah,
was Eli.
and I'm sorry, you don't mess with the president's daughter.
Look what
If
happened to
you want a
McAdoo and
job
Reese.
tomorrow, you don't do it, and that's what happened.
Yeah, look what happened to McAdoo and Reese. They benched him, and
I-
later that
Yeah.
season they were gone.
Yeah,
So-
Yeah, and I believe this comment was towards what Ash was going with OBJ. He says Josh Gordon has 16 plus 100 yards with the carousel of bums at QV. That is true. Was good, but if you look at the film though, I think Baker Mayfield has a little something towards Odell Beckham. I don't know what's really
Not
was
just a
going on.
little.
Yeah,
Not
like
just a little.
it was a lot of things. That kid was wide open a whole lot, and Baker
But wasn't
was
they in
a
love with
whole
each other
lot
2 years ago?
aggressive.
I don't understand. They were in love with each other.
I
when
don't
he got there.
understand what happened. I don't.
Everybody knew Odell wasn't gonna be the same when he went to Cleveland. Everybody knew that.
I still think the guy's good. I still think the guy
I still think he's a good
good.
talent. I think he's still a
You
talented
put
receiver.
Odell in Green Bay, it's raps. It's raps.
I believe it is too.
Him and
put Odell in Green
Devontae
Bay.
Adams will
You
be
put
great.
Odell.
You're
You
talking
give
about Aaron
Odell
Rodgers,
to
bro.
You give Odell to Sean McVay, it's raps. It is raps. Like it's raps.
that or Buffalo.
I'm
I've
not one
never
of
seen
Ash.
something
What,
like
what
that.
kind? What kind of raps is it? What kind of raps? Because to me, he's not the number one he was when he was with Eli. Man, he's not.
If he's not, he's everybody knows he's not the same.
Yeah, I mean,
that he
You put
was
him
when
in,
Eli
you put
was
him in
here.
Green Bay, where he could be a solid number 2 to
Man,
Devontae Adams
if
to
he
get
goes
there.
to
But they
Green
have other
Bay,
coverage
He
open for
goes
him.
to Green Bay. He goes to
Buffalo.
He'd be
Buffalo.
dominating
I'll
on that
give you
team.
something better.
Raiders.
If he go to New Orleans, it's raps
Yeah.
too.
Even the Saints, he'll
No.
be good. Yeah, I'm
They
not
don't have
saying
a
he's not going to
quarterback,
be good.
Ash.
No,
They don't
not
have a
with
quarterback.
Jameis.
All Jameis got to do is fix his turnovers. That's all he got to do.
Oh, he's got
Listen, you're
Trevor
gonna take
Siemian
you're gonna
now.
take
Jameis
Jameis
is
to
Trevor
fix his
Siemian.
turnovers.
They got
You've heard
Trevor.
that for 5 years.
They got
Trevor
Trevor
Siemian.
Siemian over there right
Trevor
now.
Siemian, come on.
Where with the same? Well, I mean,
Yeah, Jameis
of course,
is done.
Jameis is. I mean, yeah, of course, you know what I mean, though.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But I get
think
where
if
you're
he's-
coming from, though, Ash. But I'm not one of those fans, Giants fans, that still has this fascination for OBJ.
Yeah, no.
The kid is good. I know what happened over there in Cleveland.
We all
I
loved
know-
OBJ. We all
I
did.
know that guy can still play with the best of them right now. He can still play with it. You can see it.
Mhm.
But my thing is not about OB. Like I know Odell is not coming back for anybody that wants her back or anything. And I really kind of like. Some of me doesn't even want him back, to be honest. My problem is just with like people that like we got to a whole thing on Twitter on this. People, they just have their own hatred for the dude and just come at this dude like he's like what did Odell do to y'all?
He went after Eli.
For
That's
people,
why.
but for you to call him a lunatic,
after Mara's golden boy.
like I don't know.
Yeah.
I say
No,
this: you reap what
I
you
still
sow.
like Odell, but
I still like him too. But
I do
you
as
reap
well,
what
yeah.
you sow. He wanted to be in the spotlight like that. Everybody knows he created that spotlight for himself with the antics and all that. He created a whole following for himself. And you
In
got to
terms-
know people are waiting for you to fail.
And in
That
terms
comes
of the
with
Browns,
territory.
the Browns, I
That
think,
comes with
became more of a
territory.
running team. I think the Browns became more of a running team once they got Hunt and Chubb in there, and I think they changed up their offense from what they were before, including like a good amount. The offensive line being more of a run blocking team than pass blocking. So I think it became more of a run first team, and then you get it to your receivers. So maybe that's why Odell wasn't as targeted.
No, I haven't.
his
What
dad-
video? I don't know what he's talking about. I'll be honest.
His dad put out a video of Baker Mayfield missing Odell Beckham over
yeah.
the years in Cleveland.
Oh, I heard about it. I didn't
Yeah,
get to
I've
see
seen
it,
it.
but I
Yeah,
heard
it
it on
is
the
bad.
radio. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it is.
but
bad.
I feel like
I know because
like you
Odell
said-
wanted out of there, man.
Yeah,
Odell
what
wanted
happened
to
to
be
once a
traded that
giant,
day.
always a giant?
I don't know, authentic.
Well, I think
feel
that
like
that
it was
video
a-
was,
authentic.
Odell,
Yo,
Odell
okay.
Odell definitely had his father put that out there. He wanted out of Cleveland. He wanted to be traded that day. We know that.
I feel like it was a bunch of like, I don't know. It was a factor with Odell, taking too much of the fame. It was a factor with the Giants losing. It was just a bad mix.
Well, it's been a great topic here, Pat, but we've been an hour 30. I'd love to see this video. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Yeah. Okay.
We can go back to this. I will stay here for another hour and discuss all this. Man, the chat's great. You viewers are great. We love the questions, and I love the passion from the panel and the viewers. I'm not going to lie. This has been a great stream, Pat. Thanks for letting me come on.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. All you got to do is bring up Odell Beckham Jr. You're going to have like a 4-hour conversation.
But I want to see what Pat's been talking about here.
Yeah. All right, hold on. So this is the film I've been doing today. Just want to show you guys a couple of things. I think Authentic wants to get rid of Daniel Jones, and I can't blame him in some aspects, but we still don't know who the kid is because we don't give him any help. But these are a couple of plays I pulled up. I got like 4 other films I could do too, but we'll start with this one.
Okay.
All right. As you know, I think this is the play everybody's seen the other day.
I love Daniel Jones' skill set.
So, as you can see, the ball is high. Look at Billy Price right there. We have the worst center in the league. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody's talking. There's nothing you can do when your center is getting beat this bad.
Oh my God!
Look
right
at that.
right to the inside.
Like, let me slow it down just a tad bit for you.
That should be his strong side.
Look how fast. Yeah, that is his strong side. That's his strong side. Look how fast he gets beat. Height gone. That is ridiculous. What is anybody's? What play calls can you do when somebody's getting beat that bad that fast?
Nothing. Yeah. You can't do anything.
And look at what's the dude Soder's supposed to be covering. What's he doing?
He's doing what he's supposed to do. You leave this guy open because it's an RPO.
Yeah.
Do they
he
chip
has
off
to read the quarterback. The quarterback read what he's going to do. If he comes down, he keeps the ball. If he stays out there, he hands it off to Booker. But guess what? This guy could do whatever the hell he wants now because look, soon as Booker touches the ball, he's right there waiting on him.
I can't remember how many times Billy Price has blown a block up the middle that has killed a big play for us. He's done at least 3 or 4 times. He's as bad as Solder. He's horrendous.
What is Booker supposed to do right there? What is anybody supposed to do right there?
You can't do anything about that.
One man caused that whole play to be blown up immediately. Okay, I think this is second and goal from the 4.
It's just
I want you to look at the routes that are being ran and why he can't do anything.
Yeah, Shepard, what are you doing?
Like, look at the play calling that happens. First, we got 3 receivers against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defenders. We got 3 receivers. We didn't even put the running back out. So you got 3 receivers against 7 defenders. How you gonna win that? Look at that. 1, 2, 3 on 2. He's by himself. That's the only place you can really go to try to throw a fade. Yeah. But they tell Daniel Jones to work this. How you gonna work this? You got 3 people on 2,
make it
and
happen.
2 more people waiting for you if you go in the middle of the field. Where are you supposed to go anywhere down here?
Come on now.
Where are you supposed to go?
And you're throwing a fade to a 5'10" receiver who's covered. That should be something for Colin Johnson.
And then you don't even run the fade to this guy. So is this on Daniel Jones?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Is this on Daniel Jones not recognizing the coverage? Or is this on Jason Garrett saying, hey, look, find whoever it is down right here and throw it to him regardless? If so, that's still on Daniel Jones because you have to be a better quarterback than that and say screw it sometimes.
That's what I was about to say. You gotta go through your progressions, but
I hate just big picture, not defending anybody. I admit it was a bad play. But if you don't do what your coach tells you to do, you're not playing for long.
And
So
that's true
if this was
But
a Garrett call to look, we're going to run a rub route down here, okay?
I don't think
Because
that's
we've already
true.
heard Garrett say
Sleeping.
guys aren't running the right routes. Were they running the correct routes for the play call? You know,
And then look how the routes are ran.
but I do agree Daniel should have went to the left with that ball, knowing that was tied up. But if
Yeah,
you
it was
don't
tight
if you don't
coverage
do
on
what the
that.
coach wants you to do, or you're audible into the wrong place, you're not going to play for long. So
I don't know, because I don't think Jason Garrett doesn't have full control though. Like, to me, if I'm Daniel Jones, I need to scan the whole field.
Well,
I see who's on the left side on that island? Who's on the left side?
That's Colin Johnson, 6'6".
Johnson.
So for me, if I'm a quarterback though, and again, I don't play in the NFL. I'm not a franchise quarterback or NFL quarterback. But if I see Colin Johnson on the island on the left side of the field, I'm just gonna take that shot there.
yeah, but Colin Johnson
Sometimes you
doesn't
gotta
even
do that.
turn around. Play that again, Pat. He doesn't even turn
Yeah,
around.
he turned around right there.
Right there.
I mean, but still, like, good quarterbacks in this league, and even like elite quarterbacks in this league, you know, they all, well, not audible in this situation, but they go through the progressions themselves. I get what you're saying, but I don't think that Daniel Jones should have to follow what Jason Garrett, tells him. Like, if you see that, you gotta think to yourself and be like,
So
I got
base, so
something receiver.
base how they're lined up right here.
Okay.
Do you think
gotta
they
see
know what's
that
coming?
pre-snap.
That's
Based-
called a
based
single
on-
high safety. Okay.
Exactly. So
Single high
who
safety.
runs a single high safety like this in the red zone like this, knowing that there's a 6'6" receiver right here?
Exactly. You gotta
against the
take that
DB
shot.
right here.
But
So-
how many times has DJ thrown that ball and it got intercepted?
None. How
Never.
many times has he thrown a fade in the end zone? They got picked off?
He's
I don't
tried it
remember
before and
I
it's
don't
failed.
remember.
It got incomplete, but still, like, you
He's-
still gotta.
So look, the way they lined up, this safety right here is going nowhere near this side of the field. Nowhere near this side. He can't make it.
He
And
just
then
threw it to the guy he
another
trusted the most.
thing- And then
and
another
told him to
thing,
play.
you see this linebacker right here. Why are you not running this running back out here to give him another option?
That's-
just in case this
I don't know.
linebacker
That's another
don't
good
know.
point.
Yeah, that's a good point, Pat.
You
see
know,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
because that should have been his check down as the running back running into the flat on a wheel route.
And if
You
this
gotta
guy's
see-
blitzing, that means this guy's got to cover him. I'm taking
Right.
my running back every time on a fade.
Right.
I'm taking my running back every time for this line. Unless this linebacker is Patrick Willis in his prime, or Devin White, or one of them linebackers from
So-
Tampa Bay, he's not making it over there. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't-
That's a
I'm
touchdown.
giving
That's
it to my
7.
running back right here.
So, there
it's
again,
gonna be Booker versus him to get in that
He
end
might
zone.
have had to run that route, Pat, but he didn't run it. So
Yeah.
DJ's got nowhere. So you know what? DJ lived to play another down, threw the ball away. He knew it wasn't going to get intercepted, throwing to Shepard, third down. Okay.
So let's run the
I'm
play right
sorry.
here again,
I'm
Joe.
sorry.
Let's
run
say
the-
he doesn't.
I'm
He's
sorry.
supposed to run the wheel
Hold on.
route, but he doesn't.
Hold on.
I don't
Hold on.
like that.
Let's run the play again. Let's run the play again. I want you to tell me what Daniel Jones does. I want you. Quarterback knows. If we can tell this is a cover one, you damn sure know that Daniel Jones knows this is a cover one, right?
Right.
Give me that, correct?
Maybe
Yeah.
use your eyes and have the safety go to
so-
one way, and use your eyes and drag the
so
safety to one way, and you can throw
Let's
the
run
other.
the play. We all know that he should have went here. At least gave his 6'6" receiver against this 5'10" at best corner over here.
I have a feeling if that was Kenny Galladay and not Collie Johnson, they would have went that way. But I
I
don't,
don't
think they
care. The
trust.
guy is 6'6".
Yeah, bro.
But
like,
then why was he out there if you're not going to throw him the ball in the end zone for a jump ball? at
That's a
least?
great question.
I don't know.
Let's
That
play-
doesn't make
that's
sense.
why I
Let's play the
don't.
play.
That's why I don't
So-
like it.
And you're throwing it to your
Base-
5'10"
base-
receiver.
Based on your alignment, you see the tight end right here. He's going to be. Is this the tight end, or they got an extra line? I think they got an extra lineman. As a matter of
Yes,
fact,
they
So
do.
You got six linemen here.
Yes.
If I got 6 linemen against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, you know this guy's not coming by his alignment. You know this guy right here, if he is coming, you got 3 against 3.
Right.
You got 3 against 2.
Right.
So you should have a lot of time right here. And you, and especially you actually want this guy to blitz. You hoping these 2 guys right here blitz because I'm got a running back as an outlet every time for my quarterback. I'm sorry.
Right.
I got an outlet.
I'm not gonna lie. That just pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. Like
So listen to how I'm talking right here. I know Jason Garrett can do this. He has to be talking like this even better. Because if you're going against a 7-man front with 6 linemen, you know for sure that this guy is not coming for sure. You know he's not coming. So you got to plan for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 against 3, 3 against 3.
Now I get what you. I'm not saying what you. No, I'm saying like Daniel Jones not making that read, and they like really like made me upset because like you're not winning games like that. Like just following what the offensive coordinator tells you. Like you gotta, especially in the end zone like this, you gotta make plays for yourself. You gotta do stuff for yourself, man.
The crazy part about it is, Ash, on this play, there's 6 offensive linemen, so you know none of these guys are coming off for a pass. So you know you got 6 blockers automatically.
Exactly.
So you make Booker a 7th blocker. So you literally got 7 against 7 if you think this guy's coming, but you know he's not.
Yeah, you gotta let him.
So you picked a play where you got 7 blockers against 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you mean to tell me if you got 7 blockers, you're only going to run 3 receivers against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 3 receivers against 6. That means there's a double team for every last one of your receivers out there. So even if this guy comes, why don't you have this running back going out the backfield to be an option? Because if this guy doesn't come, all this is blocked up. So you got enough time to see if one of these routes could break open. Now you can run around. Now you can try to make something happen. But we don't even give Daniel Jones that option. Actually, Colin Johnson actually wins off the line.
Daniel Jones has his back turned to him the entire way.
Exactly. So
why are you not targeting your 6'6" receiver in the end zone? It's mind-boggling.
So why are you looking at these 2 guys here, knowing that you got 7 people blocking? Why are you looking at these 2 guys here and they in a single high safety?
And you have a one-on-one on the outside.
You know you got the option at the very least to be 1, 2, 3. This guy's covering everything here. This guy's going to stop anything coming right here. He's supposed to stop anything going in this area. He's supposed to stop anything going out outside.
You can't
the rub route that they ran was so terrible. This is not a rub route. That's not a rub route.
That's coaching. I'm sorry. That's coaching.
And
if you're not telling your quarterback, if you got one-on-one coverage in that defense, that's coaching.
But I feel that shouldn't even. If you're in your,
that's coaching and also your quarterback too. You've got to recognize that.
If you're in your 3rd year and I'm coming up to the huddle and I know I have a 6'7" receiver on the outside or 6'6", however tall he's tall. Damn it, he's tall. And I see all that green grass outside, and I know he's running a fade. I'm throwing that ball up 5 times out of 5.
And let me show you something more. So you see Evan Ingram right here? You guys see Evan Ingram right here? Why is this ball not coming out right now? This is where you wanted to go.
That's on Daniel Jones.
It's going to be Evan Ingram against him because this guy's blocked out. The rub route actually worked for a quick second. So why? So that ball should have came out right there. He probably got a hit right here, but that's the only way this would have worked over here because you got it bracketed. And the way this route is ran is terrible. It's terrible.
Sterling Shepard on that play should have been the 3rd option. You could have gone to Colin Johnson or Evan Ingram on that play, and they would have had a
option. It should have been
Colin Johnson, and it could even been Booker as an option as well.
But if he's been doing this for that long, that's coaching because that should have been coached out of him a year ago, 2 years ago. That's coaching. If they're not working with him on that, that's
common sense.
No,
that's on Daniel Jones a little bit too.
Listen, you know what? You can say what you want, common sense. If he's still doing that, then that is something that's coachable. That is something that you sit in the film room after the first year and go, you see this, Daniel? Go to that guy every time.
That's that.
But this
In
dude,
comments.
and listen, but I'm not trying to. I hear what
Joe.
you're saying.
Go ahead, Ash.
Sorry, Pat. I hear what you're saying. But this dude, Daniel Jones, came from Duke. He was coached by the same coach that coached Eli and Peyton.
Peyton Manning.
Like that. I'm sorry, that is inexcusable right there. That's inexcusable. You go up to the huddle, and if you see single coverage, literally the safety is in the middle of the H. Look how many green. Look how much turf is ahead of him.
You throw that ball right here in this area, you got a chance.
You can't tell me Daniel Jones can't make that throw either.
All right.
Can't tell me that.
Go ahead, man.
There's a message from Authentic because he says you can't see the chat. He says that this is a great, great video, fantastic breakdown. Daniel Jones learned all this in high school. He's trying to say.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, thanks, Authentic. This is why I wanted you on, but you got to do your session. I'm gonna be doing one of these every week just to let you know, because I'm tired of it, and I know if I can see it, I know my coaches and my players can see it as well. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, here's the thing, okay? They've got film on Daniel Jones for 3 years now, okay? If Daniel's been doing this for 3 years, this is something that should have definitely been worked on. But we're still seeing it 2.5 years into his career. This is his 3rd year.
Joe.
Okay, Joe. So this is not all on Daniel Jones as well, because he really had nothing to go to down here, because you could tell by the way they lined up, they knew what was coming. You're in a single high safety on the end zone with a 6'6" receiver out here on the outside with this DB here. I don't know what coach has that much faith in a smaller DB who's not a superstar against a 6'6" receiver out there to at least not show you that my safety may go over there and cover him. They're literally telling you right here. They're literally telling you right here with this coverage that he's going one-on-one on him.
Yeah, when you got those one-on-one coverages, sometimes you just got to throw it up there and let your big guy go get it.
So this doesn't make sense to me. If you got 6 linemen right here with the running back for protection, so you got 7 men in protection, it doesn't make sense to me why you wouldn't have your quarterback go right here all day.
Man.
This should have been the first read all day, because you know that these guys can be bracketed by 4 people at the most and 3 at the very least. You know that this guy's coming right here because he sees no other receiver out here. This guy has no tight end to look to. So he's free. He's free.
Look,
he's free to do whatever he wants to. If he wants to blitz in, go ahead.
We see this. But even New York 577 says maybe Garrett is telling him to look at Shepard as his first read. We don't know what Garrett's telling him to do.
Even if that's the case, and if it's bunched up in there, go play it. I want to see how much protection he has. First of all,
he has good protection.
My thing is that if you have good protection and you see
3-1,000, really, you still have protection.
Okay,
so really, he could have slid and threw a better ball and try to get this out.
Go back just a little bit before he throws the ball and play it. And I'm gonna tell you stop. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Daniel Jones. Shepard is all covered up on that play. You do not let that ball come out your hands. If he keeps that ball and rolls out the pocket, look, that's an easy 6 right there. It's just stuff like you can't just be.
Let's test.
Ash, you don't know what Garrett's telling him.
But
let's test that out, though.
Listen, we see this. We see this. Ash, I see it too. I know what to go with a football here. I saw it the first play.
But Joel,
but you know what? There's something going on.
You said it yourself. Daniel Jones is in his 3rd year. Some things you just don't go through with your offensive coordinator. Guys like Kyler Murray, guys like even Jameis Winston, they don't force that. They go through all the progressions. They don't force stuff like that.
Only thing I can say about that, Ash, he has nowhere to go with this ball, even if he waits. Look how many people out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no way he's gone. This guy right here, yeah, he can try to roll out, but he's playing Daniel Jones really as a spy, and so is him. So Daniel Jones is not going anywhere. By the time he looks at Colin Johnson, he's going to be locked up. Maybe Colin Johnson could get to this area. He can fit it in there if he rolls it out. Who knows? You probably could make a play out there, Ash. I'm not going to tell you he can't. Yeah, because look at the play.
That was just something
Booker
I just
has
saw.
him covered up. If Daniel Jones rolls out this way, this linebacker is going to come out this way, and Colin Johnson may be able to get off this defender and get right here in this area, and hopefully this safety right here doesn't make it. And he could throw a dart to him right here in the back of the end zone. That's why I say Daniel Jones doesn't have any playmaking ability. It's either it is what it is or it's not. He's not going to make anything happen for you, to be honest with you. My thing is, from the beginning of the play, you see that you got a 7-man protection. There's no reason why Jason Garrett should tell him to go anywhere near this side of the field with a 6'6" receiver on a 5'10" DB. This should be trying to get a fade right here. This right here should all be masked. This should just be here to make everybody think there's a run coming. Because they really think there's a run coming, to be honest with you. He's coming. He's looking. He's looking. This guy's looking to see exactly what Daniel Jones is getting ready to do. He's actually frightened.
Yo, that's what the play tells me is it's designed to go to the right.
Soon as Colin Johnson did this move right here, this DB is cooked. All he has to do is get this to the outside and let his big frame jump up and grab it. And hopefully he gets 2 feet in. Throw that ball right here. There's nothing he can do. He's cooked.
And if that running back could have ran an outlet, that linebacker wouldn't have blitzed, and he would have had another place to go with the ball.
That's a next
a lot more open on the left side than the right.
If this running back goes out, this linebacker has to make a choice. Go ahead, Miz.
Let me say something, man. Not that I don't know better than anybody else, but I played quarterback for a lot of years, man. Check it out what I see. Maybe I'm wrong. If you send Ingram over the middle and Jones makes a nice fake pump to the middle down south a little bit, that brings both those middle defenders in the end zone down. You have the running back slide up top. He's got a wide open touchdown.
Yeah.
The running back, that's what I'm saying, Miz. The running back never came out for a route.
Right.
You got 3 receivers against 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that could possibly be in coverage. This guy's coming. He's showing that he's coming. This guy's coming pretty much. He's showing that he's coming. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 against 6 is never going to work. And to be honest with you, it still should have worked because they had nobody else over here. But if you put Booker out, either this guy, if this guy still comes, that means Booker is against this middle linebacker. This middle linebacker is going to have to run about 20 yards to get to where Booker is.
Right.
He can easily do a cut juke to the inside. I'm taking Booker over that middle linebacker every time, unless it's White or somebody from the Buccaneers.
Right.
I'm taking them every time.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that. Oh, go ahead, man.
No, real quick. Then you go. If Ingram slants towards the middle, and I'm not talking about all the way to the middle, he makes a sort of a skinny slant post towards that E letter in the end zone, and Jones takes a look at him. Big pumps to him. If Booker chips this top guy on the edge, the defensive end, he gives him a chip, and then he slides out to the flat. He's got a touchdown.
Exactly, Miz. Because that pump, I know what you're saying. That pump would have held this middle linebacker right here and would have held him right here. So all you got to do is hope this safety is not running a 4-1 and Booker gets into the end zone.
Right.
And even if that safety makes it up there, I'm taking my running back to make him miss and get in that end zone because I got a 6'6" receiver against a 5'10" guy that can block.
Even if the guy does come out there, which he still got to freeze on the fake pump for a split second, but even if he does run that fast, Booker's still going over the pylon, the orange pylon for a touchdown.
And why can't Daniel Jones use his
and
eyes
look what the safety did from the beginning. So, Miz, you're even more correct because look how more out of position this guy is now.
Yeah.
There's no way he could get over there to where Booker is now. No
Yeah.
way. Look where he's at.
Right.
Right.
And look at the route Evan Ingram ran. Still that same stupid
That's-
curl route. He didn't
That's
even
what I
run a
said.
route. He didn't even run a post route into the end zone. He just stopped right here at the 1 yard line. What is that?
Yeah, because Daniel
What
had
is
only
that?
one place to go with the ball. The Chiefs defense read it, and then he was screwed. You can say that the fade over into the corner, but that's Garrett coaching. I'm sorry. The play's not there, throw it away.
Truth
Guess
is,
what? It was
Jones,
one read.
I
It
got
was
it.
one read.
Jones got to get a little better at
Yeah.
Jones got to get a little better
You-
at fooling his secondary by looking off receivers and doing a
Use
little
your
fake pump real
eyes.
quick.
Use your eyes.
Gotta
Make
get
the
better at
safety
that.
come up.
You
Chip
take-
with the running
you
back. Have
take
him
any
roll in for a
quarterback-
touchdown.
You take. I'm not saying this play would have been a touchdown or anything. I'm not saying that at all. But you take almost any quarterback in the league, and you put them up pre snap against this in this play right here. 8 times out of 10, they're throwing to that fade.
You're not lying, Ash. They're
Trevor
going to that
Siemian is
fade.
throwing to that fade.
They literally gave you the fade from the
Yeah.
very beginning. They gave it to you. They're telling you right now, we believe our cornerback is better than your 6'6" receiver. Go ahead and throw the fade and see what happens.
Kirk Cousins is throwing that fade. Like
To
Yes.
Adam, he's throwing at the Diggs. And
He's
Diggs
throwing
is
that to
5'10" on
Thielen
a
or
good day.
Jefferson. Whoever's out there on that 1-on-1 going to the corner, there, it's going right to that
literally,
fade.
just if Justin Herbert comes up to that line and sees that he's throwing that fade, I don't like you gotta this is year 3. Some stuff
One thing though,
you just gotta change it on your own. If you're gonna be a quarterback in this league and you're looking to make $40 million, you gotta make decisions like that.
Didn't he auto bullet that play on Washington when he threw that touchdown pass to Darius Slayton? That was him. And when it was Garrett was going to go to another play, and he auto bowled it and he threw that ball to Slayton instead in the end zone for a touchdown.
I
Maybe
think-
Daniel Jones
Yeah.
just free. Maybe Daniel Jones just freezes Monday Night Football.
Let me see what this play was right here. Let me see what this play was.
nah, he didn't. Monday night he wasn't terrible, man. The thing
No,
is,
Dan Jones is not
the thing
terrible by a
about
long
a
shot.
fade- the thing about a
He's
fade
okay,
is
so-
also before
so-
you start throwing one-on-one fades, you gotta have a nice confidence in that receiver. You had to have played together for a while, you know.
But my
So I
thing
think he
is
went to
that
instead
in
of
the
Johnson.
in the what game was it? The Falcons game? When Colin Johnson first started playing, Daniel Jones was hitting him all.
Yeah, he was hitting him. He was hitting him.
So I'm not, I don't get like how you can have chemistry with this guy before and then not have it all of a sudden.
Right. So here's a good play that they ran, and I think they do this very well when they actually decide to do it. Is they look like they got a max protect, let Kyle Rudolph block, chip, and then get him out there. And this play gets you about I say gets you a first down. Gets you about 11 yards. They do that pretty well. I don't know why they don't do this more often. It's like they do it one time in a game and then they just stop.
I think it'd be a
But
nice
that's-
play call for Evan Ingram if you do
Right.
that with him.
That'd be a better play call for Evan Ingram.
You're right
right
about
there,
that.
but I guess they think Kyle Rudolph's a better element of surprise. Here goes another play.
Probably.
So as you can see, I think that's Rudolph and Ingram right here, correct? Or is that Rudolph and Smith? Whoever is two tight
Now,
ends.
that's England.
You got your 5 left. You got your 5 linemen. Okay, when you run this play, why don't you have Kadarius Toney right here? Why are you running this play to Shepard?
I see that so much. I see that so much, and I don't understand
And
it.
then not even the
Almost Shepard.
there's nothing Daniel Jones did here, but look at Slayton. Look at the piss poor effort he gives right here.
Slayton's blocking is horrendous on that.
Look at the piss poor effort he gave right there on that play. You didn't even get a play a chance because you gave a piss poor effort. This just show you that the players are doing things on offense too, besides Daniel Jones.
I mean, but they knew
Go
they
ahead.
knew the play. Man. Kansas City knew the play. Look, they knew the play.
okay, this linebacker here, he knows the play because he sees Daniel Jones do this.
Right, he looked
That's
right
the
away.
reason why he read the play. He looked right at Daniel Jones, so that's why he knew the play.
Right.
He doesn't have to worry about the run game at all because they know we can't run the ball, so that's why he's there. He knew the play as soon as he knew seeing Daniel Jones do that.
Slayton,
he did.
My God.
And I said, and I tried to say that earlier. Sorry, Pat. I just tried to say that earlier. Jones got to get better at disguising stuff to the secondary by looking somewhere else real quick before he goes to the place he's going.
Yes, Miz.
On this
Absolutely.
play, on this play, Miz, you go directly to it. The way it's called, you got to go directly because it has to be as fast as possible. So Daniel Jones did the right thing here. It's just that this linebacker right here knows that he does not have to worry about anything up here. Reason why is because the Giants can't run the ball. If you have a good run game, they probably had this linebacker standing here instead of right here.
Mm-hmm.
So when they seen it, when they seen those two receivers standing right there, yes, Miz, they do know it's going to be a play like that. Look at the way they're standing, and they know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Giants can't stop 4 or 5 Chiefs. That's the way they're playing it. You got 7 people across the line. They really only got 6 in the box. Because this guy, he can be a wash. You can actually let him go free if you want to. But they got an extra linebacker out here because they know more than likely they're going to try to throw it right here because their run game is obsolete. So as soon as he seen Daniel Jones look, bam, he knew what was coming. So he knows it's coming. Even though this guy knows it's coming, if Slayton gets a block right here, I think Shepard is fast enough to where he can get through this hole right here. I know Kadarius Toney is, that he can get through this hole right here, and it'll be one-on-one almost with Kadarius Toney and this guy. Shepard, I think he could get through there, and that safety will probably be right here by the time he gets here.
Why is Colin Johnson not out there blocking? Why is it Slayton?
Why is it Slayton?
I know this is meant to be a real quick thing. Why you don't fake the draw and then hit the guy with the quick pass?
It's not a bad idea too.
And so what you do on that play is, if you do it like that, Miz, if you do a fake right here, you have this receiver go out on the route. Either have him do a deep dig or have him go on a fly route and bring this DB with him because this DB is covering him and this safety is going to stay back regardless. And if so, you have a tight end go out on the route as well. And then you have Sterling Shepard just stand there. You ever seen them plays where the receiver goes out in motion and he just stands there because he's an outlet just in case the routes out here don't work? You could do it like that with this play here as well. So if you just have Sterling Shepard stand right there and have Slayton fake like he's finna block and then just dart right here in this area, this DB is going to lose him immediately. This DB is going to lose him immediately because now he's determined to get up here. So if you do a quick pump fake to Sterling Shepard and have him go on a quick streak up the field, you could probably hit him in this spot right here before that safety can get over there. And this linebacker's not making it over there. He's not quick enough. So if you wanted to do something like that, yeah, but the blocking has to be pretty good, and you can see somebody already got beat. So if you try that, I think Daniel Jones gets popped.
Okay, I just want to say I'm gonna have to pop off here. I enjoy Pat. I enjoy that. This is really fun, and if you do it next week, let me know, and I'll come on.
Oh, I'm doing one every week, bro.
Because I like watching film. I'm not gonna lie, I like watching film. I haven't been able to do it a lot, but
I'm just gonna tell you one thing, Ash, before you pop off. Yeah. Ash, I'm gonna tell you one thing, and you can take this to the bank, my brother. This time next week, we're gonna be doing this after a win. You got the Mrs. Lock. That's a fact. Sunday we are winning the game.
I'm gonna hold you to it, Miz. I'm gonna hold you. You know what?
I told you 2 weeks ago how it was going. I'm sticking to it. We're gonna lose a close one with the Chiefs. We're gonna beat the Raiders at home. You got it.
If we win, I'm gonna call you. But
I expect
Pat,
your phone call.
Pat, Joel, Taj, Jeff, Miz, I enjoyed talking to y'all.
Ash, have a great night, man.
Have a great night.
I'm gonna still be listening though. I got home from work. I still ain't getting in the shower. I got.
And thank everybody in the chat and everybody who's sitting
Yeah,
here through this film session that I'm going through. This is what I actually do on a daily, and it kills me.
Yeah.
So I decided just to bring it to my stream. All right, here's another play.
All right,
This is good stuff.
Have a good night,
man.
Ash.
This is real. You gotta have a lot
So,
of patience.
you got
putting this
Daniel
together, so I'll
Jones
give
in
you
a
a lot
trip
of
set.
credit for that.
Yeah, you got Daniel Jones in a trip set. You got a running back here. You got a receiver up here. I think this is Tony, if I'm not mistaken.
Defense again is in a single high safety.
Single high safety. Thank you for noticing.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think this is Matt. No, is this Matthew?
Looks like they're going to rotate into a 2 high safety look
Yep.
with the way that guy's backing up.
Yep, they rotated back into a 2 high safety look. Now, if you can see it, Daniel Jones damn sure should be able to see it. Okay, so you run the play. Why don't we do this more often? We ran a screen play right here, and it went for a good game. Now, do you see the way these defensive linemen are just pinning their ears back because they know our offensive line is trash? And these linebackers here are not worried about anything that's going on up there because they know they don't have to do anything but cover.
Right.
Look, nobody's looking for the screen on this defensive line. Nobody's looking for the screen. Only one that seen the screen was him. Only one that seen the screen was him. That linebacker there. So you got 2 linemen to go on 1 linebacker right there. And this is why this play gets off. If this is Saquon Barkley, who knows where this goes?
That could be the house.
Oh,
I think Saquon Barkley would have been quick enough to where he could have got out there and it would have been a foot race between him and Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
But it went for 13 yards with Booker. Reason why this play goes off, I don't know why we don't run screens more often because they know our offensive line is trash. Run the screen play 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I don't know why we don't run the screen plays more often on offense.
Stop these guys from just pinning their ears back, going in there and grabbing Daniel Jones. Run the screen.
Yeah.
And get y'all big behinds out there and block. No excuse. No excuse. You don't even have to block anybody right there, 67. Get a little bit more speed and get a block on him, and we can still be running right now.
Yeah, I think that was Barkley. He might have taken that to the house.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think Barkley would have been fast enough to get to the outside.
You can even try that with Tony sometime as well.
Right. You
Yeah.
can have
Take him out
Tony
for
in
the
the
backfield.
backfield right there.
Yeah, that's a perfect type of play you'd want for Kadarius Toney. Have him go out in the backfield and take it right to the house. I don't know why you don't try more screens with Tony as well.
And the way you stop
They
them from
still haven't
noticing,
learned. He still hasn't learned how to totally use the guy. To be honest with you.
and the way you stop
Right.
them from knowing that there's going to be an automatic screen to Booker, to Tony, if you do that with him, you send him in motion, you bring him back, and you do a fake RPO. You do like you get ready to hand it off to him, you don't hand it off to him, and have him stand just like Booker did. Fake a handoff to him and have him stand right here in this area. Kadarius Toney damn sure could have made a good play out of this.
That's a Kadarius Toney play right there. If you want to use him out of the backfield, the screen game for that would be a perfect play to use Tony's skill set.
So this is
Thank you,
another play.
Authentic. That's my granddaughter.
This play really pissed me off. Even though it turned out to be a good play for Booker, I don't know if you remembered it. It was by luck. Look at the routes that are being ran. So you mean to tell me you got 2 receivers on the outfield and 1 tight end going right here? There's nobody over here, period. So you let the Chiefs just have to cover 1 side of the field with this play.
Mm-hmm.
What coordinator does that?
There again, that goes back to coaching, my guy. I knew we were going to get into these plays. And that red zone, I'm telling you, I know everyone wants to get DJ shit. I'm not making excuses. But when we're seeing plays like this in the middle of the field, we're seeing the same damn shit in the end zone where it's 1 read, not there, throw it away.
So you mean to tell me that this cornerback has no responsibility whatsoever?
That's
You can just sit there and drink a martini if you want
responsibility whatsoever.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to think.
He ain't even
doesn't
covering
have-
no one.
Yeah, he doesn't have to think. He doesn't have to say, well, damn, this tight end might come out and loop out here. I might have to stay right here. This guy can just blitz no matter what. No matter what.
And they're thinking, what the hell is this offensive coordinator
So
running
you
over
got
here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people on the line. You got 8 people on the line. So this is a 3 tight end set. This is a 3 tight end set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 3 tight end set. So you run this play. Rudolph doesn't even really block. Miz asleep.
Yeah, it was
Rudolph doesn't
I'm
even
about
really
to
block.
say.
No, I'm here.
Oh no, somebody's snoring.
Yeah, my bad. That's my wife.
Oh,
Oh, I'm about to say.
She heard us talking about the Giants, and she was out cold within 35
yeah,
seconds.
right. So look, you got a 3 tight end set. This is Rudolph Smith, Evan Ingram, and you got Colin Johnson out here.
You're snoring.
So you put Colin Johnson out there on the field, and you got Tony Shepard and Slayton out there on your team, but you put Colin Johnson out here on a 1 receiver set. Okay, cool. Then you got 8 people on the line. So you're going to have 2 tight ends come out, 1 receiver, and Booker come out. Cool. Snaps the ball. You got this guard pulling, so there's nobody here to block him. Why doesn't Rudolph block down and go out this way?
While you're paused right there, real quick, Pat, that second guy on the inside on the hash, if that guy comes left right in front of there, that's an easy reception, and that's good to the 45, 50-yard line, first down.
Easily.
Yeah.
He ran the wrong goddamn route.
Is that Ingram?
No, that has to be Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph.
I don't think he ran the wrong route, man.
Yeah, look, he wanted to break that way, but he didn't. He comes back this way.
Hold on, I'm about to put your point on you, Adam.
You're talking about the receiver, Evan
Yes.
Ingram?
Is that who that is? He's on the hash at the 41.
Right,
That's Ingram.
If he
That's
cuts
Ingram.
up the field,
if he goes up the field and does a dig,
yeah, right straight across the 41-yard line. Just
You
turn
allow this man
left
right
right
here.
there and go.
you allow this man to cover 2 people for about 7 yards.
Yeah.
What's your play concept? Look at that. This man can
Bro,
literally
yeah.
run and cover him because you got Colin Johnson instead of Tony or Slayton, who's faster, that could threaten this guy a whole lot more. You allowed this man to cover 2 people. And then you got Rudolph coming on a route that's going towards the end. What route is Rudolph running?
I have a question.
But you gotta,
Why the hell
you
is
gotta
Colin-
run
he
the
runs
other
another
way.
stick
You gotta
route?
route the other way.
Why the hell do you have Colin Johnson running that route right there? Why don't
Exactly.
why don't you have Slayton or Tony as your speed guys, or Ross even?
And
It's
Why
take
you
the
got
top
them running towards the same area?
Yeah.
Why-
who let
why-
that guy through the offensive line?
There he
Who's
is.
that free rusher right there?
right here?
Look
Ah,
who I
it's
brought
And in
in.
the backfield, right next to Daniel
Is that
Jones.
Frank Clark?
That's a
Look who
free
the Pat
blitzer.
brought,
That's
Adam.
the way the play was made up. That's the way
Okay.
the play was set up.
I didn't see where
He's
he
a
came
free
from.
blitzer because
Okay.
he has no receiver to cover. He has
No
nobody.
receiver
The
to
way the
cover.
play was set
Adam.
He
up.
could just rush
Look.
in.
Look, you mean
It's
to
just a
tell
free
me?
blitzer off the edge.
You mean to tell me that he pauses right here at the line for what? He's not
Hey,
blocking
Adam.
him,
Route the
and
other
he's not,
way.
and it's 2 men on him. So what is he pausing at the line of scrimmage for? You got 2 men on him, and you're not blocking him. So you should be coming straight out on the route. This man right here should have been a route going right out here.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Right out here.
Absolutely. Look
Look
at all
at
that open
Look
field
at
on
that
the
open
side.
Look at
field
the
right
open
here.
field.
All that
Hold
open
on.
Make a
field.
Hold
route.
all
on,
that
hold
open
on.
field right
Run it
there.
again. I want to see it. Run it again.
Miz wants to see it again.
Yeah.
You ready, Miz?
Yes.
Now I'm going to pause it right there for you. He's not chipping anybody, and he's not blocking him at all. What the hell is he doing?
And that's a poor play action, to be honest with you.
A poor play action. You very well said.
Not
Poor play action.
really, because he froze all 3 linebackers or all 3 guys right there 5 yards deep. They didn't come back, which would have
He never
allowed
sold-
Ingram or
he never
whoever it is
sold
to
Joe.
cross
He
or
never
to
sold
run
the
a
handball.
crosser on the 41.
Nah.
Right.
Well, I love you, Joe. He never sold the handoff at all.
Dude, run the play. Run the play.
the
Watch
play.
these two linebackers and that guy up there.
Maybe
Watch
they
them.
Everybody
See how they
came
come
up.
forward?
Everybody came up.
See
Everybody
how they
came
came up? That's how they're
Yeah, yeah.
supposed to do it.
Okay,
So
Now-
they
whatever
did do
Ingram's
that.
speed,
Yeah. Okay, fine. You're right. I'm wrong.
so whatever Ingram's speed, you don't think that he could have got right here to this area before this
Yeah,
safety came up
that's-
there?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. What our play calling is trash. This right here, I don't know what this is. This man is already double teamed.
It
This
just
man
makes
is
no
already double
sense.
teamed, and he doesn't block him at all.
Yeah,
So what the
man.
hell is he doing?
Who is that? Is that Parrot?
That's Rudolph.
Rudolph.
He winds up running a route towards it. Look, what was that? What was
Mama,
that?
you should be already making a route. Or
Yeah,
something.
you should be already breaking out in your route out there, and then he breaks when it's too late.
Look at the route that he ran after he did that.
He's running into the
Wide
defense.
open field.
He's running
on the
into
left
the
side.
coverage.
He stayed at the line
Running
of
into the
scrimmage for like
coverage.
5
Make a
seconds.
route.
But then when
on the
Rudolph
left
finally
side.
ran his route, he ran into the coverage instead of
Wait a
running
minute,
out.
wait a
Ran directly into the they're lost.
Look,
He
They're
runs
absolutely
out.
lost.
If he runs out toward the
Look.
sidelines, he's wide open. You throw it to him, and you have a gain over there as well.
Wait a minute.
Do
Who's
you-
this?
do-
Who's this? Who's in the white Kansas City sign in the middle of the field? Is that Ingram?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
Ingram.
that's the
Ingram,
guy
yeah.
that should have
Look at
broke to the
Ingram.
top of the field.
Take a look at Ingram when he's running before he turns around. He's wide open.
Yeah. Every
Right there.
Ingram
He
should be
should
doing
turn
a
around
route.
right there.
Yeah.
Every Ingram should be doing a route this way.
Yes.
He should be
Yes.
doing a route this
Yes.
way.
Or just recognize the secondary and just turn around. Jones would have hit him.
First of all, this running back right here should have been blocked by either a lineman or this tight end here, at least chipped, and this tight end should be running out here. To be honest with you, this tight end shouldn't even have to chip. These two linemen should be able to handle these two, that DB blitzing and this guy right here. They should be able to handle those two.
Leave
And
it
Booker
paused
should
right
be
there
going
for a
out
second.
here to get this linebacker to come here and not be able to move back into, even if you want to do a route outside like that, this linebacker here, you have to get him occupied. They're food. The play action fooled these guys. So really, Evan Ingram got all this space here.
No, send the link to the chat. Send the link to the chat for Adam.
All right, real quick, while Pat has this brought up, that's Evan Ingram on the inside hash, correct?
Yes.
All right, who's the guy on the outside of the hash?
It don't matter.
Colin
It's
Johnson.
Gettleman's
All right.
fault. It's Gettleman's
Well,
fault.
Well, let's look at it this way. Okay, right now there is one defender on the left side of that field, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so if Ingram right now runs to the sticks that you can see at the top of the screen, that draws this guy down at the 50, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what if that next receiver, he runs over here to one of the
coaches?
Yeah, if they both loop over, one of them two is wide open with only one guy covering.
But that's probably not the play.
Adam, what's going on, bro?
Hi, Adam.
What's up, man?
I know what you're saying, but
Yeah,
that's probably not.
that's not the play. So the play was to get him outside and get him deep, I guess, to clear these
What's up,
two
Adam?
guys out, I guess. What's going on tonight, Adam? Can you hear me?
I just want you to know, man. The fact that Ingram didn't turn around right there wide open, that's Gettleman's fault. Fire him.
Right. So even if you want to get this guy to the outside, you have nothing on this side of the field to get these guys' attention. This guy right here can literally cover two people because Colin Johnson is not fast enough. He's not
Colin
fast
Johnson,
enough.
the reason he was a 5th round pick, that's probably one of the reasons why.
You had the wrong personnel out there on that play as well.
You have this tight end right here. I don't know what Rudolph did right here. I don't know if that was part of the play. I don't know what that is. But there's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for this. He doesn't block him. This guy's double team. What is he doing? You don't need to triple
Sucks,
team
that's
anybody.
why.
Is that
And
the
then-
assignment?
It's because he's a has-been.
And then the route that you look how easy this would have been if he would have went out this way. This guy's blitzing. All Daniel Jones had to do was just flick it to him because these guys are fooled. They're running back because they're scared of whatever Ingram's about to do. You see what I'm saying?
What is Evan Ingram about to do?
What do you want to do, man? If
He's about to go to the outside. He's going to go to the outside and run directly into the DB right here. So he's obsolete. This guy has this covered. Like, this guy, he's having a field day out here because he really doesn't have anything to cover because you didn't make Evan Ingram go this way and make him work. So he's just running.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
You show this stuff, Pat, and it shows me and enhances even more to me that none of these guys make Jones' life easy at all. They make his life miserable.
Yo,
this guy right here, this guy right here should be out here on the route, and Daniel Jones should have been able to just flick it to him for an easy play.
100% easy first down.
It's like at least 10, 15, maybe 20-yard gain.
Daniel Jones gets his clock clean, and Booker happened to go out on the route, and it just so happens that the block right here is made, and Booker has enough speed to get past this guy, and it turns to be a pretty damn good play.
He's crazy, man.
By default.
Where'd that go?
Oh, look at that. That was a nice one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good job by Booker.
I give Booker a lot of credit last week.
Good job by Booker on that play.
Nah, Booker had a very good game, man. Booker played well.
I just wanted to show you exactly what goes on, man. This, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2 receivers.
2 receivers.
Because this guy's not going anywhere. He has him. So
you have to ask yourself this question:
3, 4, 5. Go ahead, Adam.
Does he have the autonomy to change that play? Meaning, is Rudolph going to the assignment? Is he really fucking up, or is that how the play is designed? Because if naturally you want to drift that way to that open spot, that's what you naturally do. So what I'm asking is he being coached to do a certain thing? When you break out in that formation, is that what he's doing? Because I don't know why you wouldn't.
Whatever it is, Adam, is either Rudolph is a total screw up, or Jason Garrett is calling some messed up plays.
Well, something's got to be off. Where the thing that really pissed me off is the 4th and the 3rd and 4 in the red zone.
Oh yeah, I was going to get to that play too.
And you run a 4-yard route when you run a 2-yard route when you need 4 yards. So I don't know. I'm trying to think, is it the player's execution? Because some players are doing well. You know, there are some players that are taking the coaching and adjusting with it. Look at Adoree Jackson. I mean,
are you guys still with me? Do you want to continue going, or you want me to stop?
Yeah. Yes.
No. Keep going, man. This is good.
Yeah,
I like this.
This is fun.
All right.
This is the
better
play.
than talking about next year's draft.
I know this could get boring. So
this is the play that everybody's been talking about too.
Keep on going.
No, this is not boring, man.
So,
this is great stuff. If you're a diehard football guy, this is great stuff, man.
So on this play here, you got 5 linemen blocking. You got a running back in the backfield. Deuce receivers on both sides. This is Slayton. This is Tony. That's Rudolph. I believe that's Ross, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let this play run.
That's not the Sterling Shepard play.
So you do a fake RPO.
Okay, he's looking up top.
What is Daniel Jones looking at? What is Daniel Jones looking at?
It looks like he's looking at the slot receiver.
Exactly. So why is he stuck on a slot receiver right there? And let's just run a play. What the hell are these routes? What the hell are you doing?
It's just simple curl routes and stuff.
This shit is here. This shit here is ridiculous, bro.
Freddie Kitchens gonna be implemented in the offensive game.
You got the ultimate weapon of Kadarius Toney, and you make him run a route that doesn't even affect the play.
The guy up top is open, man. The guy up top is open.
Exactly. So why is Daniel Jones not pulling the trigger immediately?
Because that's not his first read. See, Daniel Jones. Do you understand how crazy that is? What I'm saying, I get it. But what I'm saying to you is unless they change the reads up, his first read is not looking to the backside. He's looking to whoever number 1 is.
So is that more on Daniel Jones or is that more on coaching?
That's Daniel Jones. That's a habit he's had since he's come out of the draft. He's been a 1-read quarterback.
And I'm gonna show you a reason why that this fake right here.
The routes are on Garrett.
It doesn't need to happen. Why are you faking anybody right here if you don't have a receiver going over the middle of the field? Why are you running a fake right there? You see what I'm saying? None of your receivers went to the middle of the field. Watch the play again. None of your receivers went to the middle of the field. So why are you running a fake right there, making this play taking longer than it's supposed to be if you don't have no receiver going over the middle of the field? What are you making the linebackers pause for?
Oh, they're trying
Just
to go
made
up
it
top.
easier for the defense on that whole sequence.
You
Is he
made
trying
it
to go to the
easier for
receiver
the
at the bottom of
defense
the
on that
screen?
whole sequence because now these two will line up on these two. They're not going anywhere. They're coming. He's coming. These two middle linebackers here are either to stop the run or stop anything from getting in this area right here. And this guy right here protects everything back here and everything by the goal line right here. So why are you running a fake if you don't have any routes going to the middle of the field?
How
Why are
much
you
time
running a
did he
fake?
have? How much time did he have to look?
Because
To
is he
scan
going?
the
Is
Oh,
he
he
field?
had
supposed to
plenty
be
of
going?
time. He
Plenty
had
of
time.
time, man.
That's
Is
what
he
I was
supposed to be
going to
going
say.
the receiver at the bottom of the screen? Because
Authentic's
that's,
right.
you're
This guy
running a
panicked.
play action. They're running a man up on the receiver here on the bottom of the screen. So
Right.
I'm wondering if that was originally where they were trying to go, take a shot. But I'm not sure. So, we'll
So if you wanted to take a shot,
Well, he panicked.
No,
there's no way.
Authentic's right.
There's
He
no
did
way,
panic.
Adam. There's no way they wanted to take a shot here because Daniel Jones
No.
never looked this way.
He never even looked there.
I'm
Never
saying
looked this way.
they were supposed to do a play action. The play action is what they're doing. They're doing the RPO pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
you're doing an
idea.
RPO
But he
pass.
only made one read. He made
Adam.
one read, and he panicked and took off up the middle. You see it.
Adam,
Right.
You do an RPO here if you have one of these receivers coming right here.
I get the play calling. Now the question then becomes, where is Daniel Jones going with the ball? Because I don't know what his first read is. If you're not going
Obviously,
deep,
his read is right here. His
Right.
read is
then
right
why are you
here.
running a play action if that's going to be your pass pattern?
He's looking to see if this guy breaks out, but you got this guy.
But again,
where
He should have
can
looked
cover
off
him
that
even
first
if he
read and
breaks
then went out to the outside guy. He was
I'm
locked
just
into
don't
one
understand
guy.
why you run a play action
the
pass
ball
and you
should
have
be
a
coming out
5-yard
right
dump
now.
off as your route.
Yeah.
Anything, the
Hold
ball
on.
should be coming out right now to him.
Hold on. But let's for a minute, just for a second, instead
Go
of
back.
looking and
Can I see that
looking
guy?
to criticize him for a second, let's be Daniel Jones. On most plays, he's getting hit and he doesn't have the time. So his clock is thinking he don't have the time. He's got to take off.
Well,
You
then
gotta
that means
know
he's
that.
messed up, man.
No, not on this one, man. Not on this one.
He did have
knows
Who's
for a
that guy?
fact.
Who's the
He
player
knows.
going
When you run the play, he knows for a fact that he's not going to get
Yeah.
touched. He's not going to get touched. He's being washed out. They actually did a good job here. This middle linebacker is just reading him. He's not attacking him. He's just standing there.
That's a terrible route by that.
Well, he
receiver,
panicked
though.
then. Authentic's right. He panicked.
Yeah, he panicked. He panicked.
Can
And
you play?
look,
Can you play it
this
out?
guy right. If you throw the ball,
Yeah, he could have
right
hit
now,
him right there.
I
this
want to
guy
see that.
right
I want
here
to see
can get you
the.
a
I want to
first
see the
down.
middle receiver.
He could have hit
Can you
him
play it
right
out?
there. for
Maybe
first
Authentic's
down.
right. Maybe he should have handed that off. Maybe that was the read.
Can you
Go
play
ahead,
the
Adam.
play the clip? I just want to see the second receiver from the top. I just want to see what the
You
rest
talking
of
about
his
this
route
guy
is.
or this
Yes.
guy?
The inside guy.
This guy.
Yes, I just want to see what the rest of his route is doing.
Exactly. He's not going anywhere. Adam.
Because
By the way,
I don't
if
know
he-
he's
if
supposed
he
to run-
hands that off
if you're going to
on
run
that
that play,
big
that
handoff-
RPO, right, and that's your read, the inside guy, that inside guy should be running a slant. He's not running a
Exactly. That's why I asked in the beginning, why are you doing an RPO and if nobody's going towards the middle of the
because
field?
if you
Not
watch the
one
play
of
right
his
here, that
receivers
guy's
went
supposed
to
to
the
do
middle of the
somebody
field.
messed up on their route.
That's a
Because
first
somebody
down
messed
if he
up
runs
on
the
their
ball.
Because you look where Daniel Jones is looking. If you're telling me that that's where his read is, then that means the RPO fake is supposed to be a slant route, which obviously nobody's running a slant here. So I don't know why you would, run this route in the red zone anyways.
Exactly.
And I don't
Darius
even know who
Tony's
that
route-
inside guy is.
Tony's route is just stupid.
Do you know who that inside guy is? I can't.
It looks like it's Shepard, unless he was out of the game at
That's
this point.
Shepard. That is
Wait,
Shepard.
who's the top guy?
That looks like
John Ross.
that's Ingram.
Wait,
Okay.
That's Ingram.
Okay.
That guy.
Who was the guy headed outside?
This to Evan Ingram and try to make him make a play on this guy real quick.
You could have an easy touchdown
you gotta
right
see
there.
that
Pat.
right there,
Yep.
Daniel Jones.
Yep.
You
Pat,
gotta
that's an
see
easy
that.
touchdown.
The guy
Yeah,
ran the wrong route.
If that's
inside.
Ingram
He's
going
supposed
up
to run a
top,
slant. He's supposed
now
to
if
run a slant.
Ingram heads to the outside like he's going right now, and Jones fake pump to him, and he turns up the field to the end zone, that's an easy touchdown, a nice little rainbow.
Right.
Well,
Right.
that's the number.
But even if
that's
you
the
don't do
play
that,
I thought
Miz,
it was going to.
If,
The guy on the
even
inside
if you
route
don't do
run a
that,
travel
if
route,
Daniel
because
Jones
if he
released
runs
that
a
ball
slant,
here,
if
he has a
inside
chance
guy
to
runs
break
a
off the
slant,
tackle for
it's
him.
easy first down.
right?
But
And
he
I don't
turns
know
it
what
up.
route
Why I
Shepard
don't
was
know.
running. I don't know
Even if
what
he hands
route
the ball off
Shepard
to
was
Booker,
running.
that's an easy first down. I got news for you.
Yeah, but that I don't know if that was the play. I think it was
Right. No, I know what
run.
you're saying. I know.
I think it was
Yeah,
a
that's a
run.
no,
bad
yeah.
route by Shepard on the inside.
And then Slayton, like,
That's
just
a
go.
terrible
Like,
route.
what are we doing here? What are we doing?
No,
Oh,
Shepard's
know
not.
what
If
we're
that's
doing.
Shepard, he's not
man.
healthy because he shouldn't have. That route should have been. I see
Yeah.
what Shepard was trying to do. He was trying to do that Z route.
Mhm.
Hey,
So
you know what,
mean to
man?
tell- So you mean
When
to
you get a
tell
few of
me?
these to add up every game, that's the difference of why they lose.
So you mean to tell me you can't find a way to get Kadarius Toney in this area right here?
I would put Tony on
If
that
you're
route
running an
instead of Shepard.
RPO,
You can't put
You're
the
if you're running
supposed
an
to do that.
RPO,
That's
you
why
can't
you're
figure
doing
out how
the
to get Toney
RPO.
in this area right
The
here.
problem is when Jones has that play, he's always locked into Shepard is always his first read when it comes to that play. He's never doing it to anybody
And-
else.
And if you're doing an RPO right there, why not have Slayton do a slant and have him do a loop to the outside or try to get a
What
run
is he
route
Slayton
going?
doing? He's
Well,
just
it looks like it's looked like Pat. He's trying to clear out. That's what those routes are. So you could have the guy running the slant behind it. If Shepard keeps running, there's an open window where he would have a catch and
Either
run and
Evan
possibly
Ingram
break
ran
it
the
out.
wrong route, or Jason Garrett needs to be hit over the top of the head for having two people
I think
running the
Shepard
same
ran the
route.
wrong route.
To be honest with you, because somebody should be going towards the middle of the field if it's an RPO.
If
My play right here, Adam, to be honest with you, if I'm running an RPO, I'm having Shepard doing a Z route. I'm having him go out and go up. And I'm having Slayton doing a slant right here. And I'm having Kadarius Toney go behind him to see if I can get a run route right
yeah,
here.
that's a good route.
But the thing is, I think either Shepard is not healthy and the route is not run correctly, because if you watch, he looks like he's doing a slant. Then all of a sudden it looks like he's trying to do a zigzag, but because he doesn't have the explosion, see, look, now he's trying to do that zigzag route. And that's where it's supposed to be. The ball's supposed to be in between those three defenders right there, that hole.
And you know what? This safety is reading Daniel Jones the whole time. That makes it even better. So if Daniel Jones is looking right here, if Slayton just runs a quick slant and let Kadarius Toney go behind him to try to get that route, I think Kadarius Toney gets a wide open touchdown.
I don't understand the route to run with Tony either.
It's a fade route.
You guys are making me angry now.
No, not this. Not with Slayton. I mean the inside
If
guy
you
on the
have
right.
Kadarius Toney do a route like this and go up the field,
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been good.
and
Yeah,
you
Kadarius
have Slayton
Toney
do a
bounce.
slant right here, that slant keeps him right there in the middle of the field because there's no linebacker in the middle of the field to cover anybody.
I mean, but why are you not even threatening the end zone?
Would make a route
I mean, you're inside the 20-yard line, and not one receiver is in the end zone. Only one receiver is in the end zone.
There's
not
not
even in your
one
quarterback
receiver past 5 yards.
Yeah.
Not even in your quarterback's vision. I mean, none of these guys on the left side are going to the end zone. They're all doing 5
Tony's
yards.
running out of bounds.
Like, look at the guys at the
concept.
10-yard
This is
line.
terrible.
You can't tell me that if Darius
Nobody's
Slayton
open.
does an inside release right here, and you have Tony break out as fast as he can, just shoot, and go right behind him and go towards the end zone, this safety right here has to make a major decision here. Because if Slayton gets inside the CB, you get a slant right here and a broken tackle, that's a touchdown. Or if that safety stays right here in this area, you throw that ball towards the corner of the end zone and let Tony fly underneath it and grab it.
Well,
our play concepts are absolutely garbage.
Horrible shit water.
But if he was going to take off and run anyways, something's got to be wrong, because something's not right. Because if he doesn't look like he wants to take off and run, because if you were going to take off and run, he would have had more yardage.
Here's the play that you were talking about, Adam. Why is Shepard running this?
This is the next play, right?
Put him in a garbage bag.
This is the play where he made that slant.
What? Like, there's the look how much room he has. Look how much room he has.
Guys holding his back.
And then you falling down out of.
But look, he could have ran to the sticks with all that room. He could have still ran to the sticks, fell down. We have a first down, first and goal inside the fucking 5. Sorry.
I don't know what Shepard was doing on that route.
And then
the same shit he always does, bro.
Well, look how far the defender is. I mean, that route should be run deeper. Period.
The only route this guy Shepard can run is a post route. The only route I ever see him run.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If we had a playmaker at quarterback,
I mean, if we
had a playmaker at quarterback,
that's a touchdown on the backside right there, man.
Yep.
Look at that touchdown on the backside. Look at that route. That's a touchdown on the backside.
But I can't blame him because this is where the play was supposed to be.
Yeah, but
this fool doesn't even run 4 yards. So me as a quarterback, I'm not even going to throw it to him.
But this is what I want to know, Pat. You see this from the aerial view when you're sitting next to Jason Garrett. Why the next time that you're not down there that you don't go, okay, now we're going to run that same play.
Yeah, no shit.
Time, go up top for the touchdown.
No shit. No shit.
Because these linebackers have no clue that he's breaking free.
That's Tony breaking right inside.
Yeah,
what happened?
Right there on the end zone for a
Did I say something wrong, Joel?
No, I'm agreeing with you 100%.
Oh, yeah,
and that's what I've been saying. I've been saying watching this whole damn film, and people, I get the frustration and I get the anger. But you know what? Everything that Pat has showed me tonight is coaching, and I don't care. You're not coaching the guys right. They're not running the right routes. We can see they're not running the right plays. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
No, it's not. It's Gettleman's fault, bro.
Okay. Authentic just said, get the ball out quick. And it's an easy touchdown. So
you don't know that?
You can't throw it right. Well, you can't throw it right here, and you get it to Shep right there. He can make a move. So
see, the thing
Daniel
is,
Jones held it a little bit too long. I'll say that as well.
Daniel Jones does do that sometimes, where he holds it a little bit longer than
Dan Jones should have been throwing this ball right here because this DB is not paying attention. I can't see Daniel Jones throwing the ball right here. You can't. He's paying attention to Slayton. So if he throws that ball right here and he gets it to Shepard right here, Shepard catches that and maybe can make a move on him and get a touchdown.
Okay, I get that.
So Authentic. Good sight on that. Yeah, Daniel Jones was late throwing that ball.
That's true as well, but still, the route it should be 5 yards regardless if he's late.
Yeah.
Because if the route is 5 yards, he can then make that play, and maybe he gets a touchdown because he's closer to the end zone. Right now, you're doing yourself no favors, rolling to the sideline and then throwing to the sideline.
Yeah, that play right there doesn't make any sense to me either. So
again, why aren't you threatening the end zone?
Let me show you another one. Hold on. So now I'm going to show you some other teams, and then you tell me what they're doing that we're not doing.
All right.
Running around longer than 10 yards.
Running curl and stick routes all the time.
Do you know how excruciating that film was? I was watching all yesterday.
Makes me want to throw up. Just watching that.
Listen.
So I believe these are the Jets.
The Jets.
From last week. So this is the Jets versus the Bengals. We're going to run a play right here. This is Mike White, by the way. You see they put people in motion.
Hall of Fame, Mike White.
Play action. Okay, Mike White's not getting any more better protection than what Daniel Jones is getting. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible. Gets out of it, makes a play. That's some of the hardest stuff. How many times have we seen Daniel Jones do that? Just get out of the zone and just make a play real quick. He doesn't do that on
very honestly,
basis.
very rare. Very rare he does something like that.
Man, I can remember.
Go ahead, Joe.
You know what? Y'all are gonna kill me for bringing up this goddamn name, Jeff Garcia.
Yeah.
When
absolutely.
Who was the damn coach back then?
Mariucci would actually
teach Jeff Garcia how to escape that. Make him throw on the run. Make him mobile. Make him practice rolling left, rolling right. Okay? Daniel Jones can do that. We've seen him do it. But you know what? I can see a difference already between the difference that Jeff Garcia brought. Now, he was a speedy little guy, but he wasn't a Lamar Jackson type cutting running back. He was more of a straight line runner.
Crafty.
He was
exactly.
He was elusive in the
Daniel
pocket.
Jones has
not like Lamar Jackson.
But why?
To his game.
But you know what? Do you guys think that Daniel might even possess a tenth of the gene to be able to maneuver and move around like that and avoid a sack if it's taught into him?
All you gotta say is Pat Shurmur. Look what Pat Shurmur did with Daniel Jones. That's it. I mean, that whole concept was fit Daniel Jones' strength. Daniel Jones is a great deep ball thrower, and we're throwing underneath all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
But do you think? I think that you know what?
Garrett.
There again, though, and I know people aren't going to agree with me, but that's my point. Is I'm sorry, that's what I'm seeing. These guys are not getting coached up. We hear Joe Judge. We're going to teach them. We're going to coach them. You know what? It's 1.5 years, and we're still seeing this bullshit bad play. Guys not knowing the routes. We can sit here and dissect another team's play and know what they're doing, but we can't dissect our own goddamn team because we have no idea what they're doing.
Exactly. Let's get it to another the Jets.
Somebody said Judge have no identity.
All right.
If Judge knew how to coach them up, Garrett wouldn't be there running the offense.
Why do we never see a play like this with Saquon Barkley when he was healthy?
Because he's always injured.
Where's the running back at?
When he was healthy, why we never see a play like this?
Right.
You thought it was going to be a toss play, didn't you? Everybody thought it was going to be a toss play. Look at everybody run out there. Look at all the
roll out right to the running back.
Guess what they did with the tight end and what we don't do? They put them in open space. Mm-hmm. They knew that everybody was going to go.
Why can't we do this with Evan Ingram?
Yeah,
why can't we run our tight end out there and get them in open space?
Evan Ingram could excel at this.
Boom. 10 yards.
He knows how to run a route
15
correctly.
yards. 20 yards. 25
But
yards.
even a bad route runner could at least do that.
Right.
You would think so.
Yeah, that's my hope. Even
Joe, do you see the play concept on that?
Yes, I do. And King Tone is like, that's why we need to get rid of everybody. And I said that's why I want to really blow it up. I got about 10 or 12 players I want off this damn team. And you know what? It might sound awful, but we're watching it right now. And God damn it, everyone's sticking up for Jason Garrett. I'm sorry. There's no excuse to be playing the Kansas City game at week 8 and still have that pathetic showing where we're seeing guys not running the correct routes.
Well, you have to be honest. A lot of those guys are backup players. What you should be concerned about is why is Darius Slayton not getting open?
I want to go back to what Judge said to that, Adam. And Judge says, he goes, I don't care.
Authentic thing. He said Daniel Ball turned the ball over a record pace at Pat Shurmur's offense. No, he had a record fumbles in Pat Shurmur's offense. That was a fumbling problem. But if you watch the offense collectively, Authentic, the route concepts worked for what Daniel Jones did. You want to get stuck on the fumbles? Okay, that's fine. But he had 18 fumbles that year. His interceptions were down to 12 interceptions. So if you took the fumbles away, put him back in that offense, it would work out well for him. He's put up 24 touchdowns, 2 years in that offense. And Daniel Jones hasn't even thrown 24 touchdowns combined in the 2 years.
Interceptions ain't really known.
Do you think that has something to do with that the coaching staff doesn't trust Daniel Jones on some of these plays that he's going to turn it over?
Well, let's go back to what I was going to say. Joe Judge came out and said, I don't care if 14 guys got COVID. Get the next man up, get the game plan out there, and let's get ready to goddamn play. You know what, Judge? Something's wrong. You just said you don't care if COVID. You don't care if they're backup players. Get the next man up mentality. Get them ready for the game. Damn it. We're not seeing it.
Not seeing it.
He just
also his talent. All right. I mean, like some of the guys that they're bringing up are,
Well, you know what? I'm just going off of what Judge said, and if he's going to say it, do it. God damn it!
I would agree with you, but he can't. If Colin Johnson's a dumbass and can't run the route correctly, there's nothing that he can do except trot him out there and run the dumbass route that he runs. I mean,
and his coaching staff cannot come up with plays like that. If the Jets can do this they were 1-6 before this game.
Well, he did come up with that Kadarius Toney throw. I mean, that was kind of unique.
That was pretty cool. But with your main running back, we can't run plays like this when Saquon Barkley was healthy. Look at this play.
I mean,
He hands it off
This
to the
running
running
back
back.
here is nowhere near the stature.
see, this is why
Stature of
they should get
Saquon
Garrett
Barkley.
Brightwell in the
It's
game
Saquon Barkley.
because he has a little more juice. You know, maybe.
And
he can
this
run.
play
I'd
had
love to see
one.
it, Adam. I
This
really
play
would.
had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 really because he has to follow him. That's why you got this guy running the route. So this guy has something to be occupied with.
You know, Joel, I agree with you. I think the personnel has a problem because last year he was benching guys when they made mistakes, and now I feel like he's keeping them in, and it's still not helping them, right? Because last year, if you miss a tackle, you're on the bench, right?
Right.
But now you're leaving Lorenzo Carter, who, by the way, has the same like tackle rate as Quincy Roche, and Quincy Roche's played like 3 games. That's
Right.
terrible.
3 games. And he been in the league 4 years, Carter.
So my point is now I want to see Quincy Roche. I don't need to see Carter. The
Right.
thing that Judge needs to do is if we're not going to go to the playoffs, give the guys that need the time, right? Like Aaron Robinson.
Let your young guys be out there and develop.
I
If the
literally
Jets-
said
Get
that
these
at
guys
the beginning
developed.
of this stream. I literally said that. Let's get the young guys out
Like
there.
what we
Get them
said
some
early in the
experience.
stream, Joe.
So if the Jets are smart enough to get their tight end in open space, how come we're not? And this
Because we have
got
Jason
25
Garrett running
yards.
5-yard hitch routes.
Well, actually, I think that was Denzel Mims. I'm not, whatever. Why can't
Because-
we do that?
Because
Here's
LaFleur
another
is up
play.
in the booth calling a great football game, and our redheaded clapper staring at that tablet has no idea what he's doing.
Okay, we run a play action. Their play action didn't even get the guys to come up as bad as ours did.
Sometimes I kind of
Look,
wish Daniel Jones would audible off.
You
and
got
try to see
receivers
what he
at
can see in
every
the field.
level. One receiver at this level, one receiver at this level, one
Well-
receiver at that level, one receiver at this level. If Mike White is a pretty good quarterback, he hits him right here instead of going right here. He's actually open.
I want to go off what Jeffrey just said. And he said that he wished that Daniel Jones would audible. And I'm telling you right now, I've seen them. There's memes with Daniel Jones getting under center, calling an audible, and Jason Garrett giving him the dirtiest of looks that he could
The Washington
possibly
football
give.
game. The Washington football game. That
You know
Darius
what I'm
Slay
talking
touchdown.
about. That
The
makes
Washington
me
football
wonder
game,
how
yeah.
much control Jones really has, whereas he's doing what Garrett's telling him to do, and he doesn't dare go off the script.
Well, I mean, I'm hearing rumors that Freddie Kitchen's getting more involved in the game plan. So hopefully,
Boy, I hope you're right, Adam.
I mean, that's the rumor that's going around. I can't really report anything else because I don't know anything else, but that's what I'm hearing from some,
So
sources
you
saying
can
that's
see,
what they're doing.
you can see right here that the Bengals center or the Jets center is getting bullied. So maybe this is why he has to throw it short.
Yep, in his face.
In his face. That's what Daniel Jones deals with. But they have smart enough to know to have people at every level. So Daniel Jones or Mike White at the time can have an option.
See, that offense would have worked for the Giants. Their running game was stronger because what Jason Garrett's offense was built for was the Cowboys when they have got Zeke Elliott. And all
They
those
had a
guys.
strong running game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Strong
We
running
don't
game
have a
on the
running
ground.
game at all.
Saquon,
This is a
Saquon
5-yard
is
hitch
not
route because
that
there's nobody in the
guy.
middle of the field because they're all running up for the run, right? So that's how Jason Garrett works. He tries to run a play and then
No
once it works,
Matthew
then he'll
Saquon
change
is
up.
gone. He won't be back to after the bye. He's out this week too. But I just wanted to see how there's levels to this. There's levels. He has a receiver here, receiver here,
That's what we
receiver
spoke
here,
about early in the
receiver here.
offseason.
Everybody's occupied. So everybody has a job to do on defense. We're running plays to where sometimes the defense doesn't even have anything to do.
Well, they give up half the field, right? They roll to one side.
Right.
Yes.
Yep. You don't use
I
the
mean,
entire field.
we
on
have
some plays.
55 yards to work with. We work like with 25.
Right.
Right,
And
Adam.
if he has better protection, this guy right here is open for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I mean, what you're seeing right here
30-yard pass.
is spreading the field. I mean, look at how far apart every one of these guys are. Meanwhile,
Right.
we roll to the right, run 5-yard hitch routes with everybody doing the same fucking route.
With the same
Right.
That's why they all sit on. That's why the defense sits on everything.
Sits
Yep.
on everything.
They know what's
Man.
coming.
Mark Primetime, you can't run a play action pass. I mean, the only reason we did it against Carolina is because they kept trying to run the ball. Now we got 100 yards rushing, but it wasn't pretty. I think it was 3 yards per carry. but because they were continuously trying to run the ball. But there's, you
would think they would run a seam route, right? Because everybody's trying to stop the run. You would think they would hit
God,
a seam buster, right?
Yeah.
Right up the seam.
So why don't we run more plays like this too? You got 5 receivers here because both backs went out.
But
and to be honest with you, if they had them looking this way, it'd have been a whole lot more. But he ran the quick route here. Why don't we have our running backs go out on routes more often?
What is Joe Judge saying to Jason Garrett though?
Because I think Joe Judge might have some type of he might be have some type of influence in this offense.
He does have the game plan seen. It's not like Joe Judge is blindly saying Jason
Yeah, he gets improved by the game plan. Judge.
But what I'm saying is they talk on the headsets, or in this case they don't because they break down in the middle of a game. But that I digress about that point. But they're supposed to be talking, and so my point is, why is he not over there helping out Jason Garrett, saying, "Hey, listen, we need something different on these plays. We can't keep running the same crap out there." Because if he's watching the game like we are, and he's supposed to be the coach of the team, he's supposed to make these adjustments to his guys, right? If someone's struggling, that's what you do as the head coach. You don't just stand there and just hope that he's going to get better. You figure something out. You did it with the offensive line last year, right?
One of the major reasons why we don't see fronts like this, 3-man fronts, is because people don't really fear our passing attack or our running attack, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right now.
They don't respect our offense.
And so when you get a 3-man front, you can do things like this. You can run it straight at them and get yardage for first down easily.
Don't respect
I think Garrett's offense. I think Garrett's offense is only going to start to work if they have a running
makes
game.
You miss the McAdoo offense. My God. And that guy only scored 28 points a game. You know what I'm saying?
I would take 28 points a game at this rate.
And
we haven't scored 30 points in what? Since the middle of 2020? Yeah, we haven't scored 30 points yet since the middle of 2020.
Look at that. Look how easy that is.
Pitch and catch.
Pitch and catch. That running back went to the other side.
Got to hand it to him. Their offensive coordinator looks like he knows what his players' strengths are.
Right. So they see they're in the 6-man box. These 2 linebackers right here. He has to guard him, or you're going to make it where there's a zone where he goes right here to cover him. Let's see what they do. That middle linebacker, these guys are actually in zone. And these guys right here are actually in man coverage up here. So
the guy's wide open.
He has to cover the running back. Remember I told you we could have did that with Booker and got a touchdown?
Yep.
There's no way any linebacker is getting over there and hawking a running back before he can get 10 to 15 yards.
That's Saquon Barkley on there. It's a chance of taking it all the way.
All the way.
Yeah. All the way.
Well, you don't have to put Barkley there. You can use Tony out of the backfield.
Tony too, right. Yeah. That's a perfect play you can use Tony for.
We got Saquon Barkley. How many times have we actually seen a play ran like this?
Yeah, Kadarius Tony, the ultimate weapon, and we're not even using him.
We could get Kadarius Tony to do a play like this.
Damn, there's an echo in here.
We just gotta get this guy up out of here.
You see what I'm saying? So
I just wonder how much of it Joe Judge actually has an influence on this offense too, if it's all Garrett.
Well, listen, he has to. He's the head coach. I mean,
he has to have, but you have to wonder how much does he have.
He does get approved. Yeah,
listen,
he does get approved.
This is a business, right? If someone's making a business decision, they don't just go to the CEO and say, "Okay, we're just going to blindly spend money." They're going to say, "Here's our plan. Here's our proposal. What do you think?" "Oh, I approve of it. Go." So Joe Judge is approving everything, and he has the authority to say, "Go deep on this play." He has the authority to say, "Go for it on 4th and 1." If Garrett's, being neutered and doesn't want to do it, I mean, we have to give the head coach some more power, and we're trying to give Garrett power. Then who's coaching the team? Is it Garrett or is it Joe Judge?
Exactly. Adam. So that's why I'm saying a purge might be needed. Who knows? But I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I've been seeing, looking at film over these. I'm a film junkie, so I look at it all the time. That's why I want to be a scout. And I just wanted to show you guys what I'm looking at that time.
I mean, you want to be a scout, it's a great job, but they're on the road all the time, man. It's a lot of work.
YouTube scouts.
Yeah, I mean, but there's ways you can be a scout without having to go on the road as well. You know,
Now
they have
that's
scouts
good.
that's in the building that do a lot of film study and watch for them as well.
Oh, I know.
But I wouldn't mind going on the road anyway because I love going to games. So I'll be able to check out games of smaller
Oh,
schools,
yeah.
bigger schools.
That's a dream come true.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted to do that also. For a long
Hopefully
time.
you guys enjoyed that. That was just something new I thought to bring to our streams, man.
Nah,
I
that
wanted
was
to bring
fun.
some
That
film
was
to
fun.
actually
No, it was good,
let
Pat.
you
I
guys
enjoyed it.
see
You
it
know,
up close and personal. What's
that
going
really
on.
opened the eyes of a lot of people, and I hope more people tune into this
I hope a lot of
podcast and
Giants
check
fans
that
with
out.
me.
You know, it.
People could come over
you
here.
I
know,
think it might have
watch it.
pissed off the Giants fans even
You know what
more.
doesn't make sense though with Jason Garrett is the consistency factor.
Yeah, it's
One
good.
week he'll have a
Second
good game
opening.
plan, and then the next week he like scraps that game plan and goes back to his
It
old.
seems
shit.
like every other week the offense is good one week and then bad the next.
So it's like, well, what
you know, but it's
again,
definitely showing a lot of flaws, and it's not just one person. I mean, it's the whole freaking team, guys.
I
It's
mean,
everybody.
And
I
I
think the
wanted to
best
show
coach
I
unit-
wanted to show people the reason why I said you're right. That right there just proved to you that everybody's right. Daniel Jones has his faults. Garrett has his faults. The players have their faults. The coach has his faults. Everybody has faults on this.
Well, then
team.
we got to reevaluate the roster.
You're right. You're
Well.
right. They're wrong.
But the thing,
You see what I'm saying? So everybody's fighting amongst each other, talking about who we should get rid of, whose fault it is. It's everybody.
Everybody.
It's everybody collectively.
Absolutely. 100%.
And that's why we will never come
but
to
the best coach on
agreement.
this team right now to me is Rob Sale because he is doing like
Yep.
Rob Sale is doing
only guy
yeoman's
that-
work.
That's the only
Yeoman's
guy
work.
I
Rob
can't
Sale's the
complain
only
about.
guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the only guy I
Rob
can't
Sale
complain
doing his
about.
thing.
Yeoman's
I mean,
work for what he has to work with.
he's behind the 8 ball in terms of talent, and he still makes a field. He still
You
fields
know-
the offensive line every week for that guy.
You know what? I'm going to throw a shout out there for Dan Campbell also. I mean, that last game sucked against the Eagles, but you know what? He had that team fighting hard. I mean, they almost beat the Ravens. They fought with the Rams. I mean, those are damn good teams.
You don't even fight that hard. And
That team is just horrendously devoid of talent.
Yeah, and Campbell's
Yeah.
doing a damn good job with what he has.
That's what a team devoid of talent should be playing like.
Well,
Yeah.
what doesn't make any sense to me is how far back we've regressed in certain areas from last year. Because
Right.
last year we were 6-10 and we're supposed to be on the rise. And then this year you were supposed to stack what you learned from last year this year, and we come out flat where Joe Judge is like, oh, it's going to take a few weeks for us to get our sea legs. I'm like, you don't have time to have a few weeks to get your sea legs. You need to be
Right.
ready to go. You know,
One
especially
of the
since
worst
we're out of
comments Joe
condition.
Judge made is when he said that. He's going to treat
This
those first couple
offense-
of games
this
as a
offense
preseason
is
games.
light years away. and I
Preseason
believe-
games. That's what he said.
I believe
right.
Daniel Jones is going to have to be working on his fourth offense in his years.
Well, it depends.
offense.
It depends on who they bring in or get rid of.
Depends
So
on who
let's
they bring
say
in.
Joe Judge is back. He fires Garrett and promotes Freddie Kitchens, which people aren't going to like at all, right? They may not like that. Now, if he brings in somebody new, that might change the whole offense. And here we go. We're going to be struggling for the first few weeks at the gate next year. Now, if he keeps Freddie Kitchens, who he brought in and wanted on this roster, actually wanted
Yes.
a guy in Buffalo as offensive coordinator, but that was denied by John Mara.
Yeah, he
So-
wanted Brian Dable.
Yeah, Brian Dable.
Right, and John Mara wanted to keep Garrett because he was one of the coaching candidates that he liked. So he's like,
You
well,
see
why
what
don't you just-
Josh Allen's doing.
because what John Mara was doing was hedging his bet that if Joe Judge sucked, he would fire Joe Judge and keep Jason Garrett.
Yep.
That was the backup plan. Now
Yep.
you have no idea because I don't even know if Joe Judge and Jason Garrett talk because it seems to me they're not on the same page. It seems like Patrick Graham and Joe Judge are on the same page, right? They
And
always the defense
turn
always seems
around.
to be- turns it around, right? Why do they turn it around, but the offense can't seem to do anything? I mean, I don't
No.
know, man. I think there's some dissension amongst the ranks, if you ask me.
Well,
I
Pat, it's almost midnight. I want to
Yeah,
thank you
I'm
for
gonna
having
shut
me
it down.
on here.
Thanks for letting me on, guys.
Make
It's
sure
good to
you
talk
sub
with
up these
everybody.
guys. Man, there's
Adam,
some
it was
great
good to actually
content.
talk with you on the chat too.
Nice meeting you,
Miz,
man.
and Taj, and Adam, and you're already here for Pat, myself. Like I said, thank you. I'm gonna do some college football tomorrow. I'm gonna start about noon on my
Sir.
channel. So try to stop by if you got a chance. I'm probably gonna be doing it for a while. I've had a lot of requests for it, so
Joe's
That's what I'm
doing
gonna
another
be doing.
48-hour
Also, check
stream.
out Joe tomorrow with the college football. Tomorrow I will be
The
doing
college
the Canelo fight.
football.
I will
And
be
make
doing
sure
a
all the
Canelo
people in the
fight at
chat,
night.
you sub up all 5 of these guys too.
Oh,
All of them do
shit.
yeoman's work on here. All of them.
Man, have a great night, folks, and I hope you have a happy weekend if I don't talk to you.
Yeah,
So,
same to you
peace out, guys.
Pat, Joel,
All right.
Taj, Adam, Miz, have a wonderful
So,
night. I'll talk to you
thank
guys
you.
later.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
Jeff.
All right, Pat. Thanks for
Hey.
having me, man.
All right, Adam. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention, Miz, tonight, man. It's something.
That was great, man.
Yeah, that was something I just thought about at the top of my head. I was like, why not let these guys see what I'm being seen, and maybe they could come to their own conclusions and see exactly what's going on.
Well,
I'm going to be doing one of these every Friday
Okay.
at the same time. Hopefully, you guys will come and tune in, and we can get some of this Giants film out the way. Next week, I'll be doing partially
Let's hope it's a
defense and
victory.
part offense.
Let's hope it's a victory, right?
Yeah, let's hope it's a
Doing it
victory.
after a victory this week. You'll see.
I mean,
But,
you know, the thing is, like, as much as we doom and gloom the team, I always root for a victory on Sundays. You know,
Yeah,
like,
me
I do
too.
not. You know, I could say, hey, fire this guy, fire that guy. At the end of the day, on Sundays, I want them to win. I don't care by hook or by crook. Do it. Because people are paying for their livelihoods. Everyone says, like, you know, you want to tank. I'm like, these guys only have one shot at the NFL sometimes.
Right.
So for me, when you tell me to tank, I'm making millions of dollars. I can't tank, man. I can't do that because guess what? 31 other teams are looking at me. That film goes around. Pat, you said there's a scout, right? Well, guess what? You might be a scout in the personnel department who goes, yeah, get me Adam's film. Oh, well, look at this. He's dogging it over here, but yeah, we want to sign him. That'll help your negotiation, right? I mean,
exactly. So I mean, Adam, I'll never see you as a guy that would tank on anything in life, period. So I think you're head forward when it comes to life, period. And that's a damn good thing to have.
Thank you.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed this, man. It was just some part of my brain. I'm always trying to think something new to go to our shows. Hopefully, if somebody wanted to do a draft show over the off season, I'm going to be doing that. It's going to be called Big Pat Sports Talk Draft War Room. And I'm going to be looking at prospects for teams, low round prospects. I'm going to be doing that film sessions as well. So I got a lot of things coming up for Big Pat Sports Talk. No, I'm not that popular yet, but it really is not about popular. It's just things that I love to do. I love the Giants, and I love looking at film, man. I don't know why I love looking at film like that, though.
Because we love football, man.
Yeah, I know it's pretty boring. I'm actually excited that there was about 20 people in the chat looking with us at the time. So thank everybody for looking with me, man. But that's
why
that's a part of me, bro.
You know why this is good? Because you're not an ESPN media guy, so you don't have an agenda when you're going to look at film, right?
Yeah,
a lot of these guys say that they look at the film, but they have an agenda when they go in there. Like, oh, I'm going in to look at Daniel Jones and blah, blah, blah. And then they cut up all the bad throws and don't show all the good throws that he makes. You know, for every bad flaw that Daniel Jones has, there's also the good positives that we don't harp on as much because the media beats down our throat that he's terrible.
Yeah, so hopefully I can show some good film this week coming up next Friday. Hopefully I can show some good film. Oh, G Nation's in the building. I gotta stay on for one more second and let G Nation come in real quick.
But
truth is, some of us feels like we know more than some of these guys on TV. I'll be honest.
Right.
You know, I feel like that too sometimes, but at the same time, I'm here for the discussion, man, and they don't discuss anymore. That's the problem. It's all about clickbait. It's all about getting your, negative message out there. We're supposed to be at the water cooler, at the bar, having a conversation as Giant fans, telling our story on how we got here and how we are going to continue to be Giant fans. And instead, we have infighting because everybody wants to be more right than actually wrong. And when you look at it, we shouldn't be fighting. We should all be collectively like, what is wrong with this team, so we can try to figure that out.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody wants to be right, and they are, but
exactly.
they just want to make that their point is more valid than the other. Oh, exactly. This is more important than that, and really, it's not. It's a whole conglomerate of thing, man. It's everything. It's everything. You're absolutely right, and that's the issue. That's the issue.
Because we're always trying to be like, oh well, this guy's. It's like, dude, the whole team stinks right now. Right? What can we do to get better? Right now, we saw one unit get better, and that's the defensive side of football. I want to see the offense raise to the defense's level. Hey, Lou, what's going on?
You missed the whole film session, Lou.
Yeah, I know.
I know you've been working
He's
hard.
going to
So
do his own film session. You know that. Come on, he's already watching the film like twice.
But if you watch the whole thing over again, I think you'll like it, man. It's something new I'm bringing to the True Big Blue show. We're gonna be watching film, doing film sessions, man. I know you've been feeling on the weather lately. You've been working hard, so you'll get back to it when you can get back to it.
Yeah, you already know this week. Once I'm 100%, I'll be back at it.
But I was getting ready to end the show.
Over.
Yeah. Hey, what you doing tomorrow, bro?
We got some family in town, so that's why I didn't do it live.
Oh, okay. Well, tomorrow I'm doing the Canelo fight. Tomorrow.
Oh, damn! I forgot that was tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to hop on with me and do the Canelo fight, you can if you're available. And we're gonna be on Joe's channel all day doing the college football game. So,
Miz, thanks for having the clock in the background. It really helps.
Right.
I didn't even realize that was there, man.
Wrap it up.
Is that what Miz is saying?
Yeah. So it's good to see you, though, Lou, man.
You tired, Miz?
Yeah, I worked today was a hard day for me. But it's all right. I can still be on and talk Giants all night long. I don't care. Like Pat said, it's our love, passion for the team.
My first love was the Giants, man. I'll never forget it.
Just want to win. I want to be relevant again, bro. Guys, I want to be relevant again, man.
We will be,
man. We will
real soon. Look, I got a strong feeling.
We're not that far off. You look at it, we're not that far off in some of the games.
I'm telling you, I got a strong feeling. 11-6, my nigga. I keep telling you.
You be on that bullshit every time, man.
I mean, I think the Giants have a strong second half of the year to get these guys back.
Listen,
which they're going to.
I really don't see too many other teams that can beat us outside of Tampa Bay.
But will they have enough firepower and not shoot themselves in the foot? Is the problem with this team right now. It has nothing to do with talent because they can play with anybody. The problem is that we get a 15-yard play and then lose it because some guy taunts another man. All right, or we're having a great drive and I don't know, the offensive line decides to shit themselves and it gets a false start. Or
Jason Solo. Cool.
Because it looks like every time the Giants do something well, they shoot themselves in the foot. Then it's like an avalanche of problems.
Yep, they mess it up. They do it every time.
Like that last drive to go in against Kansas City, once that taunting play happened, I'm like, yo, this drive's over. This drive's over. They're not going to overcome that. Once that play happened,
what's the latest news on Odell Beckham?
Oh, he's cut.
He's going to the circus.
He's working at Burger King.
I know that, but I just heard something on NFL Network right before I called in saying that there's 4 possible teams that might take him before the week is out. But I didn't get to catch what the names was.
Raiders, Saints.
The top 7 teams are us, the Colts.
How Dave Gettleman gonna sign him after he traded him? Dave Gettleman ain't gonna sign him after he traded him.
No, I think he would, man. I think he actually would.
They just lost Henry Ruggs for the decade.
I think he would.
That guy ain't coming out of jail, so I could see the Raiders signing him. Las Vegas.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but Ruggs didn't get life.
Bro, Lou Ruggs is finished. Lou Ruggs is finished.
He's gonna be in jail for like 10 years, bro.
Ooh. Yeah, he's gonna play football, but it's gonna be in Rikers Island.
He was like 156 miles an hour, then hit the person, and then they burnt up in the car. It's not good.
Bro, he killed somebody, man. That's it. He killed someone.
Ooh, prayers out to their family. Damn.
Yeah, like no my condolences.
If you kill someone in an accident, okay, but when your like alcohol level is 4 times the amount where it can't be.
And then you're doing 156 miles per hour like you're on the Autobahn.
I mean,
I don't know what
you got that much money. Why don't you have a driver, man?
I don't know how he survived.
Bro, the league provides free drivers.
Yo, Plaxico Burress is the notorious for that.
Yep.
He used to always get drivers.
And then it don't help that the league does provide free drivers for you, so you have no.
Then you got no excuse.
You have no excuse. No excuse.
They provide drivers. They provide you a personal bouncer, security guard.
I heard you say, Miz, that you think Dave Gettleman would do it. Adam and Pat.
Yeah, I believe he would, man. I believe he would.
Do you think Gettleman would step out there and try to sign
No.
Odell Beckham after he traded him?
No. No, unless John Mara was like, like begging.
Well, John Mara, would play a role.
I doubt Gettleman.
Because Bad Dog
won't even get rid of
said
O'Shane Zimenez. You think he's going to go back and sign Odell Beckham Jr.?
I'm going to tell you why.
Listen,
this is why.
This Bad Dog made a good point. I was talking to him earlier, and he said that it would be a smart business move for John Mara.
That's what I was
to
going to say.
re-sign him.
Bingo.
Because fans are leaving the games early.
You will fill the
fans
stadium
ain't coming to the games. And if Odell Beckham is back and wearing number 13, fans will pack that damn stadium again.
Well,
stadium would be popping.
Him and Kadarius Toney would be probably the most dynamic duo in the league. But
he would definitely make it exciting again. That's for sure.
But I don't think Dave Gettleman, Mr. Pride himself, is going to do that.
He won't eat that crow.
I don't think it's David Gettleman's choice anymore. Like you guys said, he's probably going to be pushed to retire at the end of the year. So I don't think they care what Gettleman has to say.
I understand that, but the fact that Zimenez and Carter are still on the roster tells me that he has some type of clout. Because why are you still playing those bums?
Believe it, Odell would probably lose his mind here.
That's not up to
Gettleman. He already was in the system that wasn't using him. You think they'll be able to use Odell Beckham with this system?
They can't even use Kadarius Toney. You think they're going to use a better player, a player that's Kadarius Toney times 10? Get out of here.
He'll be pissed off at this.
And Jason Garrett would shit himself. He wouldn't know what to do with a player like that.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Freddie Kitchens over there when Beckham came?
Yes.
His first year, he had 1,000 yards.
Well, you know why? The redheaded clapper is not fired yet, and he won't use Beckham. Beckham would be beating up nets, kicking things.
Shit.
Because
did y'all hear that? Somebody just let off like 13 right up the block.
Well, hope you're safe.
Let me ask you a question. What would it cost us for Gettleman to be Odell to be here for this year?
$7.5 million.
$2.
How much?
Now you have to pay the rest of the contract, $7.5 million.
No, you got to pay half. They paid half. Whoever picks him up got.
That's $7.5 million. It costs $2. Out of $15 million. It's $7.5 million.
Yeah, that's not too bad, man.
We have no cap money, man. How are we gonna fit $7.5 million under?
It's $4 million.
They create a way. They come up with a way.
They paid half. Cleveland's paying half of it. So whoever picks him up has to pay the other $4 million.
Yeah, Beckham's not coming back here because he even said they sent me to Cleveland in spite of where I wanted to go for my career to die. Well, guess what? His career died there. And you think they're gonna, he was. See, the problem is he has nobody without New York. That's what Beckham realized. He's a nobody without New York.
I'll tell you one thing: if they bring back Odell Beckham, and he has a really good second half of the year here, it'll look like Gettleman destroyed Cleveland.
It would.
See, maybe that's what Gettleman will do to save his job. Like, all right, John, I'll sign him again. Just keep me on another year, please.
If it is only $4 or $5 million, that's nothing in NFL money.
Yeah, it's $4 million.
Well, that's the thing is, does he want to come back here? I mean, that's
he would sign up to come back here.
He kept his home in New York.
Yeah, he loves it here. He misses New York. He does.
Yeah, because he's not relevant anymore. He didn't go to LA, which he should have been. If he was in LA with that team, oh my God, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Odell Beckham Jr., give me a break.
Man, you talking about,
you know how much he would love being back here? He would come back here and be a king again. All the fans would be back on his nuts, I'm telling you.
He would love LA because he's got friends out there. All his boys hang out in LA. He's friends with Drake. And
over here too, man. Over here too, Adam. If he came back here, everybody would love him the first day he steps on the field.
Well, no, they would love him once he scored a touchdown and started dancing. That's what they do. They hate him until he starts dancing in the end zone.
When he do the Thriller,
they love him again.
Listen, I loved watching him. I always defended him until he blasted Eli with Lil Wayne. I'm like, now you're fucked. You just fucked yourself, man. So, I don't really want to be here, and I don't really get the ball thrown to me.
Yeah, he did it to himself. He did.
And I don't understand that because they was forcing the ball to him 9 times out of 10.
Real quick how bad it is on the other side. They sent to the Cleveland Baker Mayfield, though they want to throw in the ball.
Right, man.
Eli was forcing it to you here. He had you on a record pace.
And that's bad because he had his boy Jarvis Landry out there and he couldn't even make it.
Right. Shoot, they throw it to his boy more than him.
Yeah, because that's built like Baker built something with Jarvis Landry. In comes Beckham. They don't know how to use him. And when the new coach wants to get rid of you, please. And that guy's an offensive genius.
I would just laugh, man, because if you get Odell back and you got all those things in that trade and Cleveland gave him back to you for free, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be better.
But who's laughing? They're better record than we are, so they're kind of saying, all right, take our garbage.
Gettleman will look like a fox, man.
I don't know if it would do well for Gettleman. I don't know if it'll look desperation or smart.
Can't be any worse than what he's been.
Right. You can't get any worse.
I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I doubt he's coming here, though.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Because, John Mara also doesn't like to be embarrassed. So,
I mean, but we are pretty embarrassing the last.
Although they were talking, I heard, at Cleveland when they were there at the preseason game. They were.
Part of me does want him back. I'd love to see him and Tony and Barkley on the field and Galladay.
Oh my God!
That would be absolutely
that is an offense.
If we had a semi-decent offensive line, God Almighty, you can't stop that.
Yeah, well, if we had a semi-decent offensive coordinator, we'd probably actually be more exciting.
But if you brought him back and he shuts his face and he behaves and he plays football the second half of the year and he is a real good teammate, you bring him back next year, you hit the offensive line in the draft, you might have something special next year.
You already got a diva in Kadarius Toney. That guy's going to be.
How's Kadarius Toney a diva?
Oh, he's got the grills. He's got everything. He's going to be a star, man. I love him. I love him already. He's already got the joke already. I want to see him rap, man. But I'm like, yo, I need to see this kid score. I'm like, put him in the end zone. Give me something.
Right.
Give me some juice. That's the only guy.
We got to get Kadarius Toney in the end zone soon, man, because it's pissing me off. We haven't got Galladay in the end zone yet, and we haven't got Toney in the end zone yet.
Well, Saquon's ruled out.
Yeah, I already know Galladay. He'll spike the ball, whatever. But Kadarius Toney, come on, give me some electricity, man. That guy is fucking electric. All we do.
Tony scores this week. Write it down. He scores a
3-yard curl route and have him sit and do nothing.
You know what's crazy? I think we're gonna end up keeping John Ross, and Galladay won't be a part of this team's future.
Well, that's a bold take.
No, you have to keep him at least next year.
At least one more year, yeah.
I think John Ross will be. I think they will extend an offer to him to come back. I don't know if he will. I mean, he's not going to make that much money, so
it's time to say goodbye to Shepard, bro. That's it.
I hate to say it, Miz, but you're right, man. It's like,
that
you can't do anything for me when you're on the bench every 5 minutes.
As much as I like the guy, he's injury prone.
Every 5 minutes, every season has been on the bench. I'm like, dude, you're collecting checks, yo.
Every other drive, that dude's on the field.
Yeah, it's like, here, Sterling Shepard's in this game. Next week is out 3 weeks. Great. And then we get all excited, and the same shit happens.
Like
He's on
the field screaming after every other drive, man, because he's hurt. Reek, what's going on, bro?
It's like, yo, man, you don't throw the ball to Shepard because you're afraid you're gonna get injured.
When he hurt his quad the other day.
Oh my god! I'm like, dude. Really? That's all I said. I didn't say like, oh, is he okay? I'm like, really? Again?
Oh, like laughing at people's misery, but man, I was like, I knew it. I knew it.
I was listen, man, I was trying to laugh, but I was like, yo. This guy can't catch a break, man. He's like, gets out the shower, injures himself, man.
I was cursing the guy. I'll be honest.
You was cursing him, Miz?
Yeah.
You're like, get up, you freaking pussy.
Guys was screaming so hard, bro.
Yeah, we thought, but then all of a sudden he's on the sideline. I'm like, what did you break, bro? Oh, you hurt your quad muscle? How about you go into the back and inject something in that leg and continue playing?
Thank you.
Come on.
Every game you scared for
it's like
Juan Barkley too.
It's like I
just scared every play for those guys. Because you know if they get tackled the right way, it's a wrap.
Yo, Kadarius Toney like breaks his thumb and goes back into the game. And we can't even get Sterling Shepard 3 plays before he's out the game already. What use is that?
I don't get it, man. Those dudes stay hurt, man.
It's like we have the geriatrics of freaking receiving cores.
You know it's bad when it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. We signed the guy that was injury prone. We're like, he's not going to be injury prone. He sneezes, he's gone. Okay,
I said,
the only injury-prone guy that's made it is John Ross, and for whatever reason, he's the only guy that's healthy. God knows how that's happening.
I said it with the dude. I said it with the dude from the Eagles when they kept running them on those receiver jet sweeps. I was like, they keep running them. He finna get hurt because he get hurt a lot too. I was like, okay, you keep running, you gonna get hurt. He get all the way to the end zone. The last play where he didn't even score, he tears something. That's what I told you. You keep running them, it's over with. You keep throwing it to Shepard, you gonna get hurt.
If I was Shepard, I really would consider steroids this offseason.
He is on steroids. That's why he's that's why he's blowing everything out. You know what?
We don't even need him back, bro. We don't even need him back. We need to get Thomas and
Why
Barkley
would I
back.
want that guy back? Listen, I love Shepard when he came up, but every year he's been injured. It's getting worse. It's getting worse every year.
Yep.
Cuz didn't even get fully into his route before he fell down the heap screaming. Like, nobody even touched you. Why are you screaming?
Like, what did you do now? It's not even like, oh man, Shepard's down. Like, what now?
When we was
What
doing
now?
the stream, Biz got so bad, bro. He said, God damn it.
No, I got really mad at that. I do. I'm sick of the guy, man. I am.
Hey, he said, fuck this guy. I'm sick of him. And he's like on the ground crawling, grabbing grass because he's hurt like hell.
Fuck him. I don't care. He should scream on the floor. I don't give a shit, bro.
That shit was so funny. Bro. I know I'm sleepy now.
I got no heart for him no more, man, because it's too many. What is it? Come on, how 20th injury? Come on, man.
More than 20 years. 3 concussions 1 year. He's been
I made out of Clado.
He pulled both hamstrings in a quad. How the fuck do you do that? How do you pull both hamstrings and a quad?
Yeah, turf toe
You
last
both hamstrings of the quad in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah, and then he's on the sideline going crazy, jumping jacks like a cheerleader, man.
Right. The game against the Panthers, you sprain your other hamstring to come back the next week to then hurt your quad. What's next? Your groin is going to be pulled? Like, Jesus Christ.
That was one of the cheerleader, man, because he fell in a heap. Like
I thought I thought he broke his leg.
I thought he tore his knee up again.
It don't even matter no more at this point.
I thought he just got a Charlie horse.
No, you know what it was? It was ego. He left his ego on the field.
Sterling Shepard out 5 weeks catches Charlie horse.
Catches a Charlie horse.
Charlie horse.
He left his ego
serious knot in his leg. Man, but when he fell, man, I couldn't do nothing but laugh, bro, because I knew it was coming.
It's like, yo, man, it's like, oh.
Hey, there would have been a fight in that locker room that day because I would have laughed. Man, look, I already knew it was coming. And you don't want to fight.
Young Shepard would have walked over to you and be like, hey,
Miz said, fuck him, let him scream on the floor.
Yeah. At this point, I don't even look for him to come back. I don't even look for him no more, to be honest. I just want to get back. I want to get Thomas and Barkley back. That's all.
And he fell over. Like at least Victor Cruz tore his patella tendon. I'm like, all right, that's a respectful injury. You ran an out route and blew out your calf. It blew out your quad. And
I don't want the guy on this team no more. I'll be honest with you.
He can't stay healthy. Wow. He doesn't run the right routes. He falls over when we need him to turn up field.
Yep.
If you're
injured,
don't play. If you're injured, don't play. He doesn't play anyways. But I mean, it would have been better off without him.
That's cold.
Fuck that. I like the way you think, Miz.
Damn,
Shepard jumped up in the air and came down on the ground. And Miz already knew he was hurt.
I threw my arms in the air. I said, "Oh, here the fuck we go again, bro."
Fuck him, man.
Pat, you gotta
go again. This guy's screaming on the floor like a little 11-year-old, man.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Last week against the Panthers, the week prior, he's jumping up and down for a touchdown.
Didn't know if he tripped.
No.
Miz didn't know if he failed. It was gonna get back. He just knew that Shepard was hurt.
It looked like he got shot. It looked like he got shot on the field because he's just running and out of nowhere falls over. You're like, what is this?
Nobody touched him, bro.
Oh, not for nothing, man. Shepard is a clown, man. He's a total circus.
Like rolling on the ground, dying.
No, he was good, but now it's like.
When was he good, bro? Like last week in Carolina, he was running, doing a sprint 50 yards, giving someone a chest bump. He's supposed to be hurt.
Right. That's what I'm saying. How'd you pull your hamstring in pregame warm-ups, man?
I think this is the happiest that Pat's ever been all season, laughing about Sterling Shepard.
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh at people like Sterling Shepard. I hate to say it,
man.
But when you come out the shower and get injured, that's what he does now.
That was funny, man. Everybody,
I don't take Shepard seriously no
knew
more.
he was hurt. And Miz said, "Fuck him." As soon as he touched the ground.
And what does he bring to the table? He never goes deep.
Like if Sterling Shepard was a horse, Miz would have took him in the back and shot him.
That's messed up.
What about his misery, Miz?
Nah, shoot him. You don't want to fix him? Nah, shoot him. Put a bullet in there.
Get him out of here. He's a dead thoroughbred.
You know how cruel that was, man. That dude, as soon as he hit the ground, Biz didn't give a damn.
Send him to the glue factory.
That was like some mob shit, right?
I didn't give two shits about him. Fuck him.
Him and Dante Pettis both went down.
No, because how many times are we gonna see this shit? Come on already, man.
It's the same song and dance the last 4 years. The only year he was healthy was 2016 when he went on a boat ride.
Oh, that part was funny because you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
I don't even want to see him in the game because I'm afraid he's going to be on the injury report the next week.
You really think Saquon Barkley gonna finish out the season?
No.
Yeah.
No, like,
I'm hoping so.
No.
Not with this offensive line.
No. You have any faith that he's gonna finish out the season?
No.
I don't.
If we had an offensive line that can block until he can make it to the second level, then no, he'd be good.
Well,
but our offensive line doesn't even give him a gap to run to, and he starts tap dancing trying to find a lane and gets hurt.
You know, our center
see how
does a defensive tackle job for him.
I mean, our star receiver, $78 million, is he's not really. He gets injured doing nothing too.
He's supposed to play this Sunday, so hopefully.
We'll see. I mean, then he'll pull his hip muscle and be out another 3 weeks.
You saw how big Saquon Barkley's ankle blew up?
Yeah,
like a inflatable balloon.
Barkley was sprinting today, so I think he'll be back after the bye. Barkley and Thomas won't be back for the Tampa game.
Yeah, only to stub his toe coming off the bench.
Yeah.
He'll be out 4 weeks.
Oh, man. Do you know how many people we've seen on the ground and grimacing in pain this year? It's like a war out there.
We're like the mass unit of NFL.
Funny thing, bro, because Nick Gates broke his leg and he wasn't crying. He was like smiling on the truck trying to be his best.
That's the nutcase right there. You break your leg, you're like, hey, how you back, guys?
I don't think you are, Gates, but
fucking guy Shepard. Somebody sneezed at him. He was on the floor screaming. Man.
Oh my God, I got COVID.
My legs.
Like when he gets injured, he gets injured. Like he screams.
Yeah, but it's not even a good injury. It's a soft tissue injury. Like, dude, what are you doing? The same shit every year. Fix your hamstrings.
I tell you what.
Drink some water.
I think Sterling Shepard has a gambling problem, and the bookies in New York got him in their pocket.
Right.
He got sniped out on the field. That's what was happening. So,
You think he might be trying to throw the game?
I think he's trying to keep his thumbs.
You know what it is? He's going through a divorce.
Well, how long is he supposed to be out now? Did they say?
It said a
Like
while.
2 to 4 weeks, I thought.
Just shut him down for the season. Do me a favor, bro. Do me a favor. Shut him down for the season.
Just get rid of Shepard. Bring OBJ back.
Hey, not a bad idea.
Hey, if you cut Shepard, that's the $4 million you need to get. Oh my God.
Wait, if you cut Shepard right now, can you save any money?
If you cut him right now, hold on, I don't think so.
You might save the Giant fans' hearts because this guy is getting on.
Yeah, man, I didn't realize you had this much hate in your heart for the guy, man.
It's not about hate. It's about what does he really bring to the table anymore. Let's be honest.
Nothing. Every week your star player is injured. Doing what? You went to the bagel shop and got, pulled a hammy? Come on, bro.
It's fucking even his wife left him on her.
You actually lose $8 million.
Oh man, it's cold, man.
If he runs out the tunnel, he gets hurt.
You lose $8 million
because he got hurt in the shower.
You lose $8 million, but you might save $8 million from the. You might save money from the hospital bills.
You know what it is? He's got pictures of John Mara, and he's afraid to get them released, so that's why he's still on the team.
Well, you can save $2 million right now if you cut Lorenzo Carter.
Oh my God, that guy needs to be gone. I'm sorry, I love Lorenzo Carter, but sorry, pack your bags, bro.
I can't believe this guy has
another guy that's a walking injury.
Forget about that. I can't believe this guy don't have a sack this year. I cannot believe that, man.
Yo, not your sack. Him and Zimenez.
He's got a pick.
Zimenez
He's got an
runs
interception,
into
though.
the offensive guard every time. I'm like, why do you keep stunning this guy? He runs right into the center.
Your two starting defensive, outside edge
Is
linebackers.
Raymond Johnson hurt?
No.
Then why the hell is Zimenez still on the freaking field?
Joe Judge is a whack job.
They're crazy.
You know,
That's why.
neither one of them have a sack between them this year. They were your starting.
Yo,
edge rushers
Quincy
this year.
Roche's played less games, has the same stats.
Yeah,
as Lorenzo Carter.
Roche's emerging, bro.
That's
Roche's
terrible.
emerging.
How are
Roche
you?
took 50 snaps last week, right?
How
So
do
he's
you play
emerging.
no games?
He's a sixth
okay?
rounder.
No games. You played no games. They put you in for 1 week. You already have the same number of pressures, hurries, and tackles as Lorenzo Carter. Terrible.
He's better than those guys. He's better than Zimenez and Carter. Easily.
Why does Zimenez see the field? Get Ellison Smith in there. Do something. I'd rather see Ellison
That's
Smith
Joe Judge.
do nothing than see Shane Zimenez. I've seen enough of that guy. He's like the Evan Ingram on defense.
That's facts. That's a great way of putting it, Adam.
Like, what does O'Shane Zimenez do besides collect the
He's
check?
worse than that because at least
You know
Evan
what you
Ingram
need to
get a
do, Pat?
catch every now and
You
then.
need to do a video on Shane Zimenez's suckiness. Okay, you need to do a video so we can see how bad he really is. Okay, that's what you need to expose Giant fans to. How bad O'Shane Zimenez really is. Every
actually
play
thinking about
you're running
doing it,
into
too.
the offensive guard. Not a move. You don't do anything to get around the offensive line. You just run straight into the guy.
Man,
What are they
he's out
teaching
there.
you?
He's out there chest bumping tackles. That's what he's doing.
You're jumping off sides, dude. You're not even good. Why are you jumping off sides? You're not good. You're not a good defensive end. You're not going to get there. That's probably why he jumped off sides, because he knew he sucked. So he had to get a jump on something.
I don't care how you get there. Just get there.
Exactly.
Zimenez is terrible.
O'Shane Zimenez, man. I hate
Carter
that
too.
guy.
Carter's
It's sad,
terrible
it's
too.
sad that
Man.
we got players on this team that you can laugh when they get hurt. That's bad.
Laugh when
You
he get
can
hurt.
laugh
I laugh when
when
they
they
get
get
hurt.
I
I'd rather
cry
have
when they
Zimenez
step
hurt.
on the field, and I
See,
laugh when they leave.
Here's the problem.
Good,
We have,
man. I don't
we
care
have
about
players
that.
that should be hurt that aren't hurt, like O'Shane Zimenez. That guy should be injured. He might as well be
I
on
told you
IR.
that Lorenzo Carter injury was a blessing in disguise. I told you it was.
Carter
He might as well
sucks,
be on
man. That
IR.
guy's horrible.
O'Shane
Man.
Zimenez. He's doing the same that he did on
This
IR
guy is
as
terrible,
he's doing
bro.
on the field. How
He's
many
on a milk
tackles does he
carton.
have?
You see
I'm gonna
Carter
look-
on a milk carton.
I'm gonna look up O'Shane Zimenez stats.
He has none.
He was supposed to be really good too, man.
He had 1 tackle at the Chiefs. 1. He has 12 tackles in the regular season. That's like 2 tackles a game. That is terrible.
Wow, that's
That is
terrible.
terrible. That is
He don't-
terrible.
he don't belong on
Outside
the field no more,
linebacker
bro.
has 12 tackles. That's going to come out to 24 tackles in the season.
He don't belong on the field no more. He don't.
Oh my God, that's what special teamers get. Special teams players get 12
No,
tackles.
that's backup linebackers in high school get 24
Right.
sacks, 24 tackles a season.
It's horrible.
He's got 12.
I'd rather see
Motherfucker
put Carter
shouldn't be on
Coughlin in
the
there
damn
and put
team.
Lorenzo Carter on the bench.
Cam Brown.
Cam Brown, Carter Coughlin.
A matter of fact, if Lorenzo Carter's on the floor this week screaming, I'm gonna smile.
Fuck him. Let him stay on the floor.
Stay
Bring
down.
a bulldozer out.
When are we gonna see Gary Brightwell, man?
Never.
Hell,
Why
free
did we
thrower.
keep him for special teams and he don't even return the damn kicks?
Stupid.
He don't even return the
He's a
kick.
It
good
doesn't
runner,
make
man.
no sense, man. You could get him a couple of handles. Let's see what the kid could do.
He's got a
Lorenzo
big body.
Carter.
And be honest with you, he reminds me of Devontae Freeman when Devontae Freeman first came in the league.
Yep.
He's got
That's
very
what he
similar
reminds me
build.
of.
Devontae
That's
Brooks.
exactly what he reminds me of, G.
Someone
Real
better tell
talk.
Joe Judge. I don't know. I don't think he knows.
I think that would be a good 1-2 punch with him and
Quincy-
Barkley.
Quincy Roche
And then
there.
Barkley probably wouldn't get hurt so much because he wouldn't be carrying the ball as much.
You would think that they would have benched Eli Penny a bit when he got called for that taunting.
That
and put Gary
taunting?
Brightwell in,
Yeah.
you know. But nope.
Well, that comes with lack of
No, they
experience, not getting too many reps. If he got more reps, he'd know how to conduct himself with class when he gets a first down.
It's a
Yeah.
cycle,
Lorenzo Carter
man.
has
It's a
19
cycle.
tackles. 19 tackles Lorenzo Carter has.
He played the
Ocean. Quincy Roche in 3-4 games he's played is
I like
already
Roche.
better than Xavier
Those
Kenny.
were
Come
crazy
on.
because you don't never get
He got so excited that he got a first down because he ain't touched the ball in 95 snaps. That motherfucker ain't know how to act.
Yeah, he's a moron, man.
The
There's ways of saying something to somebody without looking at them. You know, you could say something walking away without looking at them.
He couldn't help himself.
Elijah Penny is like the first time he saw boobs, he's like, yeah, you know,
Right.
Contain himself.
Yeah, he cost us the game right there.
First off, why are you yelling at
You
that
getting
dude?
that
You didn't even
man's
make the
face
tackle. Like, get out
Right.
of here. You're yelling at that innocent man.
On the other hand, I like 49. What is it, McKinley, the linebacker? I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Gotta touch
Oh, Branderick.
Yeah, Bernardrick McKinney. Yeah,
What's his name?
He's playing physical, man. He's playing physical.
Bernardrick McKinney.
I like him.
Yo, I gotta take this moment to give a shout out to Key and Peele. Because I don't know if y'all ever watched that shit on Comedy Central, but they did a whole skit about how football players have the most fucked up names you ever heard in your life.
Yeah, I remember that.
I never met a Bernard in any of my high school classes.
Hey,
Bernard
that was what he said. He did that penalty because of lack of rest.
His ass don't know how to conduct himself when he get the ball. He's so damn excited. It's like you said, the first time you see a boob, he squirted.
He's like, yeah, Penny.
He said, oh my God.
No playing time.
Like, yeah, he caught the ball, he got tackled, he spiked it, and then he rose over to some random dude who looks in if you look at the replay, the guy's like, I don't want any part of this, dude.
And the dude wasn't even paying attention to it. He was getting ready to go to the sidelines because he just came in for a play.
Guy trying to run in for a third down play.
He did that to the third string, and it just got on the I don't even know what's going on.
I really wanted to fire him. I really wanted Joe Judge to be like, don't even bother showing up on the bus, because that's what I would have done. I would have like, pack your bag. I would have left you in Kansas City. I would have left him there. Like, yeah, start taunting the bus driver. Well, that's where you're going, homie.
Hey, Cuz would have been taking off his shoulder pads immediately because you just cost us the game.
Exactly. Cost us the game. Goodbye.
Because you know how to conduct it.
You've never seen a titty in your life. And now we are done. Thanks for nothing.
Sad, that's a sad state that we're in, man. That's a sad situation.
They asked your judge that on the police, he would have told them. He did that. Like
how we laughing at all this shit.
You know, Joe Judge like covered for him, like, oh, we got to keep our composure. No, motherfucker, you got to fire that dude. Fire him.
Fire him.
I would have fired him.
I can't believe they continue
to see you. Goodbye.
Continue to line up this guy Xavier on the line. I can't believe it, man.
Yeah, and you know, he could have taken that Giuseppe guy with him, that other fullback that we don't even use.
Oh my God, y'all got my chest hurt, man.
Cullen
Gillespie or whatever his name
Get
is.
him out of here.
Dizzy Gillespie on the.
My point
I think he
exactly
plays in a
about the
special
football
team.
players' names.
Cullen Gillespie, yeah, that's pretty.
Gillespie.
I mean, Kadarius Toney is pretty nuts too.
Like how I'm saying his name right is crazy.
Somebody better get Tony away
There's
from
no
Twitter.
John Smiths in the
Quiddy
NFL.
Pay,
Is there?
Aziz Ojulari.
There's no just like a random name, like a Michael.
Somebody better get Tony away from Twitter, man, because he's been saying things he shouldn't be talking about.
You should listen to some of his
Hey, to be honest with you, that on Mayor's though, everybody knew what that man was saying when he.
No, I understood what he was saying. I get it.
Only the ignorant
say
people
nothing
took
back.
that shit out
Or
of
Pat, the
just
media in New York is gonna make it twisted another way. You know that.
because we're losing.
He's easy to do. He's
We ain't got nothing
Pat
else better to do.
He's the best rapper in the world.
You got Pat.
He ain't had enough reps. He don't know how to conduct himself on Twitter.
Exactly. It's the first time we see the tip.
Lack of win.
I like
That's why he
Tony.
did it.
Lack of boobs.
No, Tony's a monster, bro.
That's why we need to get him the ball. But
What I
we
like
don't-
a lot
we don't
about
do that.
Tony. Tony
Our
has a
best
lot of
players,
fight
we
in him.
don't
You
seem
can
to
see it. He's got
game
fight in him.
plan for.
Literally.
Like
Literally.
Pat,
Garrett-
you say Tony's a dog. He has dog in him. You could see it.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett plans is
Yes,
like
he
I feel
does.
like Jason Garrett wants to be fired. Like he
Well,
goes.
this is his last year
How could I
anyway.
be
His
fired?
contract is up.
This is last year
No,
anyway.
you know
so
what
we
I honestly
get his
think?
ass fired.
I honestly
up?
think he's trying to get Joe Judge fired and become interim coach, and then ball out and become head coach.
It's like, how can I get this guy out of here?
Hey, probably. Hey, but
I have an idea. Never use
That's
Evan
some take
Ingram.
over the world bullshit right there.
Yeah, that's that pinky in the ring.
That would be.
Well, it looks like they don't even like each other. When they're in the draft room, they don't even
Maybe trying to
they don't look
sabotage
at each
one another.
Hey,
who would you like to sit across from that freaking pasty? Let me shut up. Let me.
do we have
what, the redheaded clapper?
Yeah.
The redheaded clapper.
Look
Yeah,
like
he
somebody's
claps for everything.
illegitimate
He
redheaded
claps for
stepchild.
everything. You came down the stairs. Good job. You opened the door. Way to go.
No, he pisses me off because he claps when we make mistakes.
Exactly. Hey guys,
God jumps
great
off
job.
sides. You
great
clap.
job,
What the
O'Shane
fuck are
Jimenez.
you clapping
Great job,
for?
O'Shane.
You supposed to be chewing his ass out. You over here clapping because he jumped offside.
No, what doesn't make any sense to me is you're staring at a tablet. What are you doing that for screen time? Are you just pretending to look at the film? Like you go out there, he throws an interception, and you run back and you run the same play again. What are you looking at the tablet for then? If you're just going to do the same shit, you might as well talk about what you're having for dinner that night. That's what you should be talking about because you're not doing any adjustments. You're sitting there looking at, hey, Daniel, what did you do on this play? You think we should run it again? Oh, the cameras are looking at us, so let's just pretend we're fucking talking about the game. Get out of here.
And
That's what I
Daniel's
feel like
a
he
robot.
does.
Daniel's
The camera's
a robot,
on, and
man.
him and Daniel Jones are standing there looking at it, and they're not doing nothing.
He's a robot.
They're going to use
He's
that. I
gonna
still
do
can't
whatever
believe they
you
haven't
tell him
used
to do.
Tony in the running back position or out of the backfield.
He's not.
I guess he
he's
doesn't
not
know to do
human,
that
man.
because he's watching
That
film of
man
his
is a
players just
robot.
doing nothing.
How's this guy not taking a wildcat snap and then he could either run it or throw? Because you know he
did it
could throw
once
70
in
yards,
New
right?
Orleans. New Orleans, he did that.
Oh
game.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Why? Because Jason Garrett
Derrick
is our
Henry has
offensive
more
coordinator.
wildcat snaps, man.
That's why.
Oh man. Y'all
Jason
got my
Garrett
damn
wouldn't know
chest
what to
hurt,
do with a
man. That
football.
shit
Yeah,
in
they're
his
literally
hands.
making him turn to a robot.
This is what I'm talking about.
Turning
Loyalty to
into a
Giants.
robot.
The reason Jason Garrett still has a job, he was a quarterback for the Giants. They're like, let's bring him back. He's a Giant
He's a
for life.
quarterback. A backup
pretty good.
quarterback for the Giants.
Pretty good quarterback.
Man, he ain't have enough reps to know how to coach.
Motherfucker was a backup.
Oh, there goes Shepard screaming on the floor again.
Shane Jimenez. I hope
Oh,
he
my
gets,
leg.
I hope he gets, I don't want people to get injured, but sometimes I'm like, yo, man, you're doing us a favor by being injured.
Doctor said I need a legiotomy.
He needs a
He's a whole new
football, man.
hamstring.
Someone needs to inject some game into that guy.
He needs to go, man. We could
Oh,
let
I
him go
guess,
after
you
this
know.
season, right?
Miz, you know,
Or no?
you should switch numbers when you go to the game on Sunday with O'Shane Jimenez. We get a better output from you than O'Shane.
You know who? You know what?
Jimenez do not belong in the NFL. I've been saying
And
this for over a year.
I've been saying this for a while, but I would love to see Antonio Pierce make a run as a defensive coordinator or a linebackers coach.
What is he up to now?
He's the head coach of a high school team, I think.
Yep.
What?
Antonio Pierce was the heart and soul of this defense when he was out there at linebacker.
Right.
Yes, he was.
With his beer gut and all.
He was.
I remember when I worked
Jacobs
for
is
the
a
Giants.
coach too, man.
I worked for
Brandon
the Giants.
Jacobs
The
coaches a
Ravens
high
came
school.
in. The Ravens came into play. We all look at all the interns and I look over at the Ravens like those are linebackers. We look over at Antonio Pierce like, damn, that guy just housed a six-pack before he got onto the
Yeah, he played good. He was smart,
Yeah,
man.
I think
Very
he'll-
smart.
That's
linebacker.
why that's the only reason he was in the position. Because you look at that guy, man, he was not an NFL player.
Hey, authentic, 11-6, bro. We about to win the next motherfucking 10 games. 9 games, bro. That's right. I'm still on my bullshit, son. We about to win the next 9 games, son.
Oh, we suck.
Not if Jason Garrett's our offensive coordinator.
I like that.
Let's win one game.
I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to will that shit into existence, man. Y'all ain't never seen Lethal Weapon. Will it to me, Riggs.
Right.
Will it to me, Riggs.
15 because of you, man.
He's getting too old for this shit. That's what's happening.
Right. I'm getting too old for this shit, Riggs.
Riggs. Riggs, you ever notice that movie? He's always like, Riggs.
Riggs. Talk to me, Riggs.
Talk to me, Riggs. Where are you, Riggs?
Riggs. My favorite scene is when he's on the toilet. He's like,
That's the
second one.
That's how the coaches are calling Shepard. Shep. Where are you, Shep?
Right. That's like when he falls, like in the fourth one when he falls in the water. He's like, Riggs. Like, what are you yelling for? He can't hear you under that damn water.
All right, authentic man. Thanks for tuning in. I'm finna shut it down for a second too. These fellas got me a whole other hour. Got me laughing my damn eyes out my head.
Joking around about all these people getting hurt.
I'm gonna tell you why Eli Penny got that damn penalty, because his ass had a lack of reps, and he don't know how to conduct himself when he get a damn first down.
Do you think he was yelling Riggs at that guy? Riggs! Riggs!
I got the first down, Riggs. The guy's like, my name's not even Riggs. Who's Riggs?
Wait for Sunday when you see Shepard doing jumping jacks on the bench.
Yeah, waving the towel, saying,
"Don't you had a torn quad? How you running up and down the
He'll probably
sideline?"
get hurt on that. Doing
no, that's what will happen is he'll look injured, and then the Giants will make a play, and then he'll give you that like swole face that he got. And, like,
Spags all day Sunday. Spags all day.
Who would we rather have?
Shepard is literally the epitome of a fish from SpongeBob yelling out my legs.
Spags, yeah. I miss Spags.
He's part of the lollipop.
He's yelling out Riggs when he got the first down.
Riggs.
I got the first
That's why
down.
that party play, yo. They didn't like that movie. They were like, Lethal Weapon 4. Kept yelling Riggs at a white player, man. You're going to get in trouble.
Who the hell is Riggs?
Yeah, that guy. You see his face? He's like a linebacker when he's getting yelled at. He's like, what are you saying?
Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Even the ref was confused when he threw the flag. He was yelling out Riggs. He was yelling that guy's name was Riggs.
Riggs, what are you talking about?
He called me Riggs. Ref, he called me Riggs.
Okay. They fuck you with the cell phones. They fuck you with the cell phones.
All right. Okay.
That's what he could have said too. He could have said, they fuck me with the penalties. They fuck us with the penalties. They throw a fucking penalty on holding. I mean, what are they doing? They fuck you at the drive-thru.
Right.
First they flag you, then they fuck you.
Exactly. First they flag you, then they fuck you.
Hold it. Make sure. Okay. All right.
See, they fuck you at the drive-thru because they know you're not going to go back.
What about Rodgers, man? Did he lie to the league or what?
Yeah, he lied.
Yeah, he lied to the league.
He lied to the press.
Because he thinks he's above everyone, and maybe he kind of is.
What he lie about?
Taking the COVID.
Not taking the COVID vaccination.
He took it or he didn't take it?
No, he didn't. He's become a total hippie, man. He might be doing drugs.
This is what he
claimed that he did.
Lou, this is what he said.
He did, which he did.
A reporter asked him, "Are you vaccinated?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm immunized." And so
he's making up some stuff.
He's like saying, "Oh, I didn't say I was vaccinated," but the first words out of his mouth after the question were, "Yeah."
Was yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
So you said yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
They also said after the game with Arizona, he looked kind of high. He might be a total hippie now, man. He might have gone that way.
Get a fucking haircut,
like
man. You're on a damn commercial.
No,
Man, when he got hit by that Cardinals player, they showed his face.
God,
Boy,
yes.
He was like he was a rockhead right there.
He looked like he lost his
on them rocks.
I'm telling
He
you.
was on them rocks.
He was like, that's probably why he's taking a vacation. He's like, I got rocked.
He said, I gotta let you know something, Joe Rogan.
Him with that new girlfriend, he might have become something different this past summer.
Red balls.
Yeah, listen.
You got some hot sauce for these goat nuts, Joe Rogan?
He could be getting high, who knows? But he's still sick quarterback, so it don't matter.
Yeah, he's still one of the best in the league.
Hey, listen, man. Michael Phelps smoked hella weed and still won a gold medal on a drug that's supposed to slow you down. So
that's what I'm saying. Performance enhancing my ass, you know?
Right? There ain't no performance enhancing.
That gives you the munchies. If anything, that would have cost him the medals.
He's definitely on something. He's been looking a lot happier this year.
Who you talking about?
He said he didn't lie.
I would too if I had
took what
brownies
his
before the
doctor
game.
gave him.
Psychedelics.
He has brownies before the game. That's what he does. And then by the time the game kicks in, he's ready to go.
He did that
man.
He got those slow
MDT.
release. He got them slow release
Yeah,
brownies.
Kenny Galladay. 49.
He did that
What's
MDT.
going on?
Well, maybe we should give some of the brownies that he eats to our team. Maybe they'll be healthy. I mean, my God. Maybe Sterling Shepard needs some brownies.
Yeah, he's definitely
Shout
a
out
different
to
person this
49ers in
year.
the
Definitely.
Maybe if Sterling Shepard actually did some, cannabis, maybe he would be still on the field. I don't know.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is the undercover Trumper.
Dude.
I don't care what he
He's
is,
always
man.
had a tooth. Aaron Rodgers has always had a tooth. He's been a
That
Cleveland.
him missing the game. That game could cost them first seed. I think they're gonna lose to the Chiefs.
No, they're not.
There he is. Look.
We almost beat the Chiefs, and the Packers are a lot better than we are.
Cuz like a straight rockhead on that picture, man.
I might have got his bell rung. Oh my god. He looked like someone put in his poop shoe.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Riggs!
no Riggs.
Don't do that to me.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
That's the look. That's the meme that he's giving you.
whole crackhead.
All right, fellas, man. I'm finna get off here, man. Y'all make me laugh.
This was fun. I needed
Yeah, you
that.
better get off before Shepard gets healthy.
Before someone yells out Riggs.
Shit, you know that won't last long.
We got a 49ers fan in the building.
He get hurt putting his cleats on.
Goofy doofy.
Oh, stop it, your 49ers.
Oh, your quarterback, yeah.
You guys are in
Doofy is
last place in your
Garoppolo.
division.
Goofy doofy.
Garoppolo is goofy doofy.
Jimmy
Exactly.
He yells out Riggs too after every interception.
After he throws an interception, he's trying to throw it to Riggs. Catch it, Riggs.
Who the hell is Riggs?
I can't wait till that happens. Who the hell is
Same dude could pop up every
49ers,
game.
49ers window is closing. Got news for you.
The 49ers window
They
is
look like
closed.
us.
That was slammed shut a year ago.
But I will be on Joe's channel tomorrow at 12 noon. I'll be doing the Canelo fight at night, fellas, if y'all want to tune in right then.
And I'll be calling Sunday night football
Yep.
on
Who's
my
playing?
channel.
By
Who's playing?
the time the Sunday night football goes off, I'll be able to do the Canelo, and because they probably ain't gonna fight till about 10:30. So
Wait. They fight Saturday.
oh yeah, that is right. Sure.
Who's
Tomorrow.
playing Sunday
Tomorrow
night?
is Saturday. Well, today. Today is Saturday.
Well, today.
No,
well,
today's
yeah.
Friday.
Tomorrow we'll be doing the Sunday night
in
game on
California?
Lou's channel.
Yo, I'm streaming the live
Who
bowling
plays Sunday
event
night?
tomorrow night, so you guys should join. I'm gonna stream the live bowling show.
I
We're
was gonna
streaming the
stream,
fight tomorrow.
I was gonna stream the Cats.
Forget the fight. Come watch the bowling event.
Forget the fight. Canelo and Caleb Plant.
I'm streaming golf tomorrow.
He believes me. Like I watch bowling.
I'm like, forget the
Mid's
fight,
cracking
bro.
jokes. he said
bowling.
he believes me.
I was like, yo, what the
New
hell?
York finest.
Who's
Odell's
streaming
not
that?
coming back. He's never coming back.
He's
Check
coming
out my
back.
channel. I'll be
He's not
watching the
coming
Golf Network.
Nah, he ain't coming back.
Yeah, Odell's
bro.
coming back in the stadium with a ticket to watch the game.
That's about it. Or to play.
I'm not gonna lie, a small
another
part of me
team.
would like to have him back for the season to
That's
see
why
what
they're
would
gonna
happen.
do it.
All right, so he can yell Riggs and get us in trouble.
Right.
I don't know, just to pump some energy into this fan base
Well,
again.
nah,
This
you know
area.
what? We'll be getting a taunting call every damn time he get the
Yes,
ball.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. You want to talk about flags?
He get a first down. He
Flags.
dancing.
Odell Beckham
There's
is
flags
Well,
everywhere.
I got
Riggs,
some more
no
news
dancing
for
on the
us. The
field.
Giants are trying out punters.
Yes, thank God. Riley Dixon.
So Dixon might be on his way out.
Good.
Who's
Get rid of
playing
that guy.
Sunday
I can
night,
punt
Luke?
better than him.
Why didn't they trade him for an 8th round fucking lineman,
Why
which
didn't they
doesn't
trade
even
him for-
exist?
Why didn't they trade him for a garbage
I
can?
hope it's a punter that could play wide receiver.
Oh, I hope
He's
he gets
versatile.
traded
We'll
for it.
sign him.
Why we get rid of Brad?
I just got a new trash can. I'm gonna call it Riley Dixon.
If he's a punter that could play wide receiver, we'll sign him and we'll
How
never
you
use
making
him.
Just
Just because he's
3
versatile.
as a punter? How are you making $3 million as a punter? Like,
And
what?
never made a Pro Bowl. Never has made a Pro
Never
Bowl.
made
That's
a
crazy,
Pro Bowl.
man. That's crazy.
Again, he got
Never
traded.
been all pro. Never made a Pro Bowl, but you make it.
What happened to
You know what I hate about Riley Dixon though is when he has a bad punt, he looks over to the sideline like, "Damn it!" Like,
Am I
damn,
fired now?
Like,
Am I
Like,
fired
bro,
now?
you did the bad punt, not your coach. Like you kicked that shit.
What our kicker makes?
Oh, you changed the logo again?
The kicker
Huh?
makes $5 million.
You changed the logo again?
You should make
Does he
it.
make $5 million?
You should make it Riley.
Yeah.
Dixon's
No,
picture.
that's
He's a good
the
kicker
one.
though. He's
I
real
need to
good.
change it when I join the live stream on my phone. That's my
Graham
logo.
Gano.
When I'm live streaming from my PC, it's my logo.
Graham
Okay.
knows worth
As
everything.
long as we got Graham Gano, man, we good.
49ers suck.
Shit, it don't matter if we got Graham Gano. If it's 4th and 3, we're gonna kick it from freaking ridiculous range and not try to go for the 3 yards.
Yeah, that's why we got Graham Gano, so we can kick those 60-yarders.
Yeah, but he
What
don't
happened
do
to
that
Brad?
shit on our team.
No, he doesn't, because when we get inside the red zone, instead of going for it on 4th and 2, we decide to
punt.
take a
These
27-yard
niggas coach
field goal.
scared. They coach scared.
Hi guys, I like.
We're trash,
I'm Coach Joe Judge, and I coach to lose.
We're
Who said
trash,
that?
man.
They coach
Who said the
scared,
N-word?
bro.
What?
I said I'm Joe Judge, and I
Joe
coach
Judge.
to lose.
I said
Somebody
we're
said
trash.
the N-word.
I don't even watch his press conferences after the game no more. He's like a robot. It's like a machine speaking.
Was that you, Taj?
He stinks at press conference. I got to watch the
Lou,
tape.
no,
You know, you got to
nobody
watch the
said
tape
that.
of your
Somebody
fucking press
said
conference.
these
It's
ends
terrible.
coach scared.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they do coach a little bit scared. They do.
They coach like they have no dicks.
We're trash.
Like there's high school coaches that are more aggressive than Joe Judge. I rather call the Don Bosco Prep New Jersey high school coach to coach the Giants, because at least I know I'm getting a winner.
Damn, son.
Yo, Don Bosco Prep is a good school. They're like top.
That's where
in the state
Jabril
every
Peppers
year.
went.
We don't win Sunday. I'm gonna have to start rooting for us to tank. Even though I hate doing that.
Yeah,
We don't win Sunday. We don't win Sunday. It's gonna be where it doesn't matter about
games.
Rooting for us to
Half the
tank.
season.
We already
Wait a second.
tanking.
What do you call this if it's not tanking?
Right.
Just call it
They don't, so what do you mean? Play like they normally play? You know what I mean? Like,
Really, you know what I mean. Might as well just lose out.
if they win, I'm surprised. You know what I'm saying?
We got a
I'm
couple
telling
of
you, bro. Sterling
picks,
Shepard.
you know?
Sterling Shepard is getting paid to fall in fake injuries because he owes the bookies.
And workers' comp.
Isn't it? He owes big old Sal some money.
He owes somebody.
It's like
He owes the fans a lot too.
And that's how you know when he's throwing the game, because he screams Riggs whenever he gets injured.
Riggs. Riggs doing it in here. Riggs.
Like, all right, Vinny, place the bet.
Okay, he's injured. He's down. The Giants gonna lose. It's gonna happen. In the third quarter, 3 minutes to go. Up, boop. He's out.
Riggs.
First quarter, first second, first play.
He's out there hollering Riggs. Biz is like, fuck him.
I seen him.
Exactly. He's screaming for Riggs.
I seen him screaming for his life. I didn't give two shits. I said fuck him, and I went and got a drink from the fridge.
Like, who the hell is Riggs?
That's so cold, man. That drink was cold.
He said, I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm going to get a beer.
Exactly. That's what Sterling Shepard
Fuck
should be
Riggs.
saying. The hell off the damn field.
All right, fellas, man. It's been 4 hours, man. I'm finna get off here, man.
Every time we try to get off,
it's for real this time. I'm finna show you it's for real this time.
Yeah, for real. Just shut this live right off.